Is right. One of you is going to be guaranteed to be correct here. This was on Lotus. Remember this, guys?
I do, yeah. 2v1.
One of you is going to be guaranteed to be
And there we go, we closed it out. But it was not clean. There was like 2 players peeking one by one there.
Funny.
Dirk is going and taking duels. It could have been cleaner. So understandable.
Yep.
Probably saw something in there that he was very unhappy about and wants to adjust. So write that
Sloppy
down.
gameplay.
It's because it wasn't a 5v1 that he's like, someone died in this round, therefore I'm going to mold. Let's move on to the next one and see if this was another winning round from Fnatic or losing. You guys did quite well there. Mimi, you did good. Brent, I'll start with you this time. What do you
that's
think?
pure despair.
I mean, they've all been despair. I thought the last one was a loss. This guy, he's face palming, his eyes are glazed over. He's like the dissociating cat image, and he's just staring off into the distance. Can I say it one more time? Is that okay?
All right, let's roll it one more time for you as well, Mimi. What do you think?
I mean, that surely it's not a win if because he's just looking out into the distance like he's just seen something horrible. The poor guy.
Here it is again.
He's haunted by something else.
I think that's a loss again.
I think this is a loss.
Okay, you're both going for a loss.
Yeah.
Right, let's reveal it and see if this was a justified reaction from Mini, and indeed, if it was a Fnatic loss round. Of course, Mimi picked up the last point, and here we go on Ascent.
There's no way.
There's no way.
There's just no way. It was
how is that?
round.
I mean, okay, that was also my reaction to Durka just opping a guy through a smoke after doing this.
But also, like, what was bad about that round? I mean, maybe we didn't see the bad elements.
I mean, Mini's like your father, who you've never seen smile. You get a hug from him once after you win your big game, and it's the greatest moment of your life. The first affection you've ever seen.
I mean, he smiled when they did their on-stage celebration when Durka slapped him across the face, and he smiled at that. So maybe
that was his moment.
Maybe that's what he
cracked.
joy. But yeah, that was a round win once again. And lastly, let's see if we're gonna get you guys gonna get this right this time around. Oh, this is a big reaction. Oh, yeah.
Oh, what? There was a follow-up. I can't lip read that, but he's saying please. I can tell he's saying please when he holds his head in his hands.
He's covering his eyes on this one, Mimi. He doesn't even want to look.
He can't see it. He can't believe what he's witnessing.
I think that's I'm gonna
Surely
go with,
this is a loss.
I'm gonna go with a win.
You think production is trolled and just showing us
I think it's
3
all
wins in a row?
No, I'm not trying to metagame it with production showing 3 wins, but I think that when he's going please, it's like, guys, please stop swinging individually trying to win aim duels. That's what I'm reading from this moment.
It's his prayer to the great Church of Durka to stop
Guys,
taking 1v1s.
Please stop disrespecting our opponents. We're going to get punished eventually.
Okay, Mimi, you went for a loss, and
I think this is finally a loss.
Went for a win. Let's reveal the results here and see what it was that Mini didn't want to have. Take a look at this. All right, okay.
Okay.
I think this was a win. I remember
it is a win. Because I was wondering why Alpha swung that as well. He was on 15 health and he's just wide swinging.
But was your reaction like that?
Yes, it was. I was like, what is Alpha doing here? I mean, he's a goated player. He can aim.
Let's not get you talking about Alpha here, bro.
He's 11 health and he's just, I'm going to swing this guy. He doesn't care. So yeah, round win then.
Yeah.
If I was Mini, I would simply be joyous and happy when I saw that happen. I feel like there is a direct correlation, though, between the teams left at this point and how animated their coaches are. Alex is like popping off every time. Mini is mad even when they're winning rounds. All of the coaches left just have the most insane reactions.
I would say that Christine is pretty good. Christine gives us the best reactions when EG do something absolutely crazy. But we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, a debt must be paid. And of course, we got our first elimination match coming up, Loud versus EDG. Don't go anywhere.
Well, I'm going to ask you about a guarantee. Pick one of these games, guarantee that they happen and who the winner is, or I'm dressing you in a costume for the cast.
So if I select the finals, then when do I dress up in a costume for the cast?
Well, that's a good point. Next year, I suppose.
I've got the loophole.
It has to be before the finals. Before the finals.
Okay, I will go with EDG. Guarantee the EDG win.
Guarantee the EDG win?
Yeah.
I am getting you dressed up, Sonny Jim. I'm getting you dressed
What am I wearing?
You'll have to see.
Well, well, well. Isn't that the consequences of your own actions? Mimi, what do you think about this cosplay?
Why are you holding the pacifier like that?
I don't want to put it in my mouth entirely.
But it was already in your
cleaned
mouth.
it with like sanitizer. And then he washed it off. I don't want to put it in
You don't
my
look
mouth.
like a baby. You look like a babushka. Like a grandma friend.
I'm looking forward to the memes and the edits on Twitter. I can't wait, guys. Make sure you use the hashtag VALORANT Champions and show us your best attempt of making this into a meme. The slow zoom is killing me. But now we got that out of the way. Hope you're comfortable. Bren, you look great. We're gonna go into another game. Are you ready? Ready to play this one?
Yeah, I love games.
Oh, yeah, me too. I love your predictions as well, Brad. They're always so on point. And speaking of things that you say that are on point, we call this segment Good Take, Bad Take. And this is how it's going to work. I'm going to show you guys some tweets and some takes from the Valorant community, pro players, and everyone else under the sun. And I want you guys to tell me whether you think this tweet is a good take or bad take. You ready, Mimi?
I can't
You
focus.
can't take your eyes off of this.
I can't focus.
Yeah,
what am I looking at? Okay, let's
play the game. Let's play the game. And we'll start with the first tweet. It is from the legendary North America IGL FNS. And he said, Ethan might be the greatest flex. Is this a good take or a bad take? What do you guys think?
What does the baby think?
Incredible
agrees with me.
agree. I strongly agree with this.
Fantastic take from Phoenix, noted IGL. He's a very smart mind, and this is a great take from him. Ethan is so good. His like KO flashes, I feel like, are the most impactful of like out of so many initiator players that I watch that are good. He sets his team up for success so well. On the fly, he's always ready to use a piece of util, and he's also the best blue agent player in the world. Great Sage, great KO, great Yoru. He's got it all.
Yeah, I mean, if you start crying, that's a perfect NA cosplay.
Perfect cosplay.
Yeah. Now, next take here, you guys are both in agreement here, is from our very own Dan Dryad here. She's got a tweet coming up right here. I want you guys to tell me if you think that this is a good take or a bad take. Paper X playing Reyna, they are winning champs.
Sure, I'll agree with that.
Okay,
I like
me.
It's fun, it's whimsical. I was actually talking with Sean today about it, and it's like you need a team to be all in when they're playing the wacky comps like Paper X. You can't half-ass it. You got to be all in with the entirety of your team. They are all in. They love it. Something loves playing Reyna. It's excellency. I love it. They're gonna win champ.
I think Paper X is the thing here. Yeah.
Technically speaking, just because they play Reyna doesn't actually mean they're going to be a better team. It's more defined by how well they're going to perform for the remainder of the event and what they're going to do.
Shooty.
They're gonna get shot in the face.
Yep. Bren's right. I'm with him on this one. Let's take a look at our next take. That one you guys disagreed with. We're gonna have to get Mimi in a costume in a second. But let's hear from Ben Kai. VCT is slowly becoming WWE. West Golden Boy when you need him.
we need Golden Boy.
Yeah, with all these new heels.
One thing I have
showing
learned
up.
actually
I love it.
from GB is that heels are the bad guys in wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes,
He did
do know
teach me
that.
that.
Yeah, me too.
Slowly, but I also know nothing about WWE, so I'm putting both these signs sideways because
I agree
I don't
with
know, maybe there are some bad guys in there.
If GB was here, he would agree with this take. So I will overrule it and say it was a good take. Just for
my
GB.
sign?
Just for GB. Yes. Okay. GB, this is for you. I got your back. Yeah, I got your back. And finally, let's hear from Zekken.
I already strongly agree. Zekken's really base.
There we go.
Wait, guys. Is that a Lunchable? I haven't seen that since like 2008.
I believe that is some pepperoni on some cheese.
Have you ever had a Lunchable, Stu?
I do not know what that is.
Ejector. You
I've
can't
never
be
had a
in it. You
Lunchable.
cannot be it.
What is
Neither
a
of you can be the champions in North America.
I've had an Uncrustable. That's great.
That's not the same, and you didn't have that till
What
you
is
came
that
to America.
meal?
Okay, let me explain what a Lunchable is to you. It's a small package that comes with a variety of items in a low plastic thing, normally pretty cheap. It'll have like cold cut meats, it'll have crackers, cheese, things like that.
That sounds
And
great.
normally it's really like low quality and really cheap, but it was always a treat when you're in like 5th grade and you get to have it for lunch.
Perfect for you. There we go. Well,
Were people wearing this in 5th grade? I don't think so.
We'll sum out. We'll sum
think
out
so.
for you guys. But apparently that was a bad take, Zekken. I'm very, very sorry.
Well, no, it's a fine
but-
take because Zekken is a 5th grader, so it's acceptable at that age.
Okay, we'll give it to you. But let's move on now to the first lower bracket match of the day. Of course, elimination time. It's Loud versus EDG. We've got a Masters Tokyo rematch. As you guys would remember, this is where EDG managed to knock Loud out of the tournament. And Brent, look how much this meant to this team and to Kong.
Yeah, I mean, this was the big moment where EDG finally kind of broke through their own barriers. A lot of the achievements that they made were fantastic. And yeah, I mean, I think that they have just been going from strength to strength. Obviously, you're in a typical task today. This is the lower bracket run at Champs. It's the biggest event of the year. They want to be trying to, exceed the expectations they really set for themselves.
But this matchup has changed a lot since then. This was the tournament where Loud was struggling the most, I think, where they were on kind of a downward spiral, weren't looking quite up to form, and it was a good moment for EDG. I think it was the first match where people were like, okay, this is the moment where EDG is actually going to be a top contender at these global tournaments. But now it's EDG who's gone down to the lower bracket first, and it's a Loud team who, despite their loss yesterday, I think look in their best form since they won that Americas League.
I think you're spot on here. This is where when EDG won, we all started taking them really seriously as a team and having high expectations. Whereas for Loud, I think a lot of people felt like after they were knocked out, they're not as strong as we thought they were going to be. So the narratives have been flipped on its head today. But for more on EDG, let's send it over to Paperthin and get a quick word with their IGL Haodong.
All right, Haodong, if I could have a moment of your time, nice to see you. So you guys beat Loud in Tokyo Masters in a similar situation. You're going up against them again. They look a lot stronger here at Champions. What's the game plan coming into today?
你们在东京大师赛的时候，其实在败者组击败了 LOUD。那现在在冠军赛，好像情景要再现一次了，这故事要重演。但是现在的话 ，LOUD 看起来状态非常的好。那今天对战他们，你们大概的一个方针是怎样的呢？
我觉得虽然说他们看起来状态好吧，但是我觉得我们的状态会比他们更好。
Even though they look pretty strong right now, but I believe that our form is better than theirs.
Ooh, all right, strong words. All right, we'll send it back to you guys.
I mean, he believes in that. Brent, do you agree with him?
I couldn't actually hear what he was saying at the end.
He said that they're in good form, but he feels like EDG are actually in better form.
Better form. I think individually that might be the case as well, but one of the things that's been sailing Loud through, I think, has been some of those the discipline that they've been playing together. And it's a key win condition. I mean, we'll be talking about that a little bit later on, but I would definitely agree. I think individually, EDG are on fire right now. They are a team that's driven to perform on the big stage.
I actually think both these teams are pretty even in the individual form they're hitting right now, with players like Les and Ospas stepping up. But I do think Loud is in a better place strategically, where I would say as a team their form is stronger.
Yeah, of course, EDG, they got here by eliminating BLG, and a lot of them were really emotional about this because for them, they are the last hope of the Chinese region, and especially for Kong. Check out this clip from his post-match interview.
跟他们交手的时候心情很低落吧，因为我并不想亲手把自己的兄弟送掉。然后但是我们自己没有打好吧，然后这一场导致了现在这个原因，所以说我们会带着我们另外2支兄弟的那一份希望吧，继续往前走的。
Well, I was very upset when I was facing off against BLG today because I really don't want to eliminate them with my own hands. This is the least thing that I wanted to do. Also, it was our fault that we didn't play well in the previous matches. So coming to this point, I would definitely bring the hope of the other 2 CN team and to move forward.
I mean, I've never seen a player reacting like this after a win, Mimi. But let's not forget, they won this elimination game, and you can tell how much it means to me to be able to carry on the legacy of the other players.
Absolutely. I mean, we don't really see that from any other regions when they eliminate their teams from the same region at home. But for Kung Kung, it's clear that it was special for him that BLG could make that run, that multiple teams could really have that opportunity to represent his region, and sending one home was painful. But now I think they can channel that energy into not being sad, but instead into being like, hey, we're the last stand. We can make this happen for the team we've already had to eliminate.
Yeah, it's time to carry the torch on now as well for the entirety of your region. I think they feel that to their core as well, especially because you consider China as a region has had a late start in terms of the competitive circuit. And really, EDG have been the kind of trendsetters, the big brother team in the region in terms of that everybody's looking up to and following up on. And so, yeah, I think there's going to be feeling, that extra element moving forwards into the lower bracket for EDG here.
Yeah, of course, it's a familiar opponent as well. They played against Loud at Tokyo. And Brian, let's talk about the improvements of Loud, though, because this is not the same team we saw in Tokyo in terms of fundamentals and discipline.
So one of the most impressive things I thought about Loud during their match against PaperX was the fact that they were so tightly coordinated together in terms of not letting anything slip. Look at this instance here. They will constantly put themselves in positions so that they can get into high-low setups to punish individual plays and swings through smokes or whatever through moments. And they were really just letting no opportunities, no gaps in their play for a chance of the opponents, whoever they're placing, to really get through. And there were many, many instances of this where they're all tightly together. This moment here I had to pull as well, because I don't know how they ended up winning this scenario. It should never have been won. But again, insane fundamentals, insane shots as well, and individuality that really got them through that moment where they're just collected and corralled into the corner from the ultimates and the flank attempt. And I think this is one of the massive strengths for them as well heading into this series, because EDG have kind of been struggling with that discipline in terms of playing together. There's been a lot of that individuality from specific players, in particular Nobody as well. As an individual, he's been taking matters into his own hands a lot of the times as your initiator player. It's painful gameplay when I watch it, because he makes a lot of high-risk, low-reward plays across the board. And I'm just left wondering, how good could EDG be if Nobody did tighten it up a little bit? I think he's going to need to do so for this series.
And that's where the sharp contrast is, really, because when EDG beat Loud back at Tokyo, I think the biggest issue for Loud was that those fundamentals that are normally so good that you're talking about were really lacking. Loud was out of form, but here in Champions LA, it's more so been EDG where I'm seeing a lot of these mistakes come out. Like you're talking about with Nobody, it seems like in close matches, when we get to overtime, when we get to tight games, he feels a constant need to make a play, to go for an opening kill, to take a risk, and there's so many rounds where EDG ends up in a 4v5. Like, what's going on here, where he's just pushing mid alone, dies to YZ. EDG so often have had to come back from a deficit because of these risks he's taking.
In the 4v5s as well. I mean, we have a graphic to show this in terms of the 4v5 win rates. They are put into that scenario basically ahead of almost every other team, I believe, that we've got here. Look at the sample size of this, man. I mean, they have over 100 rounds that are in a 4v5 situation, and they're still near the top, honestly, just a few percentiles off away from Loud. This is a crazy win rate, to put it in context. Teams do not win this often in 4v5s, but EDG have been forced to play like this because they do have this high-risk, low-reward playstyle of a couple of individuals, and I just really need to see this cleaned up for the matchup here today against Loud, because I do think Loud are going to be the kind of team they're not going to let that slip. They're going to punish you if you try and go for plays like that.
I think the good side of it is that EDG is really good at quickly reacting. When Nobody goes for one of those strange players, someone like Kung Kung or Smoggy is normally so swift to take the space off his death, try and find that next pick and make the play to salvage rounds. My worry, though, is against Loud, a team whose fundamentals have been in such good form that it'll, instead of being, okay, Nobody makes a mistake, or someone else makes a mistake to get into 4v5, and then we make a play to equalize, it's instead someone makes that play, and then it's just snowballing out of control for EDG.
Yeah, and the way the Loud is playing, they're going to punish them, right? They know that EDG like to put themselves in these situations, so I can't wait to see what they got cooked up in preparation. And speaking of, let's check in with Loud and send it back to Paper Thin with Coach Frod.
All right, we've got Loud coming in here. Fraud, a moment of your time, please. So this is a rematch for you guys from Masters Tokyo. But you guys are looking a lot stronger this time here at Champions. What's been the biggest change for you coming into this event?
I would say just really refocusing on ourselves. Sometimes we spend a little too much time studying our opponents, and we don't have enough time to really look inward about some of the things that we're doing, some of the things that we can improve on. So I think that's been our biggest focus, just really focusing on ourselves and kind of what's working, what's not, and trying to improve.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Good luck today, man. Take care. All right. Well, we will send it back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Paperthin and Fraud. But this is the thing, right? I feel like them being able to focus on themselves a little bit is bringing them wins. It's working clearly. And Mimi, although I will say, anytime you feel like maybe overcooking, you know, that bind comp, some of the other stuff as well.
So I think there's a balance. I think early in the tournament, they were overcooking. I hated that Ascent comp, but the other stuff more recently, I've actually been happy about, right? This Pearl comp, I think people were criticizing them for it, but I think the idea might have been kind of an anti-Paper Rex strat to have that breach, to punish these facets, be able to play Flood retake stronger, which I thought was actually a pretty good idea. I also think that their bind comp has a lot of merit. When Loud was at their best, it was always because they were innovating. They were at the forefront, the first Harbor Viper team. You always have to take risks, and sometimes you'll look silly for it, but when your fundamentals are so good, and you actually have solid ideas behind the comps, sometimes it will fail, but I think in the playoffs now, they found a pretty good balance.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. It's almost the Na'Vi effect as well, where the fundamentals of the players are so good that they just think the comp is good itself. Maybe we'll see them tightening it up as well. I'm not too sure. Like, if they ended up, you know, playing bind today and pulling out the triple controller, might be a bit troll, but I could see when I was watching it back, I mean, they had some ideas on it.
Yeah, I think they did as well. But I also think that if they are going to get to this stage, they've already, I think, filtered out most of the comps that weren't working. That Ascent comp in particular, already out of the building. I think what they have now is likely what they'll stick to for the rest of the event. For instance, them also moving back to Harbor Viper on Haven. I think the group stage was their chance to experiment, be a little bit more weird, but I think Loud has found themselves again.
Yeah, well, not to mention these players, you know, some of them, they've won this trophy before. They've done this run. And of course, Les, I feel like is a player that we talk about a lot. He was having a legacy game yesterday as well. But Chichu on the other side, Bren, is who I'm looking at because he's been extremely consistent for EDG.
Dead impressed with Chichu, I think, as well. Like, leading into the event, I thought he was going to be one of the top Sentinel players at the event that we've got, just in terms of how he plays. He's mad consistent, and he is up against that head-to-head of Les as well. You have two of the best Sentinel players in the event still, arguably, as well. I mean, lots of candidates for it, but these guys are going to be having a battle, and Les has been having just world-class games over and over and over again. It's been rare that he's had a drop-off in form in terms of his individual map performance. He's always carrying essentially the burden, almost deadlifting his team in some instances. You can just see it really in the numbers itself.
I mean, it's insane what Les has pulled off. I feel like he diffed Alphayer in the Fnatic series. He then goes on and plays other great teams, is diffing them versus Paper X. I thought he was the best player in the server of that series for particularly those first two maps. They still end up losing, but this guy is in the form, if not better, he was in when Loud lifted the trophy in Champs Istanbul last year.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? They are set for defending their title from last year, which we have never seen before. The question is if they can do it. Do we feel like Loud are in that form right now? They can take down EDG
I think they're a scary
and go
team.
further?
Yeah, I genuinely think that they are in very good form right now where they can go on a championship run. This is one of the tightest events we've had in terms of competition between all the teams that we've got left. It's very difficult to call the winner when you consider as well that we've got some of the, you know, the heavy favorites in the lower brackets where one slip up, one mistake will cause you to exit, and you don't get the winner in terms of advantage when if you even make it to the grand finals. You don't get that advantage with the map vetoes.
In my mind, I think Loud is a pretty clear favorite today versus EDG, but EDG is a team that every time you underrate them, they come out, they show a series where it goes overtime, where they push a team, they shouldn't, so incredibly close. This team is fantastic in these high-pressure, lower bracket situations, and I think that their style, even though Loud has played against it before, is crazy enough that those risks they take will oftentimes pay off even against great teams like Loud.
Yeah, let's not forget, for EDG, they made history already this year by winning their first match, going as far as top 6, but if they win today, they're going to be setting another record for their region and for themselves as well. Earlier, we spoke to their IGR Hold On about their win over Bilibili and his desire to make it all the way to the Kia Forum.
其实我觉得 BLG 打的真的还算不错，但是反观我们自己的话，赛程当中其实还是出现了不少问题嘛。然后我们回去之后一定会好好复盘，提醒自己该怎么调整。开心还是算开心的吧，但是今天的结果赛前应该我们也预设到了嘛，所以说没有特别喜出望外的开心。其实我的感受没有很深处吧，因为我觉得电子竞技它就是这样残酷的，然后我们把他们送走，希望他们回国再练一练，看有没有机会把我们也送走下一次。把今天的输给EG那一次的对战在我脑中把它删除，然后全力面对今天的比赛。
What's going on? No way, this doesn't seem right, but hold on, Kekkek's farming! Oh, he's absolutely destroying him!
在我心里肯定是我100%相信我的队友，相信康康，相信任何人。我觉得我们团队 一定是高于他们的。首先，我肯定想赢下下一场比赛，然后去到新的一个场馆，我一定要体验一下这么震撼的场馆，然后电竞赛事吧。
It will be a tremendous deal for EDG. But what did you guys go for in the MasterCard fan poll? It seems like most of you want Fnatic to make a final. I'm not super surprised about this.
I think that makes a ton of sense. The storyline would be sick. A lower bracket run all the way to the finals for Fnatic for a chance of the three-peat. I mean, they would literally make history that probably wouldn't get repeated in VCT history. I would safely say that. That is something that, honestly, is very hard to replicate.
Well, today, 4 teams will try to keep their lower bracket run alive and make it to the grand finals. It is Loud versus EDG, DRX versus Fnatic. Get ready because it's time to kick off day 13 of VALORANT Champions.
And you do not want to be going down to the lowest. They know how difficult that lower bracket is going to be.
比赛输了，然后我哥就跟我打电话嘛，他跟我说，其实现在的输赢并不重要，就算是你赢了，你也只是侥幸的赢下了他们，而不是真正击败他们。
Então tem muito que se preocupar em ser, vou ser eliminado. Vai ter a mesma mentalidade que a gente teve desde esse campeonato. pegar nosso jogo, continuar fazendo nossas coisas.
그래서 굉장히 아쉬웠는데 그 대회에서는 항상 떨어졌었거든요. 이번에야말로 꼭 가고 싶고.
跟我说，当你不断的 push 自己，在赛场的时候，知道怎么去冷静下来，知道拿到人头优势该更稳定的时候，那个时候你才能够真正意义上的得到胜利嘛。
日本只第二季。然后如果说这一次能够淘汰到的，我们进入了4强。
Vai ser jogo difícil, mas eu quero muito essa revanche.
It doesn't really affect us that we are in lower bracket. I think that's mainly from my experience, just to remain calm and chill, even in some bad moments.
이제는 코인이 1개 남았기 때문에 오늘 하지 못했던 걸 이제 저희가 이제 넘어서 사는 플라팅이거든요. 그래도 저희는 그걸 졸지 않고 저희 게임을 해서 충분히 이겨볼 만하다고 생각합니다.
I remember watching Fnatic vs DRX match, but now it's different. Now I'm in this team.
Let's go. One more.
One more.
Let's go. Let's see who swings best.
为了梦想，为了开心，为了家人，为了兄弟们。
Vamos en busca de Scanner.
한 명씩 맞죠? 저는 미니를 맡을게요.
하겠다 이건가요 혹시?
야 전투를 측정이 안 돼. 얘는 보여준 게 없다고 카운터가 안 된다고.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Loud will be the higher seed because you dropped from upper bracket, so you get to choose Team A or Team B.
Team B.
Team B. So EDG, you will be Team A, and we'll start with your first ban.
First ban, Lotus.
Lotus, your ban.
Fracture.
Fracture, and map number 1.
Bind.
Bind, side on bind.
Defense.
Defense, okay, and map number 2.
Ascent.
Ascent, side on ascent.
Attack.
Okay, and next set of bans starting with EDG, you have Haven, Pearl, and Split.
Ban Pearl.
They banned Pearl. Your ban, you have Haven and Split.
Yeah, we banned Split.
Ban Split, so map number 3 will be Haven, EDG, side on Haven.
Attack.
Okay, and we'll run back through this. First set of bans, we have EDG with Lotus, allowed with Fracture. Map number 1 is Bind with Loud on defense. Map number 2 is Ascend with EDG on attack. Next set of bans were Pearl and Split. Map number 3 Decider is Haven with EDG on attack. All right, good luck to you both.
Edward Gaming. Loud.
This is for a shot at that top 4 for Loud, a chance to defend their title. But for EDG, it will be uncharted territory. But both teams didn't fight and claw their way just for their journey to end here.
They absolutely didn't. But last time we saw this match, it's where it ended. For Loud, it was the first big win for EDG, where people started to believe they were a contender at global tournaments. But Loud has come back so strong this event. They've had a great run in the playoffs thus far. They almost beat Paper X, but now they're down here in the lower bracket where EDG is so comfortable.
Yeah, they certainly are. I think Loud also, though, going to be drawing upon that veteran presence, that experience that they've got of being in a lot of these tournaments and really being able to potentially go on the run of things. I mean, they are looking large and in charge so far. I was speaking to Fraud as well when he was getting his makeup done. I was shocked because he was saying that they did about 4 hours of VOD reviews of just looking at, you know, some of their own stuff, of course, as well, but a lot of what EDG was running.
I mean, speaking of that stuff, let's talk about the map vetoes, because we are going to get Bind, Ascend, and Haven. So a possibility for the triple controller to come out, but also a possibility, Mimi and Brand, for some changes too. Maybe they don't fancy running that again.
Yeah, I think the biggest question is around Bind. With Loud showing a couple different compositions, in particular on Ascent, even if I didn't love it initially, I think it does make them a harder team to prepare for. And I actually thought that, talking about Bind specifically, that the composition they showed with that double controller had some good ideas, using the Omen one-ways and Paranoias for extremity control on both sides of the map, and having so much stall on defense or in your post plants. It's something I doubt EDG have really ever played or scrimmed against.
Yeah, well, I mean, you say that. They do play in the China region.
They've seen worse.
That region that goes through experimental phases a lot in terms of what comps they run. But I do think that Loud has also won the map veto. I kind of agree with your points that you're making. I think the Bind, they can showcase the triple controller if they want to. They can also go back to the chamber comp. So it's very hard to prep for that if EDG
they also just have a default race comp as well.
Exactly. And I think Ascent and Haven leans more heavily as well in favor of Loud, I would say, on top of that. So a must-win, really, for EDG, I think, heading into Bind. And this comp is going to decide everything.
Well, let's find out now in the Prime Gaming Agent Select. They are going to stay with the triple controller, but Kong is whipping out the Reyna.
Whoever said Paper X is winning because they played Reyna, you got another contender right here. Kong locking it in for the first time for him at a global event. So this is very Paper X-esque. I think the biggest thing to look at is how they're going to be able to combine these Reyna Leers and Sky Flashes to create space and get into these sites. It's also, I think, could be pretty good against the triple initiator. Really powerful to be pushing through and abusing all these smokes that Loud will be putting down.
I mean, it's not just the first Reyna at a global event, it's first Reyna ever, Brent. He doesn't play a lot of agents.
Yeah, that is, I mean, he has tired my brain into a pretzel with that pick. I mean, I just cannot really make sense of it, of what they're going to be doing, if there's a weakness they've shown. But Loud playing the triple controller comp, it did look less practice when I was watching it back. I think that they have some ideas of how they want to play it. Significant stall, like you were mentioning, Mimi, on the defense side in particular. But there are things that you can counter-strat or you can actually pick apart. If EDG have done their homework, I think that they could exploit that and potentially get a win here today. But the Reyna has thrown me for a loop. I mean, I have a lot of faith in a team like PaperX to run the Reyna because they really do follow it up with pretty crucial ideas of combining the util, like the Leas and other breakable pieces of util. But EDG going to have that preparation behind it.
I think on defense, Loud's strength is going to have to come in flood retaking, giving space to this Reyna Sky and then re-pushing back in together. And a lot of that will come down to Ospas. He was good in their upper bracket games, but he's been struggling on agents other than Jet. In the past, he was one of the world's best Raze players, and this is his chance to prove that he is again, this time against Smoggy, who's in great form.
Yeah, and this is the thing also, Kangkong, we know what he can do with the op. He loves to op, and he's going to be opping on that Reyna on Bind. So,
I mean, he's done it on Gecko before.
But this is the thing, like, where can Loud anticipate where he's going to be?
I mean, so I have a hot take that I think one of the best things that EDG could do is actually make Kangkang rifle predominantly for a map, because they are getting hard counter-stratted by teams we saw it against Giants and PaperX when they played against them. They were counter-stratting and hard countering Kangkang's positioning with the operator and tracking the money. I would love for them to throw a bait and switch to save money, make sure that they can buy the operator, but just still lean into rifles and play around that. Just throw up, because they are getting hard counter-stratted by teams we saw it against Giants and PaperX when they played against them. They were counter-stratting.
Guys, like the stream, please.
With the operator and tracking the money. I would love for them to throw a bait and switch, save money, make sure that they can buy the operator, just still lean into rifles and play around that. Just throw opponents' preparation off. I think that would be really sick to see if they don't go through it. And there's no better agent really to do that with rifling than Reyna.
What's up?
I'm also looking for the side of EDG towards that Sky player, Nobody, who has been making some interesting plays thus far in playoffs, giving away a lot of first duels. With this Reyna
controller,
his role is so
Omen,
important.
Viper, Brim, Skulls by.
He's their only source of information. He's also
Skulls
the
by.
player who has to combine
Loud
with
is
the
playing
Reyna
3
to get
controllers.
his way into sights. If he's continuing down the path of
Where is
going
my
for
chat?
crazy
Where is my
first
chat?
kills all the time,
तो यही तो है उनका बैंक को.
My prediction, I think it's क्या Loud का हमेशा वही खेलते हो लोग.
हाँ, last time भी bind में यही तो खेले थे.
आपको ये सब पता है तो रैंक में 10 किल क्यों मारो?
ये सब पता है तो नहीं भाई. ये सब
अरे पोपा को बुलाओ भाई स्कल्स भाई. Watch.
पोपा तो आजकल बहुत बिजी रहते हैं.
क्यों? ये नहीं क्या?
तो तिलापा.
Busy है मतलब. Oh, आजकल अंतर ना तो. I want Loud to win, but also like Kangkang off, Kalana. Let's see, let's see.
PaperX, they played around it really well. When Giants were playing against them on split, they were always
Bings किधर है? Bings नहीं है guys. Skulls भाई के साथ बैठा हूँ.
They were always poking holes in terms of where he wasn't playing and exploiting that all the time with contact plays.
Shri Shadak Sharma for the win.
Into a bit of rifling because Kangkang.
Bro, in Tokyo these guys lost.
One of the best operators I think at this event.
Rematch time.
But if you
उठाया था
can
गुरु,
throw
आया था
preparation in some way or form.
ये क्या हुआ? आज हमारे टॉप 12 करेंगे बैचेस. किसी के जो हाथ न आए वो इनाम.
I think they should be ready for some of the main ideas behind this comp, but the question is whether EDG will have a different idea cooked up that PaperX would have.
Well, thank you very much, you guys, for hanging with me here. The agents are locked in. Of course, the Reyna is locked in, and we're ready for our first map. I can't wait to see what your casters make of this. Over to you, Doug and Sean Guess.
Thank you so much, Jinsu.
Yo, refresh.
Sean, that we're in this situation where, due to weather circumstances, the crowd is empty, but it almost adds an extra.
Oh, I'm back. Holy shit, bro. The fuck?
You can feel the pressure from when the players walked in. They're actually trying to make the hype. They're trying to bring each other up. And what
LA में ऐसा क्या हो रहा है भाई?
Picking Bind, picking into Arena now.
आ गया मैं Loud वाला बंदा कल का.
A lot of A control was gathered by Kong Kong earlier on in their Bind games. And I think he's going to still do that. I think the Lears are going to be really
Hurricane?
active in pushing Sword A, coming out long B, and really punishing these controllers that often don't want to take these early fights.
Shish, तूफान. आज कुछ तूफान करेंगे. सलमान भाई कुछ किया होगा.
Lean towards A short already, and you have most of the controllers. I mean, 2/3 of them are playing.
Shout out to you, Paresh.
Look at the little trap set up here by Loud. They're doing
Paresh,
triple play on
bro,
short
तेरा
A.
नाम सुन के एक बंदे का ना याद आया, ठीक है?
So the one way that's
Guys,
not true in showers is
एक बंदा था परेश करके स्किल्स परेश याद है तेरे को हम जीते थे टूर्नामेंट ऑर्गेनाइजर था परेश पैसा उसके साथ परेश हो गया यार क्या नाम है यार फॉरएवर याद रखता हूँ परेश को परेश एकदम टकला था बियर्ड था ऐसा चला मैं लाउडू हूँ आप लाउरे हो लाउरे लाउरे चलो भाई कंकुंग yo peek with the flash baby easy never mind
They're going to continue to push forward into pipes as well. Just Chichu and Howdong.
वही नहीं ना ये बंदा नहीं हेलो ऋषभ जी व्हाट इज अप
क्यों ना Howdong आते रहे एंगल ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ನಲ್ಲ ಇಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ
काश आप भी ऐसे ही मार लेते सीधे मौत मिक्स टेप सुना नहीं सुना अरे इन बेंगलुरु यस यस स्किल्स 27th फ्री दिया मैं प्ले 27th तो लैग है किस लैग हो रहा है बहुत 27 फर्स्ट नेट है अरे मैं क्या बोल रहा हूं लैगिंग ओह फक
ಚಾಂಪಿಯನ್ ಫೈನಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯಾ
ಗೈಸ್ ಫಕ್
ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೋಡಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಆತ ಏನು
इल्लो इरो सेकंड FPS क्या हो गया गाइस ये देखो ग्रीन आया अभी ठीक चल रहा है इरो 1 ನಿಮಿಷ ಇರ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೀರಾ ಅಷ್ಟು ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ले रहे क्या हो गया
Again, the stall coming out of these controllers at the A site. This was something Navi struggled with early on in the game against Loud. Oh. There's the arena already at 150 with the Sheriff. And that's what I was saying. I don't think these controllers want to fight in this A site. The goal is to stall.
ये सड़क तो
I can tell they're going to totally disrespect these moves.
कोई नहीं सह लेंगे आपका आवाज क्लियर है
There have been so many discussions around him individually and how he has really high highs, but he's had some low lows this tournament. I think for this series in particular, he has to play well.
Very powerful setup entering this stage.
ये अकेला बंदा फाइट ले रहा है गया ये नो
Nobody frequently has lurks.
one and done fight तो होता है
बीच में लगा I'm good bro
Nobody sniffing
27 finals
guys ज्यादा लैग हो रहा तो बताना ठीक है ये ಹೇಳ್ತಿ ನಾ
ಟೈಮಿಂಗ್ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಂಬಿಟ್ಟ ಶಾ nobody
what's happening on the other side and look at how far up Aspas is.
पता है आसपास showers flank कर रहा है भाई
They're going to get this fight down but if there's
आसपास आ रहा है shower से
of what's happening in showers they
गया Howdong वन टैप मारेगा इसको
nothing but a
क्या बोला
Chichu is on the key to lurk right now Doug this is a nightmare for Loud
भाई इसे रिस्टार्ट करो मजा नहीं आ रहा सच में I'm afraid my stream Where's my
Howdong का ulti आ गया भाई
you still have so much half to play for you're going to get another one up
how insane we were talking about Tui's orbital strike and Howdong is the one
it's lagging is it lagging
on the second round after losing the pistol
okay let me restart stream okay let me restart stream
ridiculous round
let me restart stream okay
very very
short
minimal
that's short
Opponent's preparation off. I think that would be really sick.
Eye peeking this.
They're going to try to go fast off, but someone's going to keep him back for just a moment. And it's just pistols on the other side too. Very reminiscent of the previous round, but they've all rotated so quickly. Sean Loud's already here, and they don't have hookah control. That paranoid Smoggy's going to have to delay for just a moment. I don't get for Paladin getting bested. Those pistols are just not enough in that situation. A prime game flawless comes through for EDG.
Can you believe that flawless round just now went in EDG's favor? Even though the score is 1-2 right now, I feel like they've strategically won all three of these rounds so far.
Yeah, I agree with you. To go back to the pistol, I mean the opening of the pistol.
Yes. Loud has been outplayed in all three of these rounds thus far, but you can see the goals of this Omen there. You can see the smoke coming in front of the site that allows the defenders to flood out in. That doesn't matter if you get shot in the head.
Right, yeah.
As one of the analysts has famously said. Ooh, that's a nice one-way right there coming out of Sadak on short. Again, just trying to stall out this A site. We have a smoke by Showers from the Brimstone. Aspas manning that area of the map. eventually I'm sure nobody's going to use some util, sniff out showers, and that's when, again, you know, they're going to go into this split on A most likely.
Deep flash out, Concon getting another kill, but the peak, the re-aggress from Tui's gets the best of them.
And just now, what happened on the B side of the map, Kawanzin threw a guiding light down. It actually caught Chichu. So they're aware of someone being down low B.
I really like what they just did with the Trailblazer, though. Sense it through teleporter to catch, make sure there's someone playing showers, too. They just got a lot of info.
I don't think it matters, Doug. They're too late. Two people are stuck right now in you, and they just got to hold this down. They're stuck.
A flashback sight. They're starting to feel some of the pressure. That orbital strike now coming online. How Dong, are you going to be able to get out? No. Tui's got some Chichu and nobody, the only two that remain. In a 2v4. What a miracle this would be. Nobody's gotten them just a little bit closer. Chichu still playing his life, still being cautious about it, playing U-Haul. The spam through, nobody not able to connect. It's all on a Chichu, a 1v3 with nothing but a Spectre. And maybe he plays time, but he has no mollies. He's got some utility, but they're just going to hold it. Really, no reason not to. Tui's gets it to half. As the wall goes down, Chichu gets it to just one. Tui's holds it a fuse, and we're tied at 2 apiece.
Huge hold on that A side by Aspas and Tui's. So much pressure coming in. It was a 4-on-2. The extra players coming from B, stuck behind 2 Brim Smokes from Spawn in Heaven. And they did it. The orbital strike again comes in huge. That ult will have tons of value throughout this game, and the 2 used so far already in 4 rounds have won their rounds respectively.
See what the buy looks like here. Concon has an op. He is invested. Reyna attacks that. Oh, he sold it. I've been trolled for just a little bit.
Looks like for the first time, Hong Kong wants to get some showers control. So they're going to try to disrespect this Brim Smoke over here. And this is something I kind of figured they would go for.
The question is, do Loud pounce?
Great counter molly right there from Tui's. I think EDG realized that a lot of these rounds previously, there was no one behind that smoke. This was the perfect adjustment round for Loud.
Whoa.
Oh, man, we've seen Sadok tear people up with this judge.
What are you up to here? The dog's going to clear him. Oh. Not much more info found, though.
Les here holding Hookah, about to make contact.
He just got obliterated. 18 HP. And yeah, Kawanzin's there to heal, but they're starting to feel the pressure. They realize that that's where the hit is coming. Can Loud rotate quickly enough?
Les is stalling out the long portion of the hit, but it's heavy through Hookah. 4 players coming out of Hookah right now.
Right here.
Backs against the ropes. Can they hold on? They really have no choice but to play life. You see that Lear come through the wall from Hookah, getting first with Les! What on earth was that? 3 kills for the controller, and he continues to light up the stats. What do they do from here? EDG was spiked down. Well out of reach, and a 2v3 has just become a 2v2. Nobody once again trying to equalize. The Paranoid to delay for just a moment. There's a swing. Aspas gets the best of him. 13 seconds left, and it all falls on to Chichu. He gets the first. The second is there! Chichu with the Red Bull clutching a massive play to get EDG the lead.
The 2 Vipers now. Absolutely popping off. Les, he was the key player actually in that comeback against Na'Vi, holding down the B site almost every round. It looked just like this, Doug. But Chichu was not on the opposing team in that game, and this was an insane play that was totally unread by Loud. Wow.
He just diffs Aspas at the end, too.
Oh. Chichu here gonna smoke long. So instead of the Viper starting by short A, the way EDG plays this is they use their poison orb to block vision from the defenders and essentially wash out the smokes on this region of the map. Chichu controls it very, very well. In the meantime, Smoggy will often work up Hookah, while the other 2 will end up working showers or short A, which they're opting for showers here.
That op that we talked about a couple of rounds ago, now in the hands of Concon.
Double A. I don't know if Loud's gonna read this. This is a very difficult read.
I mean, Tui's just playing a little bit. We talked about a couple of rounds ago, now in the hands of Concon.
He's just gonna contact this. I don't know if Loud's gonna read this. This is a very difficult read.
I mean, too, he's just playing a little bit further back. Maybe some suspicion. A clean snap up from Kong Kong.
Spot करने के बाद भी ये सब jump spot ही कर रहा है वो.
They're gonna pop here.
Yeah, EDG are not in a position to flip the map. Sonic has to go aggressive here with the Bucky and try to catch a free
Fine,
one.
सामने मार दिया.
You've got the mollies, you've got everything to delay. And Sonic pounces on it.
क्या कहो बक्के इधरों ने क्या कोई तो उन्होंने.
पता नहीं भाई. Oh, Aspus, my God.
As well.
Aspus, my God, gaya. Aspus gaya.
Oh, never mind. Is it gonna matter? Aspas with the first, not able to clean up the second as Chichu counters.
The pit goes down though, Doug, and that's gonna
Let's
slow
give us
things down a
Vandal.
little bit right here. The spike.
Okay, let's is cracked if he gets this clutch.
Is so far away too,
If he gets this clutch, it's cracked.
He has one flash.
He's cracked wide open.
I was wondering if it would come out, and here it is. Flip a coin, Doug. It's time.
Mess of a situation. Can Kawanzine upgrade a weapon? I think that's key here. What utility do they
Kangkung,
have?
my God. Kangkung, my God.
Kangkung's pushing forward,
अरे
of course he is.
Ult में heal ले रहा है spells पे इसको
Two
मारो.
Vipers left, Chichu and left.
Misclick किया हो.
Chichu so far back.
ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಸ್ಪಿಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ಯಾಕೆ ಪಿಟ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ ಶಾ
Info Les was looking for. He knows now Chichu's in shot.
ಬರ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಶಾ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್
अरे spit नहीं था उसके पास.
उसने ड्रॉप कर दिया उसने बाहर चला गया आई थिंक
Oh my God.
Oh.
I anti-attack.
What
The
a play
small-
by Chichu. Just milliseconds away from Loud actually ending up in such a strong
Second, not a-
situation this
Oh.
game. But no, and the timeout comes in from Fraud.
How close was that?
Oh.
0.15. I mean, that's not the closest we've had this tournament, but it's pretty freaking close.
Really doesn't get much
Anti,
closer
brother.
than that.
Anti.
You can see, I think after a round
My
like
phone
that,
is dying, guys.
And one
Loud
for
right
the
now, Fraud, he just needs a breather.
14.
The rounds are just slipping
Chichu
out
भाई
of
इंडिया
his
से
fingers.
है लगता है. What
They're
the
making
fuck?
decent adjustments now.
हैं जी?
But
क्या
you
बोल
don't
रहे
want
भाई
the
लोग?
wind out of your sails this early.
कांगा
into the
जैसा
round. This is a
रिएक्शन
very
कैसे
pivotal
आता है ब्रो
timeout.
मेरा तो 2 मिनट के
And
बाद
Loud,
माउस
they
क्लिक
will
होता
have a
है.
bye coming out of this. It's not the best.
होता है some
Body for sure.
some people
I think on the other
practice,
side
some
for EDG
people
too, they're
have the
doing so many
ability.
things well that are just working. We've talked a little bit about the showers pressure and how they've been able to create some space around that. Kong Kong on the Reyna has found value. The attack side op has already made an appearance once, but Chichu, man. Chichu,
Why you support Loud reasons? Not support, it's just prediction. I think Loud gonna win this game. It's a prediction.
Had some monstrous clips for this team.
Because of their strategy
Really
play,
looking out for this round is
they have like
maintain this
good
forward
strategy,
strike.
also like skilled
Those
individuals
are
in their team.
really pivotal plays
Well,
right now
might
in
be a
this particular round.
direction.
Loud,
practice.
skills
This is the
loud.
adjustment. They're gonna get a smoke from Sadak and the Brimstone.
Skills भाई क्या खाया भाई डिनर में आज संडे मुर्गी को काटा मस्त.
Neither of them who are super keen on getting the orb. They just want to deny it from EDG.
You can almost feel the fear right there. One flash causes the Brimstone Molly to come out. That doesn't normally happen when you watch Loud, Doug. They normally sit on that Brim Molly. That's a super important stall piece of utility.
भाई इस बार भी 2-0 करके भेजेगा. Last time 2-0 होता है 2-1 skills. Loud of EDG. I think T0 right?
Yeah, the flash from Kawanzine down long is going to get some info.
Stream sound increased.
To fill the void here, the lack of information as the paranoia creeps in.
But I don't want Loud to win this time. I need a specific versus specific finale. That will be great.
Just use a satchel to get here quick enough.
Like
He's got to be
EDG versus PRX. That sounds good. Or DRX versus PRX.
Canceled
That
it
sounds
out.
good.
Goes all the way to the other side of the map. Meanwhile, Chichu just died on the other side. They tried applying pressure from opposite sides of the map, and Loud's been able to hold it all back.
Aspus, my God!
Huge rotate right there from Aspas. You could see the snake bite on the
भाई
ground
ये
over
लोग
there by
के हाथ
Octagon.
में क्या है?
Absolutely
Ice
stalled
pack
up
नहीं है,
the
वो
hit.
hand warmer है.
And most importantly,
Hand warmer है
Dewey's won the fight
What's
in
up, Sasi?
showers.
Back.
That was enormous.
They could no longer
2-0
take that
EDG.
teleport and feel safe about it.
Nobody.
This time PRX should become the champion. Bro, they have the best
Had some
chance.
outrageous moments. This
is their best
take the
chance
case
to
if he
become
manages to pull
champions.
this off. He's gonna have time to
Yeah,
finish on.
Best chance.
According to me.
It was just a fake. Oh, Osman satchels forward, calls him on his bluff and drops nobody. There was a window there where after he got that first kill, I thought get the spike down.
क्या होते हो क्या करता है? Hand warmer makes your hand warm.
Becomes aggressive and cleans him up.
But you have to shake, so they'll be like. Oh, packet together.
Now you're looking at,
I don't know exactly what it is.
The portion of the game where the game plans are run, right? These are where the teams are really each other out, really adapting to what one another are doing.
Just saying, kal ka kya match tha, bro?
Again, Loud going with his shower special. 2 is again going to be fighting for this early.
I don't know how Loud dropped the ball yesterday.
Through there, gets in.
कल का मैच जिसने देखा भाई, कल का मैच
My God, Sean Garris.
But this is definitely looking like a short pop.
Hong Kong is nothing but a sheriff here.
Orbital Strike is so crazy with the Leers right now. But no Leers on Hong Kong actually.
Aspus, my God.
He's right real close to ult and he just got destroyed. I mean, he's at 1 HP.
Yo, no way they planned this, bro.
You're starting to see the
So they have shower control? No way they're gonna plant this.
They've crept up
without
just
fighting.
a little bit, but
Fight
they still have enough site control to really
Keep
commit to this.
warm,
Seeker's used by Culmination as well.
They might push as these smokes go down, dog.
Is that the Q? Is that what they're waiting for? Tui's has already cleaned up Chichu. Hong Kong getting healed up, back to 100, and it's just a tab. But the longer they delay on this Sean, I think this is going to become a problem. Bless is on the flank. There's nothing to cover it or to clear it right now.
EDG need to take a fight
right
here.
now in market, and he is potentially about to
Or
end
force a
this
fight.
round.
Yeah, he very well may do it on his own. There it is. There's the flank. Howdong done, dealt with, obliterated. As Les gets a second to swing on the third, and it connects.
Skulls by movement देखा movement side step
So patient.
Side step
from Les. He's so
गया
mechanically gifted when you watch him. So calm with the Vandal. And we get our first time out now out of Edward Gaming.
Dude, Les is having a career tournament right now, which is just insane to say. He's so young. He's just so good.
The words on the streets coming into this, dog, were that Les and Ospas were just dropping bombs on people in scrims. Just.
Ooh, and I think the fascinating thing is it's translating.
Yes.
It's not, they're not just scrim demons. We're seeing it in the server. I think I was looking at the stats for the entire tournament. Both of them are in what, top 5?
They are popping off.
Aspus.
It's just been mad.
80 movement guard.
Event in Tokyo from both of them, if I'm being honest.
Well, all of them, really.
Yeah,
yeah,
all of them. That was an abysmal event, given the standards that I think we have set from Loud. Previous champions winners.
Yeah, Mika was
America's winners.
It just seems like such a
skills
distant memory right now.
Huh?
Yeah, that
Emi का आवाज आया
long
skills.
gone. This new version.
इसका आवाज आया?
Emi YouTube पे जाना. जाके 10 second rewind करना जल्दी. 10-15 second.
They found some new solutions here. Triple controller on Vine.
सच में आवाज आया skills. ढंग से देखना. Yo chat. Can you guys go back and please?
आया चिल्ला रहे हैं.
आ रहा ना?
The decider, if we go the distance.
उसका ही है भाई. 100% लिख
Given
के
how
देता
things
हूँ
have gone
उसका
so
ही है.
far, it's a very high possibility.
Show my mouse. This is my mouse.
Really neither team willing to fold or give but an inch. You see that wall coming out? Oftentimes you'll see that go through teleporter as energy pioneered, but the fact that it's not going through teleporter
Very light
tells me,
mouse,
that
very
they want to
small
continue to
mouse.
fight for the shower's control.
I might
and have
replace
that
this
line.
very soon with
Well,
Zombie.
there's really no need though when you have 3 controllers, right? Got smokes for days. What's the point?
क्या बोला?
But again, the Omen one way.
Skulls भैया का Zombie most try करेंगे हम. G Pro ले लो नहीं नहीं
Zombie
Zombie.
over here just stalling out on
Zombie is the best.
If you're gonna play Loud, you better.
That was a bad thing. Thank you, baby.
Which is just so different. Dude,
Kang पूरा मैच में 10 बार कॉर्नर कैसे करता है?
Beautiful Mali.
Shoulder, what was that?
Like the timing, beautiful.
That was so close, and they're going to.
Skulls by you like booty full Molly.
In the lap, they have to reposition, but
wait, what?
Oh no.
You just went right through the snake bite.
This
is so winnable for
Kawasuki.
And 2
4 bullet है baby doll reload कर ले.
The timing that he's going to
Oh
get.
wait, this is insane luck. Just by time.
For Chichu's timing to matter.
Just by time. Just by time.
I don't know if he has time for this.
Yeah, if they don't hold the site, it's not going to matter.
4 bullet baby.
Smoggy's already fallen. It's going to go on to nobody who's already weak. He's got the orbital strike in his lap.
This flank.
This is a very difficult.
He has sheriff. You need to get the gun at least.
I don't know if Loud reads this.
But even if they don't, I mean, it's a 1v3.
एक को मारने के बाद ये ठोक देंगे. Smoke भी कर देंगे.
Right?
Oh, you should have got the second, bro.
The fact that he got 2-3 extra shots.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಶಾವ ಪಂಗ್ ಹೊಡೆದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಶಾವ. ಮೂರು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲರ್ ಐತಾರೆ. ಅಸಿ ಸ್ಪೈಕ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸ್ಮೋಕ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಕಣ.
एलियनर का माउस अच्छा है ब्रो. मैं कभी देखा नहीं. कभी ट्राई किया ना. कहीं ट्राई नहीं किया तो I don't know.
Keeps the lines open for everyone to protect.
Yeah.
भाई मैंने इसी लड़के को अपने कॉलोनी के बाहर सुट्टा फूकते हुए देखा था. कौन है भाई? नाम बताओ. Post Manoj.
I think we're starting to see some of their approaches, Sean. Concon takes the wall, they continue to push down long, and then they can crunch Octagon with the Leer through the wall.
Yeah.
Concon.
And if they can't get that...
How is Model D wireless? Model D wireless is good.
Concon,
मैं try किया हूँ.
It's off again. I don't know if this is going to work out well for him though, because again we're seeing the double smokes on A. We're in smoke deep short, one-way Omen smoke showers, and Les will stall out long B with these snake bites for days. Chichu playing pitch and catch with the poison orb.
And also, I think
दो लोग हैं
that
पे.
flash from Kawanzin. The flash wasn't deep enough. It got caught in the
इनको
wall.
at least मेरे हिसाब से 8 rounds तो चाहिए. PRX champions maybe. High chances. Laude को at least 8 rounds चाहिए या 7 rounds. Given that they have 3 controllers.
Also just trailblazered into sand. Oh, I can't tell if they got much info. Oh, it seems to have been enough.
React shower smoke.
Hi Rossi, can you define life? Bhaktadi wala jawab ne. Gaurav, it takes a lot of time.
One controller
lot
down,
of time
2 to
मतलब
go.
बोलने के लिए.
My
my version of life. How I see it.
Shot.
Not
They're
now.
gonna have to fight for
Game
shots
के बाद,
control,
if you ask the same question.
Oh gosh, Magi got caught asleep.
Hadong's ult and Brim Molly could be the biggest.
आज skills भाई को sky लेकर carry. भाई तुम लोग इतना stock करते हो क्या मेरे को? What the fuck?
He was just so aggressive, pushing into the smoke. I don't understand.
Sometimes I'm worried about you guys.
A little bit more time. But was it used too early?
The Brim Molly is already out.
There it is.
And it's missed.
Just a bit.
It's missed.
Do they know though?
I don't think they realize yet.
No, I don't think they did. Chichu pushing forward into the face of 2.
मैं sky लेके भाई सास push my god. मैं sky लेके 21 मारा ठीक है.
2-round lead now.
Chomo.
Oh, EDG with such a good start into this game. You can feel it just
क्या?
slipping out of their right now. This is really taking a turn.
4 rounds in a row. And what was it on the other side of the
Aspus, my god.
Kind of just gone sideways.
Yeah, we were looking at a 4-2.
Sheesh.
4-2 scoreline, and the timeout came in from Fraud, and things really turned around at that point.
Stream नहीं करेगा तो यही करना पड़ेगा भाई PC. ठीक है कल try करूँगा actually नहीं कल नहीं. ये half के बाद क्या करूँगा मैं ये half के बाद deathmatch खेलूँगा एक. देखूँगा कैसा है.
From Sadak?
ठीक है. इसके बाद
Shrouded step.
2 मिनट का half रहता है पर ये 8 मिनट.
अरे नहीं sorry my bad ये map के बाद ठीक है ये map का.
Tuis though again keeping showers controlled, deep smoke on short.
Actually, Rossi, we all track our trackers for your added to our favorites.
This round well.
Hey, everyone from EDG is here. Yeah, it's a split.
TDM, PC फटी जाएगा उस दिन खेला मैं TDM. What the fuck?
Does he commit? And it is good to deny to exit out, but yeah, he does commit to the ult. Smoggy dashing forward, and Aspas drops him. The showstopper not going to connect, but it does deal a little bit of damage now. Aspas still playing in the tin, dropping another as nobody falls. The nade refresh, the kill comes through. Aspas with 3. Finally falls. Concon still in lane.
Aspas movement करके मारता है.
Can he 1v2? No, he cannot. It's Concon and Chichu that snatched the round back for EDG.
And that's what we were needing out of Concon. A huge round.
Study material delete कर रहा हूँ मैं PC और study material नहीं रखा हूँ.
To keep them in this game. 6-5 is the scoreline. With the Viper's Pit in play.
ये सड़क यार कल भी नहीं मार रहा था आज भी नहीं मार रहा
यार. A couple times now, you know. I think it's possible that EDG does enter these sides, get the spike down, and with the pit available and the Brim Molly. The Viper snake bites.
Skulls भाई मेरे को टैटू लगाना है समन्नो रहा है किधर लगवाओ?
One flash though on nobody right now.
टैटू किधर लगवाऊं मैं? मेरे को मन हो रहा है टैटू का.
छेद में लगवाना छेद.
छेद क्या होता है?
There's that one flash. Oh, and it was a fake.
छेद कौन सा body part है?
A little bit of time. Nomi reads that so well.
हाँ?
हाँ?
किधर?
तो बोलो भाई.
Does have the sky here.
छेद क्या होता है bro? 6-6 bro 6-6 is a bad score for Loud.
Give him this Showers orb.
They need like 7-5.
Look at the setup from Loud. I don't think they've played this aggressive on long thus far.
Yeah, you're right. They haven't.
Yo,
Meanwhile, EDG have tested those waters so many times.
कोई नहीं बोल रहा.
They're making the right play here though, Doug.
Asol?
Pivoting back to this
Asol को ये नहीं बोलते कि G से कुछ तो word आते वो.
They're aware of a potential TP
play.
मतलब पता है.
So they backed out.
Shit.
उधर
टैटू लगवा तो कैसे दिखेगा भाई किसी को?
Oh no! He manages to get one. So much more was on the plate. But it just ends up being an appetizer,
Kangkung, my
just
God.
a taste. Meanwhile, EDG with numbers advantage, up in the hands of Aspas.
Sadak to dabba daal hi
raha. Just now, they're gonna invest a pit out from
Sadak
Chichu
ko
as
yaar
well.
yaar
And that pit is gonna become so much less effective.
Sadak kal se dabba dal raha hai.
Kangkong 39 HP, he drops less, heals up a little bit. Aspas with the op, upgraded a weapon. And this would be a vintage Aspas round, Sean. If he can pull this off, satcheling forward, still has to deal with the pit. Nobody spotted on the other side, trying to deal with the turret,
nice
trying to find which one is right, and he cannot. Nobody with 3, and we're tied at 6.
Unbelievable end to this half, and I wouldn't have it any other way. 6-6, we are dead even.
Wow.
Take a look at that round one more time, and the fact
Oh,
that
shot.
put together an unreal.
Sheesh.
Remember, it was EDG.
Sheesh.
Yeah, they were in control in the early part of this game. Loud rallies back into it.
aggression to
EDG close out the half with 2 huge gun rounds when Loud had a serious economy built.
Such an important round for them to get in the books. We're going to throw it over to the desk to break down that first half. Yinsu, take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. Yes, this cannot be any closer, 6-6 at the half. But let's
Yo,
take a look
what
at the
happened? Is
Verizon
chat
high-speed
lagged?
moment here. A whole round, in fact, that ended
Why is the
up
chat
meaning
not
with a
loading to me?
massive Chichu
Hello?
clutch.
So I think this is really indicative of this game.
Hey,
Where I
Dingle,
feel like
where-
Loud had great control.
Yo, what
It
the
starts
fuck?
off
Why can't
by
I
them
see any
using
chat?
these smokes to hold on to short control and pull out a lot of this Sky Initiator utility.
Chat not
that their comp
working?
is really good for. You also see here, there's that Brim Smoke in the late round to help them flood into B.
Oh,
they have a lot of great
Shibar.
ideas with this double controller comp that set them up to win this round. But with 10 seconds left, Chichu comes in, he wins this round, gets EDG back in control. And I feel like this is indicative of so much of this half.
Yeah, I mean, insane spray control from Chichu, but you're completely correct. It is essentially a mirror of what happened, I think, because Loud again
Chichu ने पहले मारा था
ideas of how they wanted to
हमारे लेफ्ट
play,
में
but it came down to
तीन
clutch big
हाँ
individual moments, players popping off, and
उसी
that's
same
what
round
EDG have done to tie up essentially and make it as close as it's been.
I don't know what's wrong with this.
और
Is it
Chichu
my
ने करा
fault?
लास्ट में क्लच
Do have a slightly better game plan.
Artisan.
Things get interesting because this is where
Artisan
I feel like it's a
boss
little bit harder to get use out of this triple control. You can throw down Omen one ways for extremity control. You can stall out against retakes quite a lot. But I actually think this EDG comp, as it was in the first half, is really good for pushing deep in these late round situations and actually fighting through those smokes to flood retake.
Yeah, of course, the Reina on the defense as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what EDG and Kangkong have cooked up for us. Without further ado, let's get back into game and the second half with your casters. Back to you, Doug and Sean.
Thank you so much, Jinsu. Just a few moments away from kicking off the second half, tied at 6 apiece here on Bind. Loud put together an unreal streak here just to keep it competitive, Sean, because otherwise it felt like EDG was in full control.
It really did, and you know what? I don't think we have much time to talk about it right now, Doug, because I think we're about to see an absolute brawl at this A site. 3 defenders here from EDG, 5 ready to lurk up short A right now, potentially with his Viper wall. Trailblazer goes out.
Loud थोड़ा changes करेगी, थोड़ा aggressive होगी Loud.
Holy.
Oh my. Loud होगी थोड़ा aggressive, पर लेकिन ऐसे कैसे मर रहे हो भाई?
Space that was left vacant, and EDG in firm control. Loud just crumble. I mean, you see it; their bodies are littered at the exit to A short. No traction found, no space gained, and Tui's just left to sit and wonder about what went wrong.
Look at the setup.
User joined your channel.
Into shower.
Popa ji bolte. Popa ji. Oh, ha ha. Nikala tha bhai almost.
That was danger. Danger for just a moment. But when you're down so big in numbers,
बोलो
Sean,
Popa
it's so
stream बंद
difficult
करो,
to-
मैं बंद कर
you put
दूंगा.
yourself in a 1v4 like that.
एक दो गाली
It's
दे
difficult
देता
to
प्यार से
execute
पर
on.
अभी नहीं दे सकता
दो भाई
Really is, and that
These
is
old
भाई
days
भाई
team
गणेश गंगाधर का
EDG
स्ट्रीम
to
है भाई
start
नहीं दे
halves
सकता
well.
गाली भाई
It is massive. Getting the operator in Kangkong's hands,
Do you still
especially
have jet
when
necklaces?
has to be at the top.
छेद नहीं पता है ऐसोल बुलाया भाई मेरे को
He's already got
मैं
the
पूछा इसको
Marshall, I mean,
टैटू किधर लगाओ ये बोला
He's
छेद
going towards shower, and Doug, I think we're about to see a clip.
Well, remember, there was a flash at the beginning of the previous round for this exact spot. But
One
this
way
time
at the
it's a
corner.
smoke. He's, oh my god.
Oh, he
he
does
just
not care.
disrespects it, bro.
Do it again. You know what?
I mean, he might.
one more
Unreal. Smoggy taking out the solo short A lurker. That leaves only 3 players left. All
लगता है
3
EDG
right here
जीतेगा
in
क्या?
front of Hong Kong.
हाँ जैसा अभी तो लग ही रहा है ऐसे खेल रहा है
What? Kong teeing off on Loud. Slaughtering goats like this is an old ritual.
मतलब तू बोल रहा है लाउड को फनाटिक को हरा दिया पर अभी
And of course it's Kong. Who else?
Oh, Spectre ले ले, Spectre ले ले.
EDG with the 2-round lead and an excellent start to the second half.
ऐसा तीनों का अंदर
I don't know the value of it, but I have seen
आज audience क्यों नहीं है? Hurricane है bro.
In this tournament, I think he's one of the only players I've seen pop off with the Empress.
Sheesh.
But it's pretty wild that Hong Kong has this going into the bonus round right now.
I mean, we talked about in the first half how they were so close to having an orbital strike, but yeah, the Empress takes a little bit less. Just what a performance out from Kong.
Huge disadvantage. Despite having such a
Loud will win. Let's see, bro.
कन्नड़ा में पूछते हैं फिर मेरे को बोलते हैं क्या है पूछा मेरे को कन्नड़ा समझ में आना
You can afford to do that. They can afford to waste these smokes for map control. They're trying to get a reaction right now out of EDG. Snip out this setup. Where they are. The showers regress comes in and
hello night but
here with Sadak.
ये बोनस हार गया तो लौट घर जाओ हो गया ये मैं भाई सड़क 2-12 पे है भाई वो तो
dude Smoggy has an 8 as well. I mean as soon as they sniff out they've got to be careful. Yeah, Aspas I guess maybe not liking what's happening, not convinced that it's safe, takes a step back. They're going to rotate back B.
Sadak को कितने हैं check
अभी
how old is Sadak
but you could see the idea right
bro will EG in this time bro D1 बहुत फॉर्म में है जीतना तो चाहिए ये टूर्नामेंट में अच्छे फॉर्म में 3 टीम है अभी फनाटिक का पता नहीं EG and PRX अच्छे फॉर्म में बाकी टीम DRX भी ठीक है
PRX तो है भाई PRX तो है भाई बढ़िया फॉर्म में
The delay on this has been so good. They can't easily make their way out. This bonus very well may work off because there's still so much utility for them to play around. 13 seconds left. Oh! Still not out. And it's finally starting to gain some traction. You have the rifle advantage.
साड़क पे खेलते थे
अरे यार
अरे मेरा लैग हो गया
ओ
EDG the classic bonus EDG
बढ़िया है पर लेकिन आउट के लिए बुरा लग रहा है
on the B sides coming in Chichu snake bites were
कल भी
incredible
PRX से आ रहे थे
honestly,
यार
I
तुम्हारा
remember watching
कम्युनिकेशन
Palantine with the early flash just to clear Octagon, and I went, that's an audio cue.
Yes.
I mean, you have so much utility that you can use to delay this. I mean, you read that so well.
Yes, and I think, you know, everyone has been a little bit critical of Nobody and his util usage on this solo initiator role.
Yeah.
But right there, I think his guiding light made the play, right? It might not
God,
be
loud God.
It really didn't matter. They still ended up rotating towards B. The idea was there.
Right back to the action lab with 5 shares, just one player without armor, and that's Sadak.
game में ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
He's had some
cannot just abuse
on this very map in this tournament. EDG are just playing in a different form right now.
Interesting idea by Nobody right there, not wanting to use any of his util early. I think he's waiting for this Brim Smoke to go down, get some information in the mid round. You can see the flash right there outside of Hookah, get some info, and that's going to make Hong Kong cheat a little bit over towards this B side.
भाई मैं चिल्ला रहा था भाई पोपा
firmly right now.
आवाज आ रहा था मैं पकड़ ली ये आवाज किधर तो सुनो बेंगलुरु इधर आओ तुम
Flash getting a little bit of info into showers.
This definitely feels like it's heading towards this A site, and Hong Kong again is making the right decision. Third player at this A site.
Oh,
let's got that.
That's unreal. Smoggy with a really nice trade. We're going to have to see that on the replay. He repositions. That paranoia is going to cause some problems. He's got to push into the smoke, expecting Sadak there. The satchel.
Wait, what?
Each other. Smoggy had no idea. Dealt with the assassination style.
They've
lost control of the site. They've lost control of this round.
They shouldn't have lost this round.
Gorgeous post-plant setup.
Nobody flash मार के 2 kill मारेगा.
I don't know how to get back into this. It just went from bad to worse.
I think this is over.
Chichu 1v4. 2 rifles on the
Fine
other side.
Watch party kar raha
Aspas is weak, but when you have no idea of where he is, what are you gonna do with it?
कौन कौन खेल रहा था?
As they punch back.
कैप तो बना लिया भाई.
Wow.
भाई खेल लो क्या ये गेम
Cloud is
छोड़ के?
potentially out of this game.
तेरा स्ट्रीम बंद करना पड़ेगा
In
इससे.
and get the MasterCard.
नहीं टाइटल चेंज करूंगा
Aspas
बस.
now having the showstopper.
स्ट्रीम बंद करना पड़ेगा इसको.
कितने गेम खेलने वाले हो तो वो बताओ.
This is going to
उसके
be
ऊपर
a wild round.
तीन
Buckle
गेम
up
for
because
sure.
we have the orbital strike on
टीम
Kong,
क्यों बंद करना
with the
पड़ेगा?
Jumpers and op on Kong Kong.
Huh?
And I think we're going to see a double satchel ult coming
What?
out of Aspas right now.
अरे क्योंकि वो वॉच पार्टी का
Super
रूल्स एंड
heavy play
रेगुलेशन
towards
रहता है
long
ना.
B, potential stim peak on long.
चलो चलो ठीक है
Catch
खेलते हैं.
someone off guard, and that's where the
Let's
offense.
होने के बाद.
They're ready for it.
हाँ ये
Flash,
मैप होने के
Kong Kong
बाद.
takes the
Fair
line.
fair.
But a second flash, but he's quiet with it.
So smart. Doesn't want to give away that the op is in play. And the
Stream
jump
पर
spot
खेलो,
coming
stream
out of
पर ही
Chichu,
खेलेंगे.
it's a bait. The way they set him up for these shots too, he's in
Avangin.
big trouble here.
Can he connect? Yes, he can.
अच्छा पिक किया
Two is
bro.
again betrayed
सब
by
बॉडी
Justin
दिखाया सिर्फ. Fuck. अच्छा
How do
पिक
they
किया.
stabilize from here? You see Sadak is taking some space towards showers, but what else can you find? The spike just
Oh,
now
Hodang is
scooped
dead.
up.
Hodang is dead. Never mind, not anymore.
Les creeping forward. You've got a couple.
Oh,
members here. He's
no.
knocked out. He's knocked out.
Oh no.
Oh,
Even knife Smoggy once, but it just wasn't enough.
क्या कर दिया
वो
भाई?
दो सड़क हमारा.
Oh, for Loud, I mean, this
Gaya,
round
ye
just
gaya.
feels so labored.
How do? उसकी ये round 30 तक कर रहा.
I think it really hurt them losing two is like that. He has a really strong off angle, but that's the kind of stuff Kong Kong has been known to punish. So quick on the trigger.
30 seconds left.
This round's looking all but hopeless here for Loud. They're looking for a pick, but I don't know if EDG is going to even give it to them.
Oh, dire strangers.
Oh,
भाई
What
ये
have
कैसे
you
round
done,
निकल.
Sean?
How are these guys?
Massive
Nobody.
nobody plucking Aspas out of the sky.
Nobody.
I mean, he's got to be careful here. He's here by himself and he falls. The rotations are coming through. Kawanzin, 15 HP.
7, 6. The op
Spam him,
is
spam him,
rotating
bro.
Oh, just
Oh.
barely
No,
missing spike
no, no,
planted. Sunk into the soil of the site. Kawanzin with 4. Chichu's gonna have to
Kawazin.
1v2 this if he wants to pull this off. Kawanzin, 15 HP.
Yo, this guy is crazy,
to
right?
take the line. Kawanzin
Oh,
pull it
bro.
off. Yes, he
He's
does.
crazy, bro. He's
The
crazy.
ace for Loud.
It looks so improbable.
He's crazy, bro.
He had 15 HP on that last fight.
From the 3-on-5.
Bro, this is a comeback now.
Up short A, gets 2 picks.
This was
off the
EDG's
Seekers,
map, but not
follows them
anymore.
for the third. Takes out the
That's
fourth.
why I
Not
like.
anymore.
That is
Oh
an
my lord.
insane round from the young talent.
Kya
on
mara,
Loud.
bro?
I mean, he was dropping on that first. I don't know how he destroyed nobody there the way that he did, but this right here.
Sheesh,
I
drive
mean,
by.
the freaking fadeaway. What a shot!
Yes,
What a
Mara,
play out of
hey,
Loud.
And right after
Bhai, ye is-
witnessing that ace,
Loud
he
will
has
win
to
today.
take the second
Batao kyun?
timeout for EDG.
पापा
That
बताओ
is one
लाउड
that will
जीतेगा क्यों?
Definitely be a
अभी तो
blow
बोल रहा था
right to the
EDG
gut.
जीतेगा.
नहीं लाउड
EDG
आज
will
जीतेगा.
bounce back
बताओ
after
क्यों?
that.
क्योंकि एक
They're gonna
डिफरेंस है
be
वो
really
कोच को
scraping at the
दिखा है ना
bottom
उधर
barrel
है.
if they
वो
buy here.
क्लू है वो कोच का कैप.
It's mad,
क्लू
dude.
है.
Loud, and you
बताओ
know, we've
क्यों?
talked about this a little bit. I'm
देखा नहीं
convinced
मैंने.
that there's a little extra grit
तो
that ends up on a
लाउड
team
का
when you make
कोच
your way
ना
through Group D.
लाउड का
Because
कोच के
Loud
बाजू
have
में एक
two
बंदा
instances
बैठा
now,
है. वो
just in this
हमेशा
map, where
राइट
we
में
go,
बैठता
oh,
है.
wow,
आज
they're
लेफ्ट में
done.
बैठा है.
Right, they're not going to be able to regain their footing. They're not going to be able to
इसलिए
reestablish control. And they constantly just refuse to go away.
There's a reason, Doug, why heart of a champion is a saying. And Loud,
Yeah, true.
it doesn't matter that they have 2 new players. It does not matter. They have 0 quit in them. And when I watch them play, they almost never
ये कांग कांग
falter
पहले से ही
in
ऐसा
taking
खेलता
the
था या
reins.
इस
And
साल
the one
ऐसा खेल रहा है?
exception was the lock-in finals. That was the
Check.
only time that I have ever seen this team crumble in a big moment.
What a disaster that was. Historic. But Loud somehow
पहले
still
से?
looking to fight to stay alive to defend their title.
इस साल ना
Previous champions winners.
ऑफ नहीं बे मॉनिटर
Right
बोल
here in showers.
मॉनिटर आता रहा ना.
I think Kong Kong's going to try to just immediately get a pick.
Smoggy with Marshall, but that one way.
Oh,
causes
Go for it,
problems,
my god.
And you can't do the same thing Reina can do in a situation like that. You can't dismiss
Yeah,
out.
They are
Aspas is going
popping
aggressive. He's got the ult. He's paranoid. The ult
Oh, they
lands
don't
on
know. They don't
Smoggy.
know. They don't know Reyna. They don't know Reyna for sure.
How is he still alive? Finally dealt with by Aspas.
Aspas
And
my god.
EDG, now
Oh,
it's on them to
Chichu.
crumble unless Chichu can pull off a 1v4 and get the spike defuse.
कल भाई चीचू अच्छा
Sumali's
खेलता है
orb in
भाई.
hand. Kawanzin a little aggressive here on the
सब
pop
अच्छे खेलते हैं.
and the swing. And now you see the stack.
अच्छे खेलते हैं सब.
3 members here.
EDG में.
सब अच्छा खेलता है.
हाँ, सब अच्छे खेलते हैं.
गार्ड स्क्वाड में कौन अच्छा
She's
खेलता
thinking
है?
about it.
कार्ड स्कोर में पप्पा
पप्पा आपका मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं वैसे
huge rifle to save and no,
not interested at all.
I think they bought down in such a way to
comeback to
buy
दिया भाई
actually
Loud ने
into this 19th round.
insane comeback.
I want to say Smoggy might have had enough to. Yeah, he did. Okay, smart play by Smoggy right there. The reason why we saw the
भाई क्या
Marshall that
comeback
last
दिया
round,
bro.
he saved money in the bank to get that operator.
बस ऐसे channel Loud
It's
it
going
might
to
be
be a winning factor here. We saw him open up
Definitely
that
win.
previous 3-on-5
I
at
love
1B. It's just they couldn't convert it. Where is he going to go for this opening fight now? He wants to go fight out of hookah. Historically, this is a very difficult fight to take in a pro match, but no one, I believe, is going to be there to take.
Oh, he went a little late.
Oh, Sadak.
Why is he re-peeking?
Does the reaction come out loud? Les wants to go through this right now so bad.
Dude, they just invested Seekers too.
Oh, Sadak, baby.
And every inch that Seekers
Sean
takes
Garrett
away is
casting.
just space
Yeah.
that EDG is going to fill
आ जाओ
behind
तब
it.
लॉबी में आ जाओ गेम मिलने को
They've
भी
got him
टाइम
controlled.
मिलेगा
They've got him corralled. They have him in showers right now. They can't flip the map.
Around इस पे आता हूँ.
All of the info is in EDG's hands. And Chichu, I think it's on Chichu to not overextend right here.
Oh, hold on,
Smoggy
it's gone.
goes through short.
Passes less, gets the kill. And again, you still have to deal with the flank that Chichu's been on for what feels like an eternity.
I think this round is
Timing
over.
is everything. Aspas falls, all attention turned towards short, and that's when Chichu strikes. You see him creeping
भाई
forward, he's gonna have to
EDG
spike too.
जीत के घर
And this is
जाता
gonna
था
be the
इतने
round
टाइम
for
वो
him.
इको राउंड
I don't think Kalanzin has the eyes in the back of his head. He had a crazy three.
ओ भाई ये राउंड थ्रो हो गया
oh नहीं
What? Disaster!
throw
As everything fumbles! Kankan left alone.
ना
in a
राउंड
1v2 and
थ्रो
all
हो
of a
रहा
sudden,
है.
a
Throw
breath
करा
of
है, bro.
life for Loud.
30 seconds left.
क्या देख रहा हूँ मैं
How does Kankan pull
ऐसा
this
कैसे
off?
हो रहा है?
He's got to be quiet with it. He's got to be careful. He's got the
Oh,
element.
he has a read.
He's wise to it. He knows he's there. He's ready. He's got to catch
Oh,
the
nice.
swing.
Oh, the heal on the Reyna.
Seekers invested too and look at the reposition out from Kawanzin.
No Lears here.
Kawanzin creeping forward.
उसी के वजह से
Again,
हुआ
quiet
भाई
on the
मैं
approach.
बैठ जा कांका बैठ जा fuck it
Not a single
fuck it bro
sound
fuck it
made, and Kankang's gonna stick at the hole.
Kidding.
Oh my gosh! How was that not through?
He got that!
How was that not through?
That's insane!
Show me the
पहले
bar.
EDG ने
That
throw
is an
loud
insane
throw
round
कर
again from Kalanzin, Doug. I cannot believe
पहले
it.
पहले
He
EDG ने
might have
throw
15
करा
frags, but dear
फिर
God,
Loud
these are
throw
some of the
करने वाला
biggest
था
rounds
अभी
of this map right now.
bro
I cannot believe Loud just stole that round.
bro अरे दो नहीं तीन
Loud ने छीना है वो
What?
Where's the
छीना
gap?
है
I
भाई
don't see it. There's no gap there.
गैप ही नहीं था
What the
विन
f-
साइन आना था
Yesterday,
यार
bro
it's better to be lucky.
bro
than good.
how
I think Kalanzin has
bro
proved
this
this
is
both right now.
EDG's
That is
EDG win
insane.
bro even if
I mean,
Loud
for
win
such a
win this
pivotal round to go their way,
it's EDG bro
mere
EDG
milliseconds
का
the
राउंड था यार
decider.
EDG
And now Loud with control.
जीत के
EDG
भाई
on a
गैप ही
weird
नहीं
Bro,
है
it's Riot's fault.
जिसके अंदर
It's
जिसके
Riot's
अंदर
fault.
गैप ही
Two
नहीं
pistols and a
भाई
guardian for
that's the
Chichu.
diffuse
Oh, what a turn of events.
it's Riot's fault
No, really no real time to dwell for it either if you're EDG, because Loud were already knocking on P's door. The crunch is nice through teleporter.
it will be fair if
Very
EDG
weird
if
round
Loud
right now.
lose
They're
this
gonna
eco
flip
round
the map too. I mean, look at Loud.
No way. Do they know Aspas is?
Oh.
I mean, they know now. Chichu with nothing but a sliver of health, 1 HP, and Aspas still
oh MD
being a nuisance, being a problem. Eventually
Yeah,
needs his
equalize
demise,
ho
but
gaya, equalize
through
ho gaya.
all of that, Loud is taking the spike, and they're going back towards A.
game chana
Hold up, Doug. I think I've seen this before.
oh my hacks
I mean, they've upgraded weapons too, Sean. Kangang is a Vandal. Not like this.
Brim Molly, the Omen Blind. These are crazy pieces
Bro,
of detail
Sadak-
that could catch people out in the
time.
middle
भाई
of
मैं
the
कावाज़
open,
ही नहीं है
stall the
भाई
plant.
इधर नहीं निकल
I see
सकता
how it would be possible.
two is है भाई
Discipline
two
is
is
paramount here if you're EDG.
two is और ये भाई सड़क भाई
The rounds that feel the
सड़क
safest,
भाई
the rounds that feel the most
अरे
secure, are often the most
भाई
dangerous.
मारेगा कौन
Sadak with the paranoia, snapping onto nobody. He's gonna get so much
अरे,
more
अरे,
of a
अरे,
challenge,
अरे,
and
अरे,
Kong and
सड़क
Smoggy
भाई।
avoid
Paranoia मारने के
disaster.
लिए
Tie
Yeah,
us at 10, and remember, this was two stingers, a
fake
guardian,
किया।
and sheriffs.
एक पैरानोइड इधर फेंकता वो ये शाल्ट से पिक करता
Saying
chup.
that this is the round
Huh?
EDG wins.
हो सकता था ना कि नहीं पोपा बताओ पोपा
I mean, there has been so many rounds
इधर
where I
पे के
feel
ये
like
शाल्ट से
EDG
पिक हो
has
सकता था
आपने बोल दिया तो बस ना।
incredible
अरे पोपा नहीं पोपा
advantages.
मेरे को
आ
बोलना
जाओ
नहीं
भाई,
है
आ
आप
जाओ।
मेरा मजाक
believe
उड़ा
they
रहे हो पोपा
can't close them out. But then a round like this happens. And you're quickly reminded what keeps this team in the game. It's not the 3-on-5 plays. It's not all the crossfires. It's just incredible little micro plays. The skill across this EDG roster. It might be unmatched.
They've gone toe-to-toe with Loud up until this point. We're tied at 10 once more.
The Omen one-way showers again, putting a huge thorn in the side right now of EDG, and the short pop is happening.
From you, bro. I
Omen
expect this from
into
the
U-Haul and
not from you.
Ganesh lobby join kar.
They're gonna fully crunch though. This is gonna be really difficult for Loud. If you don't reestablish Shower's control, I think this is gonna be tough to hold.
ये map खत्म हो जाता था पापा अभी तक. Don't नहीं होता था.
Right here, dog.
EDG जीत के घर जाता था भाई already मैम.
You're absolutely right, but they've got to funnel him out because again, they don't have Shower's control. Now the pit's gonna have to be dealt with. Valentine is dropped, so they've got the flank. I mean, they're stuck in U-Haul.
The movement.
They're stuck in U-Haul, but Tui's and Aspas punch back.
How are they losing
2v2
this?
still
Oh,
play
that's
as
a
Aspas
fucking
drops it
damn
with the judge. Smoggy left alone. The Satchel to buy some time to reposition and take a different angle, try to isolate the gunfights. Tui's so weak. Smoggy orbital strike in his lap, has to take a step back, and there's nowhere to run.
अगर गेम आ गया तो मेरे तरफ से आप एक Alpenly में
ये rounds throw क्यों कर रहा है भाई EDG?
बहुत throw कर रहा है बहुत throw कर रहा है.
Again, these
ये alt
advantageous scenarios, they cannot close them out. They can't do
भाई
it.
अच्छा shot मारा. अभी देख आसपास मारेगा.
Aspas found so much value in the judge.
Shot baby.
That snap onto Chichu, I mean, secures the round.
एक नंबर शॉट मारा भाई.
I have to question that.
भाई लोग मुस्टैच कैसे छोड़ते हैं भाई? मेरे को confidence ही नहीं आता मुस्टैच छोड़ने का.
Taking free shots all over. No punish in sight right there. And now Loud.
Coach भी like भाई कैसे मार दिया.
ये skills को इधर डाले सब. क्या बोलते हैं? Neck के ऊपर इतना बाल है ना skills.
उठा के ले जाऊंगा. Breaking
bad. घूमो जाओगे.
That might be exactly what they're doing, Sean. You're absolutely right.
ऐसा इधर है बाल.
Nobody's holding the line. Valentine can't find a way out.
ऐसा इधर.
Octagon's not safe to go through either. That's a fake. Once more.
Neck और back पे इतना बाल है ना.
यार मेजेस्टिक कर स्पटे तक कर
तेरे मेजेस्टिक कर स्पटे.
ये तक कर होवरती नन मगने.
The player that gets the information for this composition.
मेजेस्टिक के लिए
right now,
ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಜನ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ.
Take an
ಡೈಲಾಗ್
absolute
ಮೆಜೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್
stab at this. They
ಕರೆಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು
have no idea what's going on across the map.
Yeah, but you can tell Loud have a plan here.
They left the spike though. Look at the spike.
Exactly. Sadak just put the spike down. So remember, they faked the teleport to
Oh,
suggest that they're going back A. They've cut noise. And now Sadak is going to make some presence A.
Oh.
Given that they're down in numbers, given that they don't have an initiator,
Oh,
they
nobody's
have to try to
no one is
manipulate
watching
this
this
and try
shit.
to marionette their way through the
क्या
round.
कर रहा है भाई Smoggy?
But can they do it?
भाई? Oh, Kangkung is here. Oh, Kangkung, my board.
It's on Smoggy. Smoggy.
Oh, he's got too many targets to deal with. He can't.
The player showers.
Oh, भाई निकाल दिया.
And now we're in a 2-on-2. This is anyone's game right now, dog.
Tui's just so weak. Sadak may be caught with utility out. You gotta be careful. The timing's not on your side. Nobody drops him. 10 seconds
No
left.
way,
Tui's
no way.
left in
If he
1v2
clutched
with
this.
nothing but a sliver of
निकाल दिया
HP.
भाई EDG ने.
11, and that's not gonna be
EDG.
enough. Nobody gets 4.
तो पीछे ही चल
And
रहे
of
हैं ना.
course,
पे हूँ
we're
भाई.
tied once
अरे
more.
YouTube में fast आता है. Twitch में late आता है.
Up by 2 and you win, Type, and they're not down. This is just going back and forth at this point. This is insane. The fights happening across the map.
Dude, you called that stuff
Dan जो
out
तो
of
बोल
blue
रहा
to
था
2,
ना
and it
पहले
was
से ही
perfect.
था. अभी YouTube पर 2x
They
करेगा ना.
couldn't find any space out of
Twitch
blue.
से
They
आगे
couldn't
चला
find
जाता
any
है.
space out of Octagon.
He's Sadak from India,
And
no
that
bro.
forced Loud into this
भाई
disastrous
सड़क पे
situation
भाई
where they were discombobulated and they were
देखो इंडियन
indecisive
भी
on
दी
it.
है. मतलब ओम साइर आपकी टैटू
Final timeout of regulation coming in.
भाई
Fraud,
Indian
taking
like
one for
जो
Loud.
हमारा
We
religion
saw
है
what
वो
he was
लोग follow
capable of
करते हैं.
in that first half. The adjustment coming in
बहुत
so
भगवान हो
quick.
गया.
के उसके टैटू पे
So excited
उसके
to
हाथ
see
पे
what
लिखा है
he's
राइट
calling
हैंड या
out
तो
of this
लेफ्ट हैंड पे
timeout. I
ओम
think
साई
the
राम लिखा
B
है.
site is shut down for business.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest here,
वो
Doug,
इंडिया आया होगा
but here's
कभी
the
तो
thing.
लगा.
If I'm after on EDG,
भाई OT
I
जाएगा
know
ये.
that as well.
भाई आप
And
अच्छा
there
इधर.
could be a little bit of reverse psychology. There could be some mind games going on.
What about his tattoo? बता
I think what could happen right now is a potential A fake into a B pop. Just because EDG will believe this is going to be an A round. And they will rotate as if it were an A round. So something like that is definitely in the cards, and it would certainly work really well right now for Loud coming out of this timeout. LETTSSS pit. I mentioned it before. This pit on bind is very difficult to deal with.
We got to take a look at the money situation too, as we're so near the end of this map. Les, we talked about his pit, and fortunately he has the pit, so he can be a little bit safer, but all he has is a steal.
Really hookah pressure going to come in right now. Counting and Aspas. To his single goal right now is if someone pushes long or a guiding light comes down, get hit by it, make a presence. Nothing does, so he's immediately heading back to this A side. Light hookah pressure. I don't think they have any intentions of going B this round, though.
Fortunately for EDG, they have 3 members A. That's where all of Loud seems to be headed.
I think at this point also EDG has realized he's a solo showers lurker. I think they're going to take the fight right now in this mid range.
Sonic gets the first of paranoia. He somehow eventually dies. Nobody on the reaggress. Loud just crumbles. Wow. They get obliterated as EDG find themselves on map point.
And just like that, they take the lead right at the finish line. But Loud, they played that smart. They left enough in the tank for a buy here on this last round. They purposely half bought down right there. Doc here missing a paranoia, which I'm going to be honest, I think that's a really big piece, as well as a boombot. Stim for a lack of a quick long peek. There's a lot of stuff actually missing. At Loud's purchases right now. Triple push short. The first sign of aggression comes in the last round.
Kong gets an op. You hear it rattled off, sending a shiver down their spine. There's the swing out. Smoggy getting the best of less. And they take a step back. EDG looking to go for the jugular, but it's countered back.
I think that's a light win for Loud. The 4-on-4. They found the Brimstone. That's the stall in this comp. They don't have 3 controllers.
Sonic has to stay alive here. Sonic has to stay alive. Just narrowly going wide.
And more importantly, though, that keeps Smoggy at this A site. So what is the play from Loud right now? You can see they are just at a snail's pace right now on this mini-map. They are slowly moving towards A.
Meanwhile,
getting so much space in showers.
Well, he's got to be careful though. He's by himself. You were mentioning Smoggy a moment ago. He rotated back A.
They're gonna know only one player is at this A side. They are gonna pounce so fast.
But can he do it again? Op in hand. No, doesn't even get a shot. Aspas drops him and now he scoops it up. Loud in a position to take us to OT.
Smoggy showstopper.
And that's really not a surprise. You're right. The nade first. Aspas repositioning. 3v3, it's just the showstopper. 2's 1 point away from the orbital strike.
Bhai 2 is bhai kidhar dekh rahe ho?
Bhai
spoiler de lo papa.
First clear. The flash. Aspas with the clean movement. Getting away. Staying alive. Potentially preserving the round as nobody's on the flank. 2's dropped. And they've got Aspas and Kawanzin corralled. There's nowhere for them to go. Smoggy with 4 and EDG take bind.
What a map from EDG! I can't believe it! After losing all of those advantageous scenarios, wasting all, it doesn't matter. You get shot in the face, you die. You die, Doug. That's how this works.
Radiant
नहीं हो भाई,
मैं immortal हूँ. Radiant है तू भाई.
Bren was right.
Wow.
अरे सच्ची गेम नहीं मिलेगा वो GS1
going in favor of EDG. Ascend on the other side. We'll be right back.
आईडी पासवर्ड क्या है? अरे साइन आउट क्यों नहीं हो रहा है?
When you play an actual ranked game, it's 50 minutes, but how much are you actually shooting? With Aim Labs, you can compete in over 1,000 tasks that will prepare you for any scenario in any game. So the new ranked season, you play, you get points, you can compare yourself to your friends. With Aim Labs' new one-to-one Valorant maps, you get instant feedback on how to get better crosshair placement, better peak efficiency. You can also instantly modify existing tasks with Discovery. Get started today by downloading the Aim Labs for free and join millions of other satisfied players.
Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull gives you wings.
Game. EDG.
लगता है 1 मिलियन होएगा मैं PewPew भाई लव यू यार बाइंड इज ऑल द गेट बिंग्स भाई चलेगा यार भाई सेक्सी खेला लेकिन यार EDG ने सच्ची बोल रहा हूँ मस्त खेला मेरा दिल एकदम परफेक्ट जगह पे ट्रिपल कंट्रोलर मेटा जस्ट डिस्ट्रॉयड हाँ वो लोग घुस गए पता नहीं कैसे वो लोग घुस रहे थे स्मोक थ्रू है ना प्रॉपर रीड करके ना वो लोग घुस रहे थे और कोई भी स्मोक के आसपास नहीं खेला क्योंकि आसपास स्मोक नहीं खेला लेकिन आसपास स्मोक नहीं खेला तो स्मोक के आसपास कोई खेल ही नहीं पाया बिग ब्रेन किया है EDG ने समझी तू समझ में આવી છે कि નથી છે આવી નથી છે लगता है
खड़े रह
भाई हमारे हिसाब से जियो का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आ रहा है बस इसको बंद करो पिंकी भाई इनका गाना सेक्सी सेक्सी रहता है
ब्रो
अबे क्या आपके पास रेड बुल्स है
व्हाट्सएप किया देखो
किधर गया विशाल भाई ने व्हाट्सएप किया
खत्म हो गया तुम मत बोल
विशाल भाई ये है मेरे पास
है ये है ये नहीं
2700 AD मतलब कितना होता है विशाल भाई थोड़ा महंगा हो गया लगता है ये हेलो 2700 AD मतलब बहुत महंगा हो गया ना हेलो एलेक्सा how much is 2700 AD to INR minus YouTube 30% minus government taxes The total amount comes to 100 rupees.
63,000.
100 रुपए का माल है। दो बाकी है ना दो बाकी है बात तो दोनों का टोटल कर रहे हो ठीक है लेकिन मेरे पास वो है ये है मेरे पास सिमिलर है लेकिन ये है
बराबर
Thank you very much. Paper thin here with EDG's coach after taking map number 1. Now after, I just want to ask you real quick, you guys are on the precipice of getting to your best finish ever at an international event.
विशाल भाई मेरे को लगता है अगर आपकी पत्नी को मालूम पड़ा ना आपके गिफ्ट्स के बारे में तो उसका डबल आपको उन्हें गिफ्ट करना पड़ेगा मेरे को लग रहा है सीधा गुच्ची LV में लेके जाएगी डियर विशाल भाई के लुमड़े 4 हो जाएंगे
I think we on
Let me know what you want.
definitely lose some rounds.
Chat बता यार क्या चाहिए यार मेरे को?
So definitely if we can fix this, I think we can pick up the win.
All right, great. Well, congratulations and good luck on the next map. EDG looking to close it out 2-0. Back to you guys.
They're looking to repeat history here at Champions. Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Yingsu. I'm here with Mimi and Brent. Honestly, for a while there, I thought Loud are going to take this. They look pretty good as the half switch. But Mimi, talk me through. How did EDG win that in the end? What happened?
Fantastic question. I've been wondering myself what the answer to that one is. It was a ridiculous game all across the board.
भाई कल ही 8000 AD का shopping हो गया उसके.
Little step-ups in the late rounds. They were pushing people over the line. Sidhak pulling out a smoke backside. Nobody pushing to a smoke try and winning rounds. It was a game that I think in the first half was a lot about the strategy and the comps. But this second half, I think a lot of it came down to these crazy clutch situations. And that's just where EDG is excellent.
But they thrive. It really
6 महीने में एक बार ऐसा किया और सुना रही है देख लो.
I think Loud kind of ran out of ideas and gas a little bit as well on their attack side. The composition for triple controller, it encourages you to slowly take that map control over time.
याद कैसे रहेगा? There is nothing.
Trying to accelerate over towards short or whatever. I think maybe you got the paranoia, but really you're missing some other pieces if you're initiating on point with it. And they really did struggle, I think, as well. They were getting bogged down consistently. Chichu just saving. He had those snake bites in multiple instances where he was just bogging them out. Got an absolute chokehold, just buying time for the rest of the team.
Yeah, and also, of course, the debut of Kong's reign. What did you guys make of it?
I thought it was really good. I mean, it's just a role that makes sense for this guy. He's dropping 300 CS. This guy's ridiculous. You set up that he's probably going to op a lot, and he did. And I thought they used it really well. On defense, using their Viper utility to get him forward on angles to get a lot of critical opening picks. And on the attack side too, playing with when he's opping, when he's not, and really forcing Loud to kind of play with expectations. And I was really impressed by that. I thought it was very well called by Haodong into when they were using the op, when they weren't, and where they were positioning.
That was my big point, is actually using that, because so many teams are just counter-striking now, checking the money, holding tab, looking at how much they've got in the bank, and expecting an operator every single round that Kankan can afford it. And when they were mixing in the rifle rounds and still playing slowly, it conditioned your opponents to think, guys, they're contacting with Kankan with an operator in this round. There were those early instances where they had the rifles in hands, and they were still making the plays, and they were getting away with murder until scale up effectively into certain areas. Really good map overall by EDG, really nice clutch moments. And I wonder which direction the series is going to go into, because I think
4090 Ti baby.
does favor Loud as we get deeper into
50 Ti, let's go.
Yeah, and speaking of Kongkong, here he is in the aim lab.
मेरा चल तो रहा है ये वाला.
Moving on to the second map, we're probably going to get the Aspas versus Kongkong. Jet
तो भाई तेरा दिमाग भी नहीं चल रहा है.
I think we should expect it, and it's going to be great because already the battle between the two was excellent. People have been critiquing Aspas about his play on other agents besides the Jet, in particular at Tokyo. But I thought he was been great on pretty much every agent thus far here, and it was no different on the race. But still, that Jet is always going to be his starring role. This is though where Loud should feel comfortable. They've always been great on Ascent. It's always the map that they can go to in these late games to close out series. But for EDG, I actually have liked some of the things they're showing on their Ascent thus far. I think Haodong is a caller again. It's gotten a lot better at mid-rounding on the attack side as of late.
They're really proactive, actually, I think, as well, in terms of how they play the map and trying to take space actively to try and get that mid-round information to play off of. So I do wonder, when Fro was talking about the amount of preparation they've done ahead of this match, the amount of VODs they watch their opponents, how much that does come down to Ascent, because if they can catch that out, if EDG ends up trying to, reclaim
सोफा मंगवा लो काम आएगा. अरे सोफा नहीं चाहिए यार. सोफा क्या नहीं है, हमेशा बोलेगी सोफा बहुत पटी करना.
Shut that down pretty heavily.
Yeah, and speaking of fraud, he is standing by right now with paper thin.
विशाल में मैंने आपको सेक्सी आइडिया दिया, फुल ऑफर वाला. अरे यहाँ से नहीं हो रहा.
Back again here now with Coach Fraud from Loud. Tough loss there on map number 1. What's the message to the team going into Ascent to help get them to slow down and maybe take down EDG coming into the next map?
Just stick to our guns. I mean, we have a good understanding of how they like to play. We practice a lot against them as well. So for us, it's really just focusing on some of the things that we spoke about. And being a little bit more, I want to say disciplined, but just being a little bit more communicative and smarter towards the end of the rounds, because we just got to come out shooting, and hopefully we take this win.
All right, Grell, good luck on the next map, brother. We'll see you later. Take care. All right, well, that is Loud's Coach Fraud. We're going to throw it back over to you.
iPhone ले.
Thank you very much. They do have a great chance on ascent, but Mimi, what did you
membership
make of
वो
what Frog had to
membership
say?
कर ही नहीं पा रहा रे.
The biggest issue there, he's spot on.
Membership
It's
करने
the
वाले
late
विशाल
rounds.
भाई. एक
And it's
idea
Loud
सोचा
making,
लेकिन
I
tax
think,
वालों को
some
कैसे
individual
समझाऊं वो मैं
mistakes, some
सोच रहा
mistaken coordination. We started the day by really
हूँ.
bigging up how good
Valorant
Loud has
Edition
been in
4
those
और
moments with
iPhone
the
हो
coordination.
जाए.
But
दोनों
I
नहीं
felt
चाहिए
like
क्योंकि
players
ये
were going
4
off
का
trying
आता
to make
था.
an individual play.
और
And at
iPhone में
times it
use
was
नहीं
working out for players like Cow and Zine. There's also a lot of rounds where someone's dying for no reason. Things are slipping away. But like the casters were talking about, if there was a team to bring things back, it'd be Loud. They're great in these elimination moments. And the Prime Gaming Agent select, no surprises.
No surprises. I oohed because I was like, ooh,
Can you sit down? ऐसा लग रहा है वो विक्रम और विताल वाला feel आ रहा है.
We do get a lot of these
sitting down on back.
Yeah, and I think it's going to come
I
down
gave
to
it
again
this
just
now.
the reading the tendencies that Loud have on EDG. Like I said, they get
That
proactive on
दूसरा
their
वाला
defense
ये
side.
निकाल रही है,
A
ये
lot of the
निकाल
clearing,
Chair
but
पर change हो
one of the
जाएगा.
biggest
ये
highlights
निकाल,
of this
ये
has to
निकाल.
be
ये
again
chair
that
का
ये
Kang
निकाल, ये
Kang
बात
Aspas
ही रहो.
jet head to head. That battle is taking
chair
place.
change
This is an
होगा.
निकालना है
elimination
इसका
game. It's for
पीछे से
top
zip.
4.
निकालना.
It's for really going a distance that EDG have never gone before. A
Valo
finish in this
figurines.
tournament, or at least a
ये कहाँ
minimum
मिलेगा?
finish that really they've just
मिल
been setting their
जाएंगे
sights
दुबई
on from the get-go.
In Tokyo, beating Loud was the catalyst for EDG to start the run
मैं
at a
आज तक
global
Valorant
event
को
where people
देखा
really
नहीं.
believed that they could do it, that they could compete for trophies. If they could do it again here against a Loud who is in much better form, against a Loud who a lot of people predicted to be a top 3, top 4 team in this event,
PS5
I think that's the
loads
moment where
FIFA.
EDG goes from a breakout contender to someone who you can actually start to consider for a trophy.
I mean, it's the same thing for Loud. When this roster formed, you know, everybody had really high hopes of them. They won
Guys,
Americas.
Vishal bhai often in the chat
Championship,
चाहिए part
in
से.
this tournament, they have to win this map if they don't want to be eliminated right here, right now. Doug and Sean, let's see if we can indeed go the distance.
ये इसका वो वाला पागल
They
होने
say,
वाला.
Sean, that history has a tendency to repeat
Buns
itself.
by coming up
EDG finds themselves in a
huge.
position
Yay,
once more to
yay.
do something outrageous to Loud, and that's eliminate them from a global tournament when nobody expected it.
भाई.
Thank God they got off that
Finals
breach
के
call,
time पे
because
करना.
I couldn't
थोड़ा-
imagine
थोड़ा-
seeing
थोड़ा.
Sadak
Oh,
breach
bye.
all,
Huh?
you know, all of EDG and nobody
Later.
get a 3K, because that's what happened in Tokyo,
Finals के
and it
time
made me vomit in my mouth.
देखो
But
चालू
here
हो
we
गए
go.
कितना
Wow,
स्मार्ट हो ना
They
तुम लोग.
are
That's smart
really
though.
poised
हो
to
तुम लोग.
fight in the middle
That's
of the
smart
map right
though.
now. This is
इतना
Just
smart
saying,
मेरा पति
like
होता
ने
है.
किया तो नहीं मिलता है, याद रखना. ऐसे नहीं होता. मेन आपको लाइक करना पड़ेगा और allow gifts करना पड़ेगा.
Sadak leaning a little bit towards A with an early knife, and that's going to allow 4
मेरा
players
तो नहीं
to
हो रहा
fight in mid.
विशाल भाई 10 kg aim दे दो बिंग्स को. Excuse me.
I wouldn't think so. But we'll see. EDG on the attacking
भाई
side.
Jet versus Jet क्या feel आ रहा है?
3 goes for the aforementioned.
ये मैप Loud जीतेगा लग
Loud
रहा है
have
मेरे
3
को.
ghosts of their own.
Oh, that turret doesn't spot.
Dude, that's no way. How?
How
That's so
dude?
close.
वो ऊपर नहीं गया उसका.
Chichu's waiting
turret.
just on the other side of it. Aspas with the crosshair train. Trigger aches for the touch, and it's not connecting. Aspas. That paranoia is so good, but the dart is better. You're absolutely right.
मैं बोला था ना
They're
EDG
gonna continue
जीतेगा.
to brawl through tree. The dash forward up from Kong, and he decapitates Sadak.
What an
मैं बोला था ना.
amazing to bust open the quad mid-stack.
How to allow membership. अभी एक gift का sign आएगा.
I
उस
mean,
पे
this
click
has
करके allow
all the
membership.
makings of another
गया.
flawless round, and that's
भाई मैं
exactly
बोला था
what it is,
EDG
Sean. A
जीतेगा
prime
baby.
game flawless for EDG as they open up a set
क्या
with
दिया
a
बैच?
bang.
I don't know how that turret wasn't spotting the cat. It looked like a disaster
Bro,
in
Ash
the
करो.
making.
Well, what's
Ash
mad too is
करो.
that they didn't even really capitalize
Guys,
on it at
जिसको
first. You
भी
saw the first
gifted
shots
मिल
were
रहा
a
है,
little,
please
a
make
little
sure
wide, and they don't
Only
connect
Vishal
with the
Thanks
bounce.
Vishal
He's
bhai,
just
not
so
me.
good.
It is not from my side. It is from Vishal bhai's side. So please tag him and give
Vishal
some
bhai,
loves. समझ रहे हो?
You see the
chat
buyout
में
for
hi
Motor
थोड़ा
Gaming.
love दो.
Bulldogs,
Love.
Marshall,
समझ रहे हो?
I
Love
think
दे,
वो-
love
वो-
दे.
and then a
वो
Guardian in the
high
hands
से
of
नहीं
nobody.
होगा, वो विशाल
This
भाई
is the
OP
base
दिखेंगे
setup
तो
you're
ही
going to see a
मिलेगा.
Vishal
lot
bhai
here
OP,
on
बराबर,
SMG.
बराबर.
Omen and
Plus 1.
KO both starting towards
Big
this
brains.
A side.
Code word
Just
Vishal
saw
bhai
this
OP
out
है.
very good with
Yeah,
one way is
उससे
at
वो
A
डाला
main.
हुआ है.
The shift actually coming in
Igon
from
के
Loud.
वहाँ पे
They're
high
reading
चल रहा है,
a
यहाँ
B
पे
hit, and boy, are they right?
Where's Chichu's turret?
अब मिल सकता है.
Ah,
It's a very interesting turret. They
it
were
is.
playing it off of it for the push. Here comes the B hit, and they're
वो देख Killjoy क्या कर रहा है.
5,
वो
Doug.
ऊपर टर है वो देख रहा है.
two of them still haven't joined on the side. If they can find a timing to pop out from the smokes, this could be everything. They've got a flash that they can swing out with. Kawanzi being able to hold the first before falling, and then you see the kills just trading back and forth. Kong pushing forward, 3K on the round for him. Unaware of where LETTSSS is. And of course, it would be a nice round if you can pull this off. One bullet, one target. Can it deliver? LETTSSS on the Smoggy drops some EDG.
Let's go.
Smoggy at 19 HP and he just hits him with the
Easy
swing.
कितना close
Boom,
था.
dodges that shot. Felt like I was watching Nia right there for a second. That was so dicey for EDG.
Kangkang यार sexy खेल रहा है. God bless him.
Bonus. Not looking very powerful.
No.
ये देखो यार.
Again, that swing, bro. That's so bold.
That's very, very bold given his HP right
Vishal
there.
bhai, OP
Balancing
is
with his Odin on
the
B. We see it all the time.
okay.
Playing off of the turret. So turret makes contact. He Odin spams everyone to death. Also has this dart. And Aspas with the super advanced positioning. So turret first contact. Aspas second contact. Odin spamming also.
Only Vishal bhai
That's
OP.
a pretty ridiculous setup on B.
And EDG
Thank you Vishal bhai for 16,000 rupees worth of gifted. It's a very, very, very big amount. Thank you so much.
I hope so.
That's
मेरी जान भी बच गई.
बहुत ही ज़्यादा exhaust हो रखा हूँ यार.
How did they not see each other in that situation? Kangkang is taking so much damage. 4 members of Loud are here. Remember the gun advantage that they have. It's just Kangkang lit up. Kalamzin pushing forward with the Odin, and they're able to keep them back. What? Chichu nicely done to get one, but that's all it's going to be.
एक smoke में fail
flood out
पूरे
towards
EDG को.
Such a well played round by those two players on A. It looked very scary. When Kangkang got past the KO Molly, the fragment grenade, it looked like it was a coin flip at that moment, but the stall smoke on site, the spray to stall them out also at the door, allowed the rotate to come into heaven. Really, really well played by those two. Again, Kangkang still one off of Blaze.
Like करो जिसने stream like नहीं किया guys.
Goodbye for EDG with another punchy round at very least after even if they were to lose this round.
Thank you once again.
Dart to clear out mid, smoke on Cat, and Kangkang has a lot of pace going up mid right now.
Les has to be careful here. The knife tags him. The alarm bot is cleared.
Suppress ने दिखाया alarm bot किधर है.
That's a lot of info. They know that KJ is inside there of market. Kangkang breaks the alarm bot, and you can see what it does to the rotations. It forces Sadak to rotate over towards spawn, makes the A side weak, and that's what gets the one-way on Cat.
There's a lot of info that Aspas' position is getting right now. He was able to take the deep line into Wine.
Ooh.
Hold A main, but they want to end back B.
Yeah, look at out on smoke at the door of
Bhai,
A.
read अच्छा है.
Back to A, and now we're in a mid B split. They're hitting a very weak B site.
Remember Loud and how fast they were on their flood in the previous round, and yeah, that was with the gun advantage. But this time it's going to be a little bit more delayed. They haven't rotated quickly enough.
Read अच्छा है,
Kalamzin trying to delay the push. It's not going to be by utility, it's going to be by the Odin. Kangkang already dropped, looking for the swing on the second splash. He's dead. Smoggy with nothing to do there. A great flash up from Sadak. And Kalamzin's already got the third. This spam is just so oppressive, Sean.
They had the right sight. They did all of the right things.
By sexy mara be.
But they could not account for Kalamzin and this Odin. Spots the two coming up. Lane.
He's got a little help here. 63 HP, he was able to reload, and really the onus is on EDG with just 10 seconds left. They've got to clear what's happening back site. The dart swings out, Howdong's already dropped, nobody with nothing but 12 HP. Clock is going to expire, see if he can take any kills with him. No, he cannot. We're tied at 2.
And thank you, Favi. Best to upload. Thank you.
Yeah.
His hold back on site was everything.
The rotate was able to.
भाई यहाँ पे एक को spam भी दिया था यार, वो नहीं दिखाया लोग
So long, a stall smoke as well.
ये नहीं, इसके पहले जो घुसे थे ना, तभी सोवा को spam पड़ा था.
Better be holding that, given the fact that their rotations were absolutely shredded by EDG. Like I said, you know, even though EDG
हमें कोई गिफ्ट 2000 का गिफ्टेड देगा, ओम भाई घर जाएंगे मेरा.
Look, thrifty right here for them. Kangkang's gonna pop this blade storm really early.
They've got 4 sheriffs. I mean, I feel like there's a here, but I mean, I'll take the bait a little bit.
हो गया गिफ्टेड खत्म. हेलो गिफ्ट खत्म हो गया. मेरा बर्थडे लव.
ये सब पिस्टल चला रहे हैं.
थैंक यू बॉक्स पे.
सारे पिस्टल चला रहे हैं.
अभी तक हाई ही चल रहा है गाइस, कुछ और
गरीबी देख लो भाई.
गाइस खत्म हो गया है. 100 लोग को गिफ्टेड मिल चुका है. वो लोग ने थैंक यू भी बोल दिया.
Blades, the sheriffs, it's all about catching something slipping, right? Trying to catch a timing. You see nobody there, trying to catch some space off of the drone.
भाई अगर इसने 30 HP में मारा ना मान
into defender spawn, and that leaves everything wide open right now for Kong Kong. He is on a mission right now.
That's a gun.
That's an op.
Yeah. Is that really what you want in this situation, though? It is Kong Kong, though, so we'll see. Les has already dropped 2, and he may just make that a non-factor.
गिरा दे, ऑप गिरा दे, ऑप गिरा दे.
Right, a 1v4 with the op. Not happening.
ऑप क्यों नहीं गिरा?
Kawanzine is, I feel like he's tallied up close to what, 10 kills in the last 2 rounds? Maybe not quite 10.
Yo, ऑप क्यों नहीं गिरा उसने? WhatsApp.
Yeah, getting the Hunter's Fury online as well. He beat the lockdown coming out of Chichu. And nobody does have the Hunter's Fury to counter out LETTSSS. But do they opt to do that? Sometimes we have seen teams try to use the Hunter's Fury to enter the sites.
Right.
And then they have plans in the mid-round to maybe push the standard lockdowns, right? Push into tree if you take A. Push into A heaven. Create a lot of chaos. We could see something like that coming out of this timeout.
So we'll see what the players get. EDG calling their first timeout of the game. Kawanzine has been a pest.
New map incoming.
So
New
difficult
map?
to deal with in these last couple of rounds with the Odin.
Path side
They
path.
didn't have a buy in the previous round. So we'll see how things look now. You mentioned the Hunter's Fury that has to be discussed from nobody. They've also got a couple of players on EDG, Sean, that are close to having their ults online. Chichu's
कोई
very
है
close to
ऐसा
his.
VALORANT का
Smoggy's
चीज
just
जो
2
मैं नहीं
points off of
करूँगा
having
चैट
his
क्या
ult man, so they have some tools here.
VALORANT fanboy हूँ मैं patch.
Now this is a pretty pivotal timeout.
I'm making a separate video of lineups and all.
Looked pretty good earlier on in this tournament. I watched them on the
done.
set. But it was a lot of hero plays. Nobody coming out big in some
all
of the really key rounds of the half, like the bonus, the pistol, having ult value. So this is a round I'm looking for him to come online.
Map ball, ये वाला loud.
Standard spread across the map right now for EDG. That's a
Yeah,
knife that's
ये
gonna
वाला
go
loud.
above market. It could catch Aspas.
Yeah, he has the
आसपास
op. Is there a
jet पे I
challenge?
trust.
Maybe Kong Kong peaks?
भले एक kill पे.
He should be holding for this jump spot. He's not gonna get it.
Dart not tagging him. There's the knife. There it is. No
13
dash
too
found.
loud,
Is there going to be a challenge? No.
But very aware
भाई
of
ये
where this
अच्छा
operator
timing
is.
पकड़ रहा है बे हर
In
चीज
the
का.
middle of the map. They know to put pressure that they now know the KO is also on B.
Sentinel
So
लेना
the
चाहिए था
A
इसको.
setup.
Oh, that was so close. Nobody's got to be careful here. He
No,
took the
dude.
bait. It was a
EDG
tantalizing
मेरा
temptation to have
वरना challenge
to have
dance
Aspas out there
dance
to be
in.
taken.
bro.
He just wasn't able to
Loud.
convert on it.
इसलिए तो रियल लाउड को लीड बनानी पड़ेगी यार पूरी ना पहले सही से तभी मैं सबसे लाउड जीते
Spawn, Sadak is here.
कि
He's ready.
पिछले
He's
मैप में भी
waiting.
लाउड ने कमबैक तो करा पहले से
Down to second falls.
वो कंसिस्टेंस नहीं करता वो तो
Aye, that's criminal.
विशाल वजह सिंह आपने कांगकांग का एम देखा अभी?
Retreating
किया
very,
no,
very
dude.
passively. So he's up in heaven, along with Kawanzine. Hadong
भाई
looking
ऐसा
for
लग रहा था
anything,
तीनों मैप देख रहे थे ना?
trying to create presence, trying to put
नहीं?
pressure on this A site. If you look,
बहुत slow reaction
he
था.
has the spike, and he's just praying someone just slips.
Yeah, give him a free one.
Yeah.
अरे
संजय भाई, thank you for the 5 gifted. आपने चैट
They're
की
just so disciplined.
successfully वापस बुंड मार
They're
दी.
going to rotate back towards A, and yeah, the spike is likely going to go down.
मार को.
हाय लिखो
But you can't imagine it holds on for long. Hardong has to
Guys,
go
पट
massive
से
here in
गिफ्ट
this
मिला है.
smoke, and he can do
संजय भाई
nothing.
को ऑफर कर दो जिसको भी
Smoggy left by
5 जन को
himself.
मिला है.
He was
Please
able
make
to
sure
drop
to
the
thank
first.
him.
A little bit of a bold approach. The second is there. He's got a shot at this. Oh my gosh.
भाई कितना close.
45 HP. Oh, that was uncomfortably close.
Shit.
I don't even know how that got so close.
क्या close था?
Oh, Loud avoid disaster and take the round. I also think, Sean, that was a very important round for Loud.
अरे हमारे
because
नसीब
that's
में
now
नहीं है.
2
चैट
times
सुनो.
where we've seen
सबसे
mid
main
presence
वो
via
gift का जो icon है,
the alarm bot being cleared
पे
out or by
क्लिक
space
करके allow
taken,
gifts
and
करना
Sonic
और
rotates
दूसरा
back to
stream को
spawn.
like
Yes.
करना.
Right,
तो
so
ही
now
तुम्हारे
he's seen,
chances है.
not
ठीक
only
है.
is that the correct way to be playing this, but he knows that EDG is
भाई
going
अच्छा
to
खेला
try
बे.
to push and take that space.
Ace था
I
बे
think
उसको
EDG's game plan
almost.
right now might be to take fights
Yeah.
into
Fuck.
Sadok, actually. Looking at how they're
Almost.
approaching
Ace
it,
था यार
a
almost.
lot of mid plays
Pretty
into
रह गया
spawn,
ये.
mid plays into cat hits,
Yeah.
mid plays into B. And
हो गया gifted
there's
खत्म हो गया
some
gifted खत्म हो
fights
गया.
to the rotators in those scenarios.
What is this
EDG
scale
का
start from Loud?
ये
Ryu
क्या
towards
बोलते हैं
B, and
अपना
Sadak was, I mean, essentially there as well.
Early drone into mid.
नेट से नेट चल रहा है इसके अंदर ज्यादा कर ये नहीं हो रहा कि लेकिन मैं राउट से थोड़ा ना डिसमोल्ट किया
This is an insane trap play. Chichu is in big trouble.
There's the flash.
they played
There was the swing.
pretty well in
What a setup.
More
Dude,
of
they've
my
got the
shit.
read on what EDG are trying to do right
but
now.
now
But this is an A
आपने
plot.
they are
गिफ्ट किया
just
मैंने
doing
नहीं
All
किया
alone. This is looking like a lockdown retake.
He wasn't alone for long.
तो विशाल भाई ने किया
Zach and Les are already here.
पांच
And Tui's is able to drop the first on his own.
Right through the smoke. Another first death going nobody's way. And this lockdown.
Now
is
the problem is there is a
very,
KO
very
ult.
difficult for EDG to contest.
There is a
Borderline
killjoy ult.
impossible. There it is. The lockdown used Chichu. Everything exploding in front of him. The flash as he tried to get
वो लोग को
a
पता
gift of a
था
kill.
thank you
Not able to connect. Yeah, but I mean, there's still so many things they're gonna have to deal with,
probably
and there's just no way. Kongkong's gonna have to 1v4 to pull this off. They've gotten close to it. And there's just no way to pull that off, though.
ये राउंड नहीं जीत सकते तेरे बहुत अल्ट
The
था
rounds early
वो तो
on for
नसीब
EDG.
now
I can see
तो
what
ने
they're going for. And
हेल्प किया अगर वो भी अल्टी मारता था ना
it's honestly
EDG वालों को
very
पीसी
good.
छोड़ना पड़ता
I
था
think
पता
that
है
what they're doing to Loud's rotations and the sites they're
तीन
hitting,
तीन अल्ट भाई क्या
they're
करेंगे वो
doing
लोग
it all
पैंच
correctly.
हाँ?
क्या बना
But
मैं
the
बताती हूँ
first
लाउड
deaths
कैसे करता है
going their way, particularly onto nobody. This
Icon पे
Sova
click करना
roll
है
are
देखो ये तुम्हें दिख रहा है यहाँ पे
on the
इस पे
attack
क्लिक
half of the
करने का
set.
यहाँ पे
On a
आएगा
side that's already just so
Allow.
difficult to manage as it is, and you're
Oh,
right,
वो
when
जो
you lose
super chat
Sova
है,
in
जो भी
situations
कैसा।
like that, it's just like playing the half on hard mode.
थैंक्स फॉर विशाल थैंक्स फॉर
But with all that said, EDG still with 2 and the potential to maybe get to 5 and keep this
पता नहीं लाउड
competitive.
टीम नहीं पसंद मुझे अच्छा
They've
खेला
got to be careful.
सत्यम ऐसा भरूंगा ना
Flash
जिंदगी
dart
भर
setup, there's the
याद
spam.
सत्यम ने क्या बोला सत्यम
Not going to connect onto anyone. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon.
That was at B, so it filters the player out of tiles into the
Mods नहीं,
second
chat।
Odin spamming at B.
मैं तो बोलता हूँ
And
जो
then
100 लोग को
Aspas
गिफ्टेड मिला ना
takes the
सत्यम भाई
line
को
mid,
भरो
but Kongkong's pace right now.
You got to be careful though in situations like this. The pressure, the
1000
feeling the
का तो
need
अब
to
भी
make a
आर्मी
hero
बनाया विशाल
play,
भाई ने घर
and
जाएंगे
it doesn't pan out. There's an op there. He knows it
भाई
now.
आसपास का नहीं लग रहा
Somehow gets by, upgrades the weapon, but these numbers, it's just so difficult to manage the disadvantage when you're in situations like this.
हैक करके पहला इसी
Yeah, but that was an
और mods देखो उसका क्या लिखा है, ऐड दे
incredible
देना
opening right there
Oh,
by
yeah.
Loud. The
That was
double
dirty.
Odin spam on the B side of the map. You're obviously going to jump away from tiles. You're going to go right
दिख
into
नहीं रहे मेरे को
हाय,
भी
हाय,
नहीं दिख रहा था रे
second
इतना
Odin.
स्पैम
हाय,
And then the
Chat, hi,
mid
बंद
is gonna
करो,
take the
hello.
line. Two, he's closing it
गिफ्टेड खत्म हो
out.
गया
Great support as well, rotating into the site to protect Sadak.
नहीं
Man,
मिला
that's a
रे
telestrator round if I've ever seen one.
That was gorgeous.
That's also 6 rounds in a row for Loud. We'll see if we get a replay of it one more time because
GG
it was that
man.
pretty.
EDG अच्छा तो खेल रहा है
Right now that in their prior Ascent games they didn't have,
अभी भी
right?
हाई चल
Aspas,
रहा है
not a key factor right now.
Considering के
3 and
आसपास
4
नहीं मार पा
as the
रहा I
operator,
think they
and
have a
does-
chance to come back
He commands a lot of util when they find out where he is. And
लेकिन वो अपने टीम
that's
के लिए
the
बेट
one thing
बहुत
right now
कर रहा
Loud
है
has going for him. Just the fact that it's the name.
समझ रहे हो
It's a molly to potentially break any turret on this B site, but nothing is there.
Note here too, there's no turret to get contact for Aspas here. He's just up by himself. And yeah, he's got a couple of shocks, but the space given away.
Oh, just ready to push him out of main.
And they're going to try to crunch in through mid at the exact same time. 3 members here. You've got Smoggy who's controlling mid as well. And there's the counter. That should clear things out. Meanwhile,
full
Aspas getting
sound
one
दिया
with the op. There you go.
मर गया
Lockdown
Killjoy
clear. Chichu aggressive onto
अयो
Sadak.
किलजॉय को मारा कैसे
No
नहीं
fight here for nobody.
मारा
वो देख
But Smoggy
पीछे
was
से आ रहा
behind
है
him. The mid space that they had spent so much time and so much investment in trying to control.
Hey,
They're
guys,
rolling to
it's
A
Halo.
now. The spike is going through defender spawn.
And they've gotten
एक
to
है
kill onto Tui's. That opens the site
Okay.
so much. You've also got Chichu who's able to control the
भाई
rotate.
सिक्सी मारा बे ये सारे बक्सों की बस टिबोट की गलती
Palatine's
है
left by himself trying to spam with the Odin.
हाई वाला
हाँ
There's the
यार
dart. Yeah, that may have hit him.
अच्छी बोल रहा है ऐसे कुछ नहीं होता एलॉग गिफ्ट से ही होता है पता है
Upgrading a weapon, but
अरे।
Smoggy's
लोगों
there
को
to
सोते
greet.
सोते मिलता है
What a
गिफ्ट
round from EDG.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That was
स्ट्रीम भी नहीं देख रहा था
that was incredible. I mean, I truly do think EDG
One
has
gifted,
put
Abhinav,
together
bye.
a
Thank you for the
great
one
attack
gifted.
half.
जो भी वो lucky winner था.
Here you can see, they
Thanks
drop
बोलना
that
याद से
lockdown
Abhinav
and
भाई
they
को.
know
Thank you
the
for the
Hunter's
one
Fury will
gifted.
come to cancel it out. So they have a lurk coming through market. Simultaneously, they're also lurking into defender spawn.
ये कैसा monitor
And they're
मस्त है
aggressively
ना यार,
fighting B
लेकिन
as this
यार
Hunter's
सच्ची
Fury
बोल रहा
is
हूँ, पता
cast.
नहीं कांकन से मैं
was
फील
insane,
कर पाता
the
यार.
mid-round.
ऐसा लगता है कि
I
मैं
think we
अगर
really
वो
have to
एज
keep an
में
eye
रहता
on
था मैं भी
mid-map
ऐसे ही
even
खेलता
more.
था, पता
We
नहीं.
saw again how much
क्या
Loud
लगता है
were insistent on protecting that area of the map. You see why? The one moment there's a slip up there,
आज
they
लगता है मैं
punish.
ट्रेंडिंग 1 में जाऊंगा.
But it doesn't seem like that's going to be a factor in this round. EDG a heavy lean towards A. 3 members of Loud here.
Doug, Kong
खत्म हो गया है गिफ्टेड. मैं अनाउंस कर दूंगा अगर हो रहा है तो बुंड मरे लोग.
Very hard shot to hit.
That's so difficult. That paranoia though is going to connect.
कांडी मार
And he
दिया.
dashes into the cloud burst. So I thought the timing on it was going to be good, but Sadak was there to
बोला
drop
ना
him.
अनलकी हो रहे ये लोग.
Drone cleared out.
उसने blind दिया भाई. हेलो
And now the counter to try
नहीं
to
ब्लाइंड
find some space.
दिखने के
EDG
बाद
not
उसने
been
राइट
able to
क्लिक
get their
मारा.
way
लगा
out
नहीं.
from main.
गांड मार दी.
अरे अरे
I
फिर
don't know
से
how they
गांड
get
मार
out
दी.
from this point on. No flashes on Smog.
Wapiस
They're
तो
going to
खत्म
shoot their
हुआ.
way out.
The tip of the spear has been blunted.
वापिस बुंड लगी.
But can they find another?
गाइस जो भी 20 बंदे हैं जिसको मिला है मेंबरशिप,
Very nice sidestep to drop.
उत्पल भाई को पकड़ो, प्यार दो से.
Couple of members of EDG here threatening. There's no plan B. They haven't taken space elsewhere. This is a full commitment towards A. And Haudong tried catching him, but Tui's was wise to it.
यार ये
Knew exactly what was going on.
वी पे अल्ट
Yeah, that
किसने
was
मारा
the
ओमेन
only
ने?
option right there is to create the space with the Omen.
ओडन जाए तो
Two
चुचू
is-
मारे ना.
Read that like a book.
नहीं वो लोग को मालूम पड़ा रहेगा ना 3-4 बंदे हैं.
What a hold on
Oh
this
my-
A side.
मारा मारा.
Chichu, what are you up to, man? What is this?
I'm gonna support
With only a few
EDG
seconds
now.
left, really, in this round, the spike
Oh, bye.
isn't going to make its way out onto the site. There's got a shot. Oh, nobody's aware. Oh, never mind. No, he's not. No, he's not.
लगा.
For a moment, looked back.
भाई
to where
लेकिन
Aspas was
हेवी
headed,
वोट
but
डैमेज दिया है.
Just
क्या
as quickly, he
फायदा?
turns away in a second timeout
ऐसा है ये
call
लोग के पास.
from EDG in the first half.
I can respect it. I'm
Last
not
time
gonna be
out.
real with you here, Doug. I think they need a couple more rounds.
गाइस
on
चैट
the
में
board
अलग
here. I
गिफ्ट ले
don't
तो
know
मिलेगा
if
पक्का.
their
मत
defensive
कर
map
हराम
is
जादे ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता.
solidified enough to run back. I mean, from here it could be a 9-3, so they would need
हेलो गिफ्ट
9
एक
or
बंदा लिख भी
10
रहा है.
to stay in
ऐसा
this
नहीं
game.
होता है.
That's a lot to
यार
ask
मेरे को आज
for a
रोना
team
आएगा.
that, you know, doesn't typically enjoy playing Ascent.
मैं भी चैट में देख रहा हूँ.
That's a very good point. That's just such a risky call
नहीं पड़ा जा रहा
to go
भाई.
effectively
भाई बहुत
blind
फास्ट जा रहा है
without
यार.
after for the
भाई
rest of
15
the
सेकंड का
map.
स्लो मोड में भी ऐसा जा रहा है
It's
फास्ट.
a
क्या ही
gamble.
पढ़ूं
We'll see
मैं.
if it pays off. Loud's defense has been
क्यों
stalwart.
क्या
They've
हुआ?
only lost
गुण
one
मार रहे हैं
round
चैट में.
after dropping the pistol and then the subsequent.
क्या?
It's been all Loud, man.
It truly has. And
1600.
Smoggy, I feel like right
Om
now
Patel भाई
after has to
तुम
be
गए.
looking for a play to get Smoggy an orb.
जो भी वो लकी मेंबर है ना कैंसिल कर दो अपना मेंबरशिप में बोलो. विजय भाई
util out of Loud's hands.
ओम पटेल
They
भाई
are
हरा में इन द
stalling
चैट.
them to death.
गुण मार
when
दी.
they enter
अभी ये
the
हंसेगा
sites.
ग्रुप में बड़वा.
I mean, we're seeing it every round at A. KO, the Omen are locking down the site. At
Oh,
B,
fuck.
Kalanzine retreats all the way to the back with less. It is so,
This is the
so
view from
difficult
Vishal
right now
Bhai's
for
room.
EDG to hit the second layer of these hits.
मैं तो यहाँ से कूद के बंजी जंपिंग करता हूँ.
Can Loud deny
But-
once more on the other side of this
But
time.
नहीं
As you
भर
see
के
why
घर
for
पे.
EDG,
सुजीत
it's
भाई गांड
not
मार.
great.
Pretty so
Haudong just has a frenzy.
मेरे को
We
बड़ा
might
ऐसा
get the
हाई
mouse
राइस
boss
का इसको
round
नहीं
right here,
था.
Doug.
Wait, what is this
भी हो
buy?
गया इसको भी.
They're not going to have anything to buy in the next.
Oh.
Aspas, you're right. Another opener with the
yeah.
up. And they still have the alarm bot, so they can fall back and still control this area.
सुजीत भाई गाफ मार दी
So
मैंने
well done.
मेरी.
Falls off of mid.
भाई.
uses the
अरे
drone,
भाई.
gets
मैं
stuck
अभी
in the
chat
B
पढ़ी
line,
नहीं
and
रहा.
Dart comes in.
Match-
They
match.
clear out
इसे
B
जानबूझ के
main.
कर
Less
रहा था.
rotating knows people are in
ये मैंने
market.
टिबोन के इसमें किया था.
Okay, okay.
एक एक
That goes
करके.
Haudong's way, and
मेरे पीछे पीछे 2-3
they
जन ने
about to
और
go
किया
one
था.
again
अब
against
उसका
Sadak, and
कर्मा
this
हो
could
रहा है
really
मेरे
even
साथ.
things up.
We'll see what they can do. Sadak with the molly and the flash.
Super chat miss.
And then you've got Kalanzine who's controlling the
Big
other
man,
side.
thank you for your efforts, and I have been
And remember, it
watching
is an Odin.
your stream for a long time. You are so handsome.
Maybe
Thanks
they
you,
all of this
Pyro.
space.
Yeah, dude, they have EDG
Part of the
completely
team,
surrounded.
Sorry. Tukul ने भी
Still
गांड
winnable
मारी.
though. The 1-for-1 on the
Guys,
Omen
जो भी मेरे एक-एक करके गांड मार रहे हैं
on on the
और
A
जिनको
side.
भी मेरा बुंड का एक पीस मिल रहा है टैग करके
He's got
थैंक्स
the option.
बोले
That's exactly where they're
मार्क
headed.
ऑल सेंड ऑल
Crosshair steady. right onto Howdong, and he's gonna get away. I mean, this is death by 1,000
भाई
cuts.
dash से अच्छा ये है ना उछल के dash मार दो.
Picked EDG apart.
Another off angle.
नहीं but कांतान मारेगा बे 9-3 भी बहुत है.
It's just Smoggy by himself now.
कर्स के साथ.
And given the financial situation, he's not going to be able to carry the rifle into the next round. Loud get to 8.
I am Loud.
EDG are in serious trouble here.
This map?
It's just gorgeous.
You're going against me
right there, coming out of Ospas, taking the off angle on a deep line in B main at the end of that round.
I want
to draw attention also to the shot that he missed. He's directly below market.
ताकि Fnatic जीते easily.
The crosshair placement of someone peeking that
इससे
angle
मैंने पढ़ा ना तेरा
is
brains.
high. So everything he did, using up traps almost like a dash.
क्या read किया ना मैंने तेरे को?
This is the Ospas we know and love in Americas.
You see the buyout from EDG, the repercussions of the previous round. It's just one rifle for Howdong. Couple stingers, inspectors.
They didn't break the pillow.
They didn't break the door, and that very well could be their demise. Aspas is here as well. Kong falls as Aspas somehow hits a second.
Bye! Something
Howdong punches back.
Revive हो गया वो.
3v2, and again, it's just Howdong with the rifle. Smoggy's brought back up. All he's got is a Spectre, though.
मारे फिर भी 3v3 है. ये कौन सा मैच हो गया?
They really didn't retrieve very much, even though they grabbed those 2 frags. The op
Babi मेरे साथ है. Hello, Babi ji. How's you?
It's going to be a super difficult round here for EDG. This
oh,
alarm
ऐसा
bot
Babi.
is
अच्छा
still
मैं
up
confused हो
in
गया.
mid.
Good मार दी.
Haven't dealt with that.
And
By the
remember,
way, chat
this is very
rate
similar to
पता
the
है?
previous round where you mentioned there's no entry.
1600 chat
So it
rate
all
है.
goes out onto Howdong.
मतलब एक
to create
सेकंड
the
के अंदर
space.
1600 लोग टाइप कर रहे हैं एक सेकंड के अंदर.
Very well played. Loaning Omen smokes over to this B site. The KO knife clears out B main. The alarm bot's holding mid.
No, second,
so
no.
they are feeling super comfy. Stacking the A site with 2 right now.
Analytics.
See the lockdown investment.
Wait, इधर really?
Sadak opting to get.
See now, this is the time,
Ray.
Ray.
Operator now rotating through.
Oh no, minute is it? Minute
is it? Smokes heaven gives them a
lot of space. Goal, मेरा तो सुनता नहीं
है.
Wife is always.
Wife is always.
Yeah, time is ahead of this. I mean, they can.
भले
they
किसी
get
की
this
भी
fight
wife
down
हो,
and
वैसा भी हो
they're
सकता
happy to give up the
किसी
space.
को अपनी wife
For sure,
रहता
they can defend this from main. This is a winnable
किसी
round
की भी
here for
wife.
EDG.
Howdong with no more smokes, but he does have ult. Keep an eye on that. Does he make an aggressive play? Does he try to get behind them?
100,000
See the spam not connecting. Tui's on the tap, and now the paranoia to push forward.
Oh, nice.
No real intentions of going
भाई
elsewhere.
चीचू ने जो
Sadak
डीचू
dropped.
दिया.
Tui's though on the counter. It's very
Yes,
nice.
let's
EDG
go.
are making a run at this.
They're going to double
Let's
swing,
go.
Doug.
8-4.
1v2. Oh, and they didn't double swing. They didn't double swing at all, but it's okay. Oh, Howdong with 3 and EDG with 4.
क्या हो गया? Let's go.
Let's go, Crispy. हमको क्या हो गया?
Let's go. क्या हो गया? How are you, Tisu?
Another nail biter of a situation.
That was robbery by EDG to win that 4th round. Much needed going into their defensive half.
You take a look at it one more.
It's just the spam.
Dude, you said it
घर
earlier,
पे
Sean.
देखा घर
Sometimes
जाएगा.
we really are better lucky than good. And when things are connecting in a way
4,600 square
to
feet.
stay in this fight, again, the defensive side of Ascent should be favored. Loud a massive good lead, but EDG are sticking in this. We had the opportunity to talk to Tui's a little bit earlier, and let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Private boat.
Acho que a gente tá se sentindo bem, tipo, um pouco triste com o
Private
jogo,
boat
é
में
normal.
सामने 10
Mas acho que a gente
models
jogou
रहेंगी.
bem, teve muitos rounds cruciais que a gente perdeu.
मेरे एक
Acho que a
हाथ
gente
में
tava
एक juice,
acertando
दूसरे हाथ
bastante
में
coisa
दूसरा
também.
juice.
Mas tem muito mérito também da PaperX, jogo
And
bem
वहाँ
de
पे
assim,
हम
no
करेंगे
detalhe.
boys
Acho que
night out.
talvez eles
नहीं चाहिए कुछ भी.
surpreendam, talvez só ir
नहीं चाहिए
mostrando
कुछ.
a
मेरे को
conta
लगा तो
diferente
सपने
na
देख
Lotus,
रहा है
sabe?
वापस
Mas
ऐसे आपको इसके लिए पानी डाल के जगाने वाली थी मैं तेरे को.
Sorry,
key point, sabe? Eu acho que a composição de Fênix a gente já esperava, era mais a Lotus mesmo, que a gente não tinha informação sobre eles, mas também e o Fênix na mão do Jing, ele é um jogador que joga muito bem com o boneco e trouxe alguns rounds pro time. Acho que
Dad,
mais,
I just want to
não é
say
mais
you
sobre a
guys are
gente,
very
era mais
harami.
sobre
Trust me
o
on
Rafa ter
this.
feito algo diferente, sabe? Clutchzinho.
उसमें मेरा घर जाएगा, उसमें घर बनाएंगे. समझ रहे हो?
Into the B sides. Les here with the sheriff, and that is beautiful.
Acho que vai ser um jogo bem legal. Eles
Tu
têm
vai
um
उठने का
estilo de
direct
diferente
scuba
também.
driving
किया था ना,
driving
इसके लिए
है,
हार
driving
गए।
Bastante
ये
campeonatos.
किया था
muito
ना
forte.
इसके लिए
Acho que
जीत रहे लोग।
o principal ponto forte deles, acho que é a individualidade deles.
8-4 é.
Acho que eles têm
comeback
5 caras que
होगा,
são muito bons
gun,
individualmente
gun,
e trazem muito round
मार्शल लेकर कैसा
aleatório.
मारा
Também eles têm um estilo de jogo agressivo também.
अब सोचो
gostam de
डेर
fazer
का सोचो आप
plays. E é isso, é um jogo que você tem que ficar ligado. Temos mais uma
Dare का
chance
सोचो
e vamos mostrar o que a gente veio.
दो चीज मिला
Porque a gente tá aqui, sabe, fazer o nosso. Se
भाई
divertir. Queria
2.3
dizer também
AD
que a
मिलियन
gente tá muito
का
preparado pra
मिनिमम है
representar o Brasil nesse campeonato
What?
e eu quero a torcida de todo mundo. É difícil representar aqui.
इधर दो यार
com
ब्लैंक चेक
apoio
दो मैं साइन
contra,
करूं
mas eu quero que
घर
vocês
लेना
continuem
पहले
representando.
मिलियन वाले घर ले
मेरे पास ब्लैंक चेक है ना मांगना पड़ रहा
Loud
Blank
left their
check.
stamp on that first
Yes.
half. They're up 8-4, leading into the second
Right,
half of a set, but now
unlucky.
they're on the
Easy,
attacking
baby.
side, Sean, and that's a
इतने
different
सारे
beast, man.
130
Loud struggle
members
here. And they have struggled here very, very
हाँ
recently.
यार बहुत
This
members
is a
हो गए
half for the star
130
players of EDG to really
कमबैक होगा
find.
कहाँ का
It's a
कमबैक
half
भाई
of ascent.
मैप 3
Very,
जाएंगे
very
मैप 3
easy
ओटी
half
जाएगा
play. Oh, the dart
और
gets
फिर-
a ping. They know this is a B hit. They have the stack, Doug.
Oh, it's actually Aspas who goes
ये
aggressive.
किधर जा रहे हैं नोबडी भाई
There's no way. You're absolutely right. Nobody wasn't even looking. Kawanzin and Aspas, the tandem duo to drop a couple and twoies, flies across the screen to get another. Howdong and Smoggy, the only two remaining, and it's all on to Howdong there. Not gonna connect. The attack side pistol is beautiful. for
नोबडी भाई
Loud.
को वहाँ पे किसकी याद आ रही थी कोई बताएगा
Nobody. There's wall riding right there, like it was Tony Hawk Pro Scary. So blind. So blind. The
बस
util
वाले।
coming in from Loud was perfect right
नोबडी
there.
भाई को क्या हो गया
Wait
यार
to see this on the replay. It's just,
Well,
he
you're not
was
gonna get
dead. I'm not gonna get it, but good God, that util had to be so insane.
नोबडी भाई को किसकी याद आ रही थी
Cut open B sites
Once
so
I meet my
easily.
new fat
It was a decisive.
After can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe it
I
either.
am
It was a
so
decisive
sick
round for
right
Loud.
now. I
Stop.
just want to.
एनाकोंडा ये
That's
हराम
the
ज्यादा
ever
मेरे को वो
important
कर रहा
pistol.
है
Yeah,
Oh,
the mid stack for EDG. This is
I didn't even
आठ
press.
बंस भाई करे शुरू
and two
और-
immediately
I
sees
need
it.
to
That's
take a
how the
slow.
speed up here towards A potentially.
और होगा वो
They think
और
better of it.
क्या शुरू
Knife
कर
is
रहे हैं?
in. Doesn't really get anything.
Well, you gotta be careful here.
After
because
this
क्रेजी होने वाला है
map,
शुरू नहीं है अभी चैंपियनशिप
I
में
ओ पहला शॉट मेरे
Let's
जैसा था लेकिन
finally connect.
I
There's
कांड
Chichu with
मार
the
दी
timing.
फिर
Remember,
से
all he has is a ghost.
आज
He has all of the
Just
info,
stop
and you can
doing
see EDG is it's a
गलत हो
foot
रहा
race to this
है
big
जस्ट
side.
सेइंग एक एक करके बाद में जब बिल बढ़ेगा ना तब गांड फटेगी तुम्हारी
I don't know if Loud will be aware of
okay.
that.
कर दिया शुरू
Maybe a foot race.
क्या आप अभी $2
You don't have
स्पैम
the
करने वाले हो
punch back.
मेरे को लग रहा है
No, but he is so
Bro,
close
आज
right now, Doug.
सबको कुछ तो हो गया
Aspas taking space and taking
Oh,
Smoggy
bro,
down too.
loud.
वो तो ऐसे
दो किल
Both of them. This is just so free.
ये उसने स्पैम कहाँ से मारा सोवा ने
Holding the flank right now.
Why are you
Loud,
throwing?
super
Why
aware.
are you
एक को मार
throwing?
के
Bro,
चीचू एक को तो मारना पड़ेगा
रोल नहीं कर रहा सच में अगर वीडियो कॉल दिखाऊंगा हैं सच में साफ दिया
Ready. He was waiting. A prime game
Just
flawless
saying, वो
comes through for
काटता है।
Loud.
काटता
As they balloon their lead. Now 6 rounds.
सांप नहीं
बैठे
काटता
वो
We are officially in
है तो सांप ही
must-win territory.
जहर निकाल के ही लिया होगा ना
This is the game. If EDG
वो
were
वापस
to
आएगा
lose
ना?
this bonus, it's over.
प्लेयर कैम का क्या हो गया प्लेयर कैम छोड़ो वो सोवा ने मारा कैसे मेरे को वो चाहिए था यार वो दिखा ही नहीं उसने
अरे बस
अरे बस दो नहीं 5 रख लो जस्ट सेइंग 2 2 4 और 5 टोटल 10 हुआ है
मेरे को ना एक बार ऐसे करना है ना एक पूरा बॉल लेके चिल्लर का कॉइंस लेके बैठूंगी मैं
रुजान भाई थैंक यू तो $5
दो कॉइन मजा आएगा ना
One way coming in, Howdong teeping into line.
विशल पे डेर दो कुछ
And they have a 3-stack
There
on the A site with a deep
पिंकी को
alarm
चेयर
button
से धक्का मारा ऐसा कुछ क्रेजी सा डेर दो एकदम क्रेजी किया है
main.
Chichu once again taking a lot of space, but Concom feeling some of the pressure.
Chichu might be able to punish less here.
I thought for just a moment there would have been a window for him to be able to play around, but no, Sadak pushes forward.
भाई साड़क भाई तो हेवी क्रिकेट खेल रहे बे
Doug Les is so aware.
दो लो टॉस
Can
डाला
he
है
deal with him? The first drop, the second spotted. Nobody bests him. And meanwhile, all of that was going on. Howdong had gotten into a cheeky little spot in wine.
भाई
That could
साड़क
have
भाई
been
तो
the
हेवी
difference
क्रिकेट
maker,
खेल
but he
रहे
was
क्या
double two. Sean, it feels like Haven is inevitable at this point.
It does indeed. This would require
रुजान भाई थैंक यू वंस अगेन फॉर द
real
$9
heroics
इन द
for
टोटल मेरी
EDG to
जान की
bring back
चोटी
this game.
11 हो गया पिंकी दी हार
the
2
play for
की
nobody
सुपर
cookie to go for
चैट
this.
पे
Actually,
एक चप्पल हो जाता था
might be a better chance of him winning
मेरा
that one on
चप्पल
4
उधर
than
है
this
चप्पल नहीं यार सच्ची जूते मारना चाहिए पिंकी को मेरे को पता है दो जूते उसके नए डब्बे में ही है निकल तो जाएंगे इस बार
across the board.
Asmat
And when those
oh my god these Jordans are so nice oh my god
I'm not looking
Vince, look at these Jordans and I was like उसका स्माइल देख के
yes
ठीक है पिंकी खरीद एक महीना हो गया
EDG very
डब्बे
aware
के
of
अंदर
this. They're
एक
buying
महीना हो
this
गया
round. They know they cannot give up 12. The comeback
कोई
would be
आउटफिट
near
के साथ मैच होना
impossible
चाहिए ना
from
उसके लिए
that
आउटफिट
moment on.
क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा
अब आउटफिट भी खरीदे अभिनव भाई काफ मार लो मेरी आ जाओ 2 सेकंड के लिए रुक गया था चैट मैच 2 सेकंड के लिए चक्कावत मैंने फेंक दी ये लो नए जॉर्डन्स के लिए $2 में अगर जॉर्डन आता तो क्या ही बात होती
This side, it is on the verge of being lost.
It is ripe for the taking. Smoggy trying to find
अरे यार ये मैप
पता क्या हो गया सब कुछ स्पैम कर रहे हैं उधर रुशान $2 स्पैम कर रहे हैं अभिनव एक गिफ्ट स्पैम कर रहे हैं विशाल भाई सीधा 100 स्पैम कर दिए
Defenders spawn right now. How about rotating from mid? They deal with Kong Kong in market.
विशाल भाई हो क्या चैट में हेलो विशाल भाई चैट में अभी याद किया मैंने भाई ये मेरे फोन से एडिशन कर रहा है फॉर पिंकी शी वर्सेस
हुआ क्या
12 to 4.
भाभी also in gaming ध्वनि भटिया पिंकी
No timeouts.
that I have to ask
We got to
मेरा गेम प्ले नहीं देखते बाबू जी
those timeouts in the first half when things were looking dire and
बाबू जी very pretty place
it didn't help.
you love the house
In the grand scheme of things, we're sitting out 12-4. Easy round by Loud.
ये सब दिखा कि काहे बुंड जला रहे हो आपका प्रेजेंटेशन दिया I mean बाबू जी देख रहे हैं सॉरी काहे दिल जला रहे हो
laughing with elimination.
मैंने सोचा ऐसे मेरा करने को जो दिया है ना इंटीरियर डिजाइन व्हाइट एंड ब्लैक
But they're just up so big right now. Yeah,
मेरा घर मेरे को ऐसे चाहिए मजाक से हटकर यही छापूंगा मैं कॉपी पेस्ट इसको नहीं चाहिए लेकिन ऐसा कर इसको ब्लैक नहीं
recognize now it is a killjoy, so a setup.
हिप्पोपोटामस की भी सीमा होती है ब्लैक पहना है तूने
EDG क्या चल रहा है EDG यार लाउड भाई 12 पे कमबैक है लाउड भाई दिखा दिया पिछली बार भी
देखो तो $5 आएगा फंडिंग एक साथ होगा डांसिंग
भाई एक गंदी बना दी भाई
गेम देखोगे पता नहीं बेंचू
कसम से
ये वाला इजी था लेकिन मैंने बोला था लाउड जीतेगा ये
Oh yeah, I do think though the alarm bot location.
बल्कि ये मैप हाँ खुद EDG ने चूज करा था ये वाला मैप और उन्होंने खुद चूज करा था कि अटैक पे वो लोग रहेंगे तो बल्कि EDG जीती लाउड के मैप पे और
हेवी क्रिकेट खेला है भाई
और ये तो तुम्हारी लाउड जीती EDG के मैप पे और थर्ड मैप अब जो रहेगा अभी ये जो थर्ड मैप रहेगा थर्ड मैप के अंदर देखो कौन वो भाई लेवल इंटरेस्टिंग हो चुका है भाई
There are new rules in Valorant. It is called rule.
अगर
वो निमेश भाई मैंने ना सब स्टैंडर्ड किया था
मौके पे कमबैक आता है लाउड का
मेरे माथे पे फाटो नहीं क्या ब्रो
अगर लाउड कहते हैं
भाई कांगकांग लेकिन अच्छा खेला उसको थोड़ा वो मिलता ना सड़क जैसा ब्लाइंड वाइंड मेरे हिसाब से स्काई उसका डुओ अच्छा है
really get through these ults. Look at the
उसको ब्लाइंड वाइंड नहीं मिल रहा
just one step taken in a marathon left
aim
to
है
run
उसके
for
पास
EDG. And you're right, those ults can be devastating.
This is certainly looking like an A pop here. The flash is coming in from Sadak to clear out main, but
अरे ऊपर था
the flash catches Haodong. They found it.
जोरे तक रेडी हो जाएगा तब वीडियो कॉल करूंगा डांस कभी आना हो गया तो मिलेंगे दोबारा
one of the place
that kill, maybe there's a shot at this, but again a 2vx that just goes from bad to worse.
नहीं यार come on
so loud
the perfect
GG वाला अब
They just want to close it out on this A side.
And that
तीसरा
seems
मैप होगा
inevitable once more. I mean,
Just
nobody
that.
is just getting peppered from every single side
भाई वो
possible.
बेचारा करता तो भी क्या?
EDG on their map pick and take us to
भाई
Haven.
उनका मैप पिक
And
था
what a
बे
performance that
एक्सपेक्टेड
was.
था बे लाउड अपना मैप पिक हारना इज लाइक वेरी
That
रेयर
is some champion pedigree right there coming out of Loud.
अच्छा खेला और ऐसा भी नहीं कि आसपास ने पेला समझ रहा
Close the first map.
Loud
Loud
team
अपने
ने
मैप पे आ रही
Excuse me?
EDG का मैप था ये तो
Bring it to Haven where they run
स्मूगी छुआ
Harbor Viper.
कल जिंक को भी दिया ना
We've got
मैं
Haven on the cards. We'll see you guys on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere.
कांकांग ने स्मूगी पकड़ा
अरे जोर से हो गई इतना
भाई अब होएगा हेवी अभी तो मैं टैग ऑन बाय गिफ्टेड गाइस टोटल 140 मेंबर्स बने हैं यू पीपल आर लकी जिसको भी मिला थैंक्स पूरा हिलाओ ट्रू विशाल भाई आप हार चुके हो
4 मिनट का ब्रेक के बाद
प्लीज स्टॉप सेंडिंग मी इंस्टा रिक्वेस्ट अच्छा सब लोग ढूंढ रहे हैं कौन है ये हु इज दिस रिच गाय सेकंड अंबानी इंडियन मिस्टर वीस्ट
You don't know about this?
No, I knew. He went today. That's true. I got from Utpal Bhai. Thank you. Binks, you're right. We don't need to write high. Rima, I'm always right. I'm the most honest YouTuber you have seen. Most honest. भाई ये सेक्सी गाना ये मैंने सुना है
नीचे लिखा है
ये मेरा फेवरेट गाना था
नाम ये रहा
मैं सुनता था ये सोते वक्त
Friends.
लेकिन बिना रिमिक्स वाला I think Pinky just hates
फनाटिक
love.
को हराया ना इसके लिए
उसका क्लियर है उसको फैनेटिक और वही पसंद है
पेपर एक्स तो
चल ये मैं बोल दुबई का टिकट लूंगा
अरे बाप रे काम फाइनल्स होना चाहिए फनाटिक वर्सेस पेपर एक्स हु एग्रीज विद मी हाथ दिखाओ
ये मैप लाउड मैप 3 आल्सो लाउड क्योंकि मैप 3 भी लाउड का पिक है
EDG
ये भी what a cute photo oh it's a puppy dog it's a cute puppy dog photo Hey, thank you for the 100 hi very realistic
फर्स्ट सुपर चैट है उसका
Thank you for the first super chat and I just want to say अभी भी लाउड जीतेगा just say अभी भी लाउड जीतेगा कैट है डॉग है बे
कैट है
What a dogly cat bro you have mixed breed कैसे कैट है तुमको ऐसे क्या दिखा Wow what a cat Nice cat EP
अभी कौन सा मैप है
Oh, what a time for Loud to show up and secure a dominant victory on Ascent against EDG. I'm your host, Yingsu, and I'm back here with Mimi. And
guys,
I asked you this question
we
after
are-
map one. How did EDG manage to win?
We are back
I'm
to
gonna throw you
Jordan's-
the same question here, Mimi. How did Loud
अगर अभी
manage
लाउड
to
जीता
roll
तो मुझे
EDG
ये मिलने वाला है
I think two factors. First of all, I think EDG looked really
मुझे ये मिलने वाला है
against this
लाउड
comp
जीता
on their
तो
attacking side. They had a lot of rounds where they're trying to just do
Ah,
one-stage
yeah, baby.
executes, throwing Kung in really fast.
और
into
लाउड
the zone.
हारा
And Loud is just a
तो
team
भी
who's
मैं
so
जीता क्योंकि
excellent
मुझे
at
पिंकी को
supporting
तोड़ने का
those
चैलेंज
fighters,
मिलेगा
punishing those star players.
बाय
And
मेसी
that
और रोनाल्डो
consistently.
101% मेसी
Out of
कैन
ideas.
वी हैव
And
मेसी
they really-
ओपा
I
इन
feel
द
like they were
चैट
active at
लेट्स
rebound space instead of just
गो
kind of sit outside of sight.
नहीं कल इसने
For
किया था
YouTube
मेरे
to
साथ
recharge and then go into these side execs that were
He's a
constantly
Messi
being
fan
shut
मैं
down.
पहचान गया
I mean, Loud were the side execs over towards B. They were just hammering that home every day of the week. But, you know, like we were mentioning over and over again, Loud's biggest strength so far in this tournament has been a lot of their pistol rounds and bonus rounds. It's been giving them a huge lead. And this pistol round, there was nothing real, I mean, clever being used, but it does highlight the example that, you know, Loud were just finding that weakness in the defensive setups of EDG and hammering it home over and over and over again, consistently after this round. They just found that weakness because the anchoring players could not hold on. The flooding was coming in a little bit too late by EDG. If you're going to play this playstyle with the anchoring players, you've got to be on point of it with the util, like in terms of just KO flashes over the top to support those players, smokes to supplement and then partition it up, and then the bonus round conversion just sealed it all.
Yeah, it absolutely did. One thing that does worry me for EDG into the final map now, Haven of this series, is that I feel like they were trying to go for quite a few flood retakes on their defensive side of this map. It looked really uncoordinated. It seemed more like it was just players trying to make plays and taking risks that didn't really work out for them. And in that way, this second map reminds me a lot of the EDG versus EG series we've already seen, where they have a super close map where they pull it off, and then they go into the next map and things start to kind of snowball out of their control.
Yeah, I really need to see a bit of a bounce back, I think, from EDG as a team. Because...
Thank you so much for the $10. Guys, like करो यार, 9K likes नहीं हुए आज. यार मुझे वो बड़ा handsome लगता है यार, इसके लिए I support. अभी उसकी वाइफ का वो सीरीज आया था ना, मस्त लाइफ है वो लोग. चलो दिमाग. Wings, nose, balls. He doesn't play any sport. Hello. Don't mute. Oh, sorry.
The pure class from Kawazin in 2 years.
And you talk about the championship pedigree of this team, of winning last year, of always being a top squad internationally, and it really does feel like it's just been instilled into these two young guys by their teammates, just like the rest of their team. On Ascent, map 2, after having some rough moments, bounce back. Kawanzin, crazy great supportive utility for his anchors, tons of these late round step-ups. He was clutching up on Bind, he was clutching up on this map as well, and it's the same to be said about Dewey. I feel like he always really goes under the radar, but he's just a consistently solid controller player that every tournament, he has at least a few of those moments where he's closing out big rounds, big games for Loud.
Yeah, you can see how comfortable they were on Ascent as well. And speaking of comfort, the Harbor Viper, we got to talk about it as we move on to Haven. They're not going to be more comfortable or anything else except for that. I know you both have a little bit of concerns on as to how EDG should deal with it.
Yes, they need to adapt their playbook in terms of if they're going up against this Viper Harbor. If we end up seeing that for Haven as a map, because Loud are so good at this. They have so many different looks, but you do need to adjust it. If you end up playing the Breach and the Sova, you have to actively try and pick and choose timings to flank if you're not going to flood defense on sites. It's hard to do. It's 3 sites on Haven, you can't flood defense every day. That's just the way the map plays out. So you need to be on point when it comes to flanking, picking and choosing the right timings with that. You need to adjust your setups as well. I've seen lots of teams play against this comp, and they weren't adjusting the way their Breach plays on the defense side, and the Breach players constantly getting cut off by Viper walls, and they don't know where to stand. It was infuriating to watch. I need to see evidence that EDG have done their homework, and they know how to go up against this competition.
It's also really difficult because you have to play those set retakes. If you try and flood retake versus Harbor Viper, especially over towards that A site, there's so much stall utility. There's 2 characters with mollies, there's 2 characters with smokes completely stalling you out, that if you try and use that breach stun, the aftershock combo that you're normally doing towards hell, you're just going to run out of utility and lack that second stage. So this is going to be, I think, the biggest test for EDG here. They've shown that they're a competitor, that they can compete at this level, but now they're up against a composition, a style that they don't normally have to play against, and they either have to, I think, change their comp or really change the style in the way that they already play their Breach Sova composition.
Yeah, we don't want to see what happened against EG as well, where, like you said, maybe they win map 1 very, very closely and then completely drop the ball map 2 and 3. But looking at the players on stage, they look very, very dialed in, focused, they're ready to go because, Bren, if they don't win this map, they're going to be going home and they're going to be coming top 6, which is a great achievement for them, but they're not going to be able to push past the top 4.
I mean, exactly right, Sue. I think this is a heartbreaker either way that the series ends up landing, because either we, get to see Loud exiting far earlier than we really want, I think, for a team to get that chance, that, back-to-back championships for winning that title, or EDG don't break through their own personal objectives of making top 4 in a tournament, potentially going even deeper.
Well, let's take a look at where we're going to go for the the Prime Gaming agent select. Of course, we talked about the Viper Harbor a lot. Mimin is going to come out here.
It's going to be the same comp for Edward Gaming. A lot of what we were talking about with this comp was the defensive side. Edward will start on the attack here, and this is where I think you also do run into some issues. Loud's comp is really good for taking extremity control, scaling down long with the cascade, really making you think about where you're pushing in. It's also really good to support anchors and allow you to flood, especially on the C side. Watch Tui's throw up a wall in front of his teammate on the site to get everyone back together. It's again really good at looking at these two initiator players, Nobody and Smoggy, and the timing they choose to use their utility against this Loud.
Yeah, I mean,
मैं पिज़्ज़ा खा रहा हूँ बॉस पार्टी के साथ
with this composition. The defense side is the attack side that I'm most impressed with. Loud play this one, but I'm just praying from the bottom of my heart that EDG have come to this because they aren't. It might be a repeat of the second map that we've already seen. It's the one-sided affair.
This is a huge test for Edward Gaming to try and make their deepest.
Oh, mate coming, mate coming. Mate Gandhi by coming up. You with the $20 high thanks by watching you from more than 2 years. So खुद पैसा कमाया करूँगा first chat. Love you, but thank you for the first super chat. Right from Canada and Australia. दोनों के बीच में. Canada और Australia के बीच में से first super chat किया मेरे को. Love you, big man.
In the competition, I'm going to send this back over to your casters, Doug and Sean, to take us.
निकालेंगे रे. Please.
Thank you so much, yeah, elimination on the line, and of course it would be one map to decide it all. And there's so many conversations we can have already, Sean, right? We've got to talk about Harper Viper, we've got to talk about EDG's comp that they run on Haven, and the question marks that can kind of come up with it. How does
I love you, Lord, I love you too.
There's so many things to cover, Sean.
There's a lot of things.
अच्छी जगह follow the beat out.
EDG earlier, but we do.
Score prediction once, I think Loud will win this 13.
I think Chichu, when I watched him,
7, 13, 8.
His alert,
unless
and particularly towards
EDG does something crazy.
C, the last side of the map
के साथ push करके कुछ करे.
He opens up so many mid rounds for EDG. On the other hand, someone like Nobody with this Sova will probably struggle to find value. Right off the bat, we see a triple challenge.
Thank you for the $5. जान भाई सारे डॉलर्स वाले जग गए बे.
And garage.
Stream time change कर रहा हूँ. मैं stream time change कर रहा हूँ.
Hang on, Kong has gotten behind it.
ये किसे मारा उसने? Random मारा.
He's got to be able to find some value though, because he's left.
अरे यार टर्न के बाद जाना था.
Nothing is found. Less on the swing. He's already got 3 on the round. The 4. Aspas takes the edge, but it's a flawless round for Loud.
Oh.
दिमाग के साथ गया. दिमाग के साथ.
Supreme for Loud.
दिल एक ही बार जीत सकता है. Oh भाई. Anonymous bhai, thank you for the $10 more double streamer. Double streamer पता है.
Ace करता.
I was watching you for 10 years.
Ace करता भाई.
मैं 10 साल से stream कर रहा हूँ. इतना ओल्ड हो गया मैं.
Great position.
सोचा अच्छा जॉब करके आपसे सुपर चैट के थ्रू बात करूं. मेसी बेटर दो. मेसी ऑन टॉप. मेरे को तो पहले से पता था. कौन है रोनाल्डो?
But now we have the Viper shift.
Thank you for the $30 मेरी जान के रोटे. Thank you. Hello Beans, watch down my lily.
I mean, as soon as the dart falls, EDG's bodies fall with it.
Thank you for the 40 day. Bye.
Nobody's left by himself.
By easy clean कर रहे बे ये लोग अभी. Clean कर रहे. Clean.
Took a couple of blinks, a long blink.
Fnatic versus Loud repeat वाला होने वाला है.
अभी देखो.
It's one of those ones like check on bingo.
Are we doing that today? I don't think I saw that.
I don't think so. That was pretty banging though.
Unlucky. Yeah. EDG now in a position where they have to punch back. Nobody's the only one who's collected a frag up until this point, but they've got rifles.
अरे BC तू BC बराबर है. मेरे को membership मिल गया. लव अच्छा फिर BC की बता. Whoever gifted बहुत जन ने किया भाई लक्ष्य भाई. बहुत जन ने किया आज.
As well. They've moved Aspas on this C side. Ooh.
They're ahead of this.
They're gonna just
मतलब इसने सुपर चैट किया मतलब पैसा होने के बावजूद गिफ्टेड मिला.
On the other side of the smoke.
इसे कहते हैं सक्सेस.
So do EDG, interestingly enough.
ऐसा नहीं कार्ड. तो काफी लोगों के.
भाई कांग heavy info दे रहे हैं अकेला सी पे मांडी मार के बैठ के.
Here you can see they have a high low with Kong and Smoggy.
Yeah, the spike is on the opposite side. It just rotated all the way to double doors.
Chichu's just trying to break some Killjoy utility, and I think he needed some help from Nobody right there.
This is definitely
gonna be a play. Here's that high tide cutting across both bricks, long and short. Such a powerful piece of utility.
Subsidy.
Kong was already ahead of it, so Smoggy can disrespect that wall.
Oh, this fault line's gonna catch two. Kong could really tee off on these side players if the timing's right.
You've got Sadak back side though, who's now flashed, and they still
Arey,
haven't found
dash
their
ही
way
नहीं है
out.
उसके पास.
And Paranoia.
He's
now
vulnerable.
you see the aftershock. Now they continue to funnel their way out, but they've all tucked. This could be disaster. Kong's already taken care of. Tui's with the cove in his face, tries to spam through and deny the plant, but he can't. EDG with a ferocious take of the site.
30 seconds left.
Less than Tui's by themselves.
बेट हो गया. बेट हो गया. बेट हो गया.
He cannot convert.
भाई बेट हो गया. भाई 2 is बेट हो गया भाई. भाई सेक्सी खेला बे EDG.
EDG for the
EDG बढ़िया भाई, क्या निकाले EDG ने यार.
जैसे पिंकी ने बोला लेट्स गो कांग सीधा बॉटम पे गए वो. 0 kills.
Very difficult round.
Power दिया ना.
बराबर.
Grabbing two as a breach. Oh, must win bonus round for EDG. But now the op comes out. Aspas back at this A site, and again, this is where the hit's going to be coming. The breach util will come in on long.
चालू हो गया भाई इसका. भाई इसका चालू हो गया.
Pushes him off the early angle, even does catch
चालू हो
him.
गया
Coming
इसका.
back.
EDG filling on the space behind it, but is the flash going to be enough?
चालू हो गया इसका.
अरे
Man, such a delicate dance.
हाथ के बाजू से गया.
फिर भी जा रहे हो.
Dash out of Aspas is
जाते हैं भाई ऊपर कहाँ में ऐसे करते.
what's likely going to stop him from playing super aggressive on this A site. They break again. The Killjoy util. They're messing with the
वो
rotation.
थोड़ा डीप डालना चाहिए था कैमरा.
So good on this lurk roll.
अच्छा खेल रहा है यार EDG. Very proud.
To clear out Les's position. Yeah, there's the
बहुत अच्छा खेल रहा है EDG.
a consideration on the drone.
We're looking at a garage split right now, and I'm worried for this spike. I am very worried for Nobody getting caught in garage.
Sadak is here to help too. They should know now. Yeah, they know now. They know that both are here. Les with an aggressive peek and the spam through onto Chichu. He tries to connect, but look at
Meanwhile, Mara.
the ready play, but Les was aware.
This is all just a ruse. They're going A, but there's so much noise given to Aspas. Look at the rotate.
Remember, he still has an
ये
He's
round
going to be the
become
one to
more
control
difficult.
short. He's the only one on site right now.
I think they realize he could be short. They know. But can they do anything about it?
The lockdown's going to be a
ये
problem.
क्या लॉकडाउन है?
He's going to have to
भाई
fight
ये
all
क्या है?
of this.
हेलो.
He tries to get some high ground, tries to go up top and conceal
Oh,
himself, but
shot
he
rate.
can't. EDG deal with him.
It's a great plant though, Doug. Look
ये
at the plant
लॉकडाउन
for
क्यों
long
मारा?
with
वो
the
लोग नहीं
lockdown.
तोड़
They
सकते
can
थे
play
लॉकडाउन
this.
ना.
They fill behind the space.
कि मैं कुछ
GG
गलत
playing
देख
it
रहा हूँ.
short, both of them walled off. They got a cascade, they've got a high tide.
Cove, the cove.
Oh, and he can't even get it to half. Sonic didn't get half. It's all on account of Dean, and he
भाई
can't
ये
deliver
लोग
either.
क्या खेल रहे हैं?
A site holds by EDG.
लॉर्ड भाई मारो मेरा जूता.
Oh my gosh, they are so ready for the util. The way they're playing in these mid rounds.
भाई सेक्सी खेल रहा है बे EDG. अभी तक कांग में मारना भी चालू नहीं किया. जैसे मारे. मैं किसकी साइड पे था मैं भूल गया.
Loud.
That was an incredible play by Loud. That's countered again by EDG. And EDG now.
भाई सेम स्किल के लोगों को देखने में मजा आता है. मैं जा रहा हूँ सुनने. ये मैच देख के जाओ.
Dealing with Aspas
Heavy
getting
match.
the second kill from
नेक्स्ट
short.
गेम इजी होने वाला है Fnatic का.
And of course, we're right back into
Oh,
it this
यार,
time. It seemed like
Fnatic
Tui's
कैसे
was trying to take an
देखूंगी मैं?
aggressive line down short.
Okay.
Nothing but a sheriff here. Kamanzine the only one with the better gun.
2-0 है ना वैसे भी. Easy.
हाँ 2-0.
जीतने वाला ये तो. EDG next.
मैं नेक्स्ट गेम के लिए ज्यादा एक्साइटेड हूँ. पता है क्यों? स्टैक्स के बाद अल्टी आने वाला है.
What is the response
Next
from
round.
EDG when this cascade falls? Cypher cam, beautiful by Chichu.
Oh.
क्या हो गया? मैंने नहीं किया कुछ.
क्यों किया तूने ये?
मैंने नहीं किया कुछ.
That's
किसने
a
किया?
horrible way to die.
वो
The Trailblazer
लाउड का
aftershock
वो नहीं देख
guarded
सकते थी.
everything.
माउथ.
Aspas playing inside the smoke. He has nothing but a sheriff here. Dodges the paranoia somehow.
Oh my
Do they know
god.
it's there?
Yes.
I don't think they know. Oh, they do.
शॉट बे.
Let's get
Read
some
a
first,
second,
but
no
again.
way they
ये
can
भी
beat
है.
Oh, oh my gosh. Caged. But he runs out of ammo.
ओ भाई
Felt
शॉट
seriously
मारा.
injured
जाता
GG
वरना.
there. I thought Aspas had a
याद हो
shot
गया
at it for
को
just
दिया
a
था
moment.
आपको फटक की टीम में था टीम में कहा था. अच्छा खेला था. अनुज भाई आ गया हमारे
alone entering
हम
this A
मैं
site.
मैं इमोटल
Caged
तो
off
आगे
like a
आपको बारे
rat.
ऑन द वे. Loud हारेगा anonymous by.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
not possible.
Yes. EDG.
It is not possible at all. At all. अभी भी बोल रहा हूँ loud के loud लगने. Excuse me, language.
But again, Aspas was in a position there off of Lex getting a kill with the sheriff because he was also gone undetected. He had also
Good,
gone
no?
undetected, so he had a shot at it and avoids disaster.
See this.
Early timeout called here by Fraud.
Early,
Yeah.
much needed. These 3 rounds all lost at the A site. As an in-game
Look at
leader,
this one.
this is the dream for
Smile.
EDG.
Smile.
They've
This is so
opened up
cute,
the
huh?
playbook massively. They've proven they can take this A site
Vishal bhai is
at
living
will.
the life.
So
Yeah.
Loud now has to
यार
adjust.
मेरे को भी
They
एक
have
वो
to be
चाहिए.
ready to hold A.
मेरे
So
को
they
भी
have
एक
a
fight
flood
चाहिए,
retake
एक
planned with maybe getting a harbor ult online. You know, Seekers one off.
मैं
at
वो
this
लूँगा.
point.
Polar
There's a
bear.
lot of things they could do.
FTW.
The fakes now are opened up
As if anyone
massively in their
has
playbook.
मतलब
This
कौन
is
सा
an
वाला हो गया?
IGL's dream moment.
I think the question is, do they lean into that? Right? Do they use
ओ
that to their
अपना वाला
advantage?
ऐसा क्या?
Because you're right.
नहीं
It
विराज
feels
भाई
like
मेरे को
they're
लग रहा
running
है
circles around Loud right now. If you know that
हारने
you have
वाले
that
EDG.
advantage,
फील आ रहा है मेरे को
yeah,
पता
throw
नहीं
a little
क्यों.
curveball in there and see what happens.
EDG too.
See,
तू
the
इसको क्या हो गया? हेलो.
is out of Loud. 2 members.
बिग बाय लाउड को सपोर्ट कर रहे मतलब EDG जीतेगा. यार मेरा अभी तक जिंस चल रहा है. पोलर बेयर तो है ना गेमिंग. विशाल भाई मेरा घर टूटेगा.
They're expecting to see him.
Yeah, I definitely don't blame Fraud. But they're just going to
No,
keep at
that-
what's working.
वो
And
German
I
Shepherd है ना?
respect this massively for EDG. This is
आप
a
लोग
big
enjoy
decision to
करो.
make as
Just
an
wait a
indie
minute.
leader.
मैं
इस
अभी
topic पे
Just
I will
doing
write
what's working until they can
back.
stop it.
If it ain't broke.
in a minute.
No
But
bot
से घर
can
टूटेगा,
help
समझ
teach
Just
them
enjoy
how to
it.
this garage control, break the alarm bot, make sure
Take
this
it.
nano's out of the
Fine.
play.
Quick.
There's the
Get it.
smoke right on top of Les's lap. You can see the nano's burned.
That was really nice.
तो मैं ये अकाउंट
Quick. Really nice.
तो मैं अकाउंट प्लेयर्स रहते हैं या मैनेजमेंट वाले देते हैं. वो लोग का आईडी मैनेजमेंट वाले देते हैं. दूसरा आईडी रहता है वो लोग
That
का.
changes everything, but nobody taking less out. The alarm bot's now down in garage. This 3-player ace.
वो लोग को दिया हुआ ही रहता है.
Break.
You expect them to
What
fill
time
it
is
here.
it?
That Trailblazer only spotted one, but there was a
Chat
flash
तमीज
over
से
the top
chat,
and that
आराम
flashlight was
से.
still up to confirm presence.
Yeah, I think you can see Loud
Oh.
keeping 3 on A now after that
I cut off.
Trailblazer. And EDG is aware of it. They're walking away. They
वही फिंकी भी बहुत सपोर्ट करती है याद रखना.
The guiding light comes over along, gets no info, and that should be the cue right now for Loud to hightail it quickly across the map. But they're not doing it. They are not biting.
Aspas is already here. Howdong has the spike.
अरे मत जाओ ये.
भाई ऑफ
TP.
क्या
क्यों
किया?
जा रहे हैं?
Put a seed of
भाई
doubt
वो
in
लोग
Auspas's
3
mind.
लोग हैं.
भाई आसपास ने बहुत वो दिया बे.
Keep them there tethered.
No.
Info.
Onto that area for just a moment. Meanwhile,
बहुत
the rest of the
info
EDG is
दिया.
intent on committing out onto the site. You see Kong dashing forward.
ये क्या
Sonic cleans him
था?
up. 13 seconds left. They still have man.
भाई
Gotta
क्यों
get this
गए ये
back.
लोग?
पंकी वहाँ पे.
None of them can see a
Fuck.
thing.
ओ
Yeah.
Gets a 3
क्या
kill.
मारा शॉट.
Rip.
क्या शॉट मारा.
How does counting
बट से
walk away
हेडशॉट
from that
ऐसा मारा.
alive?
बट से हेडशॉट.
The stack from Loud
मैं बोली
looked
थी ये मत.
so bold. So unlikely that that would happen.
भाई आसपास ने सेक्सी
Watching
कॉल
how the
दिया.
round was playing out. But an overcooked call from EDG. They go back into this A site in the mid round. I don't even, honestly, I can't blame them, Doug. The guiding light went over long, got
इसने तो
no
मारा ही नहीं
info.
था.
That's
फिर
just
भी
a
कोई
hard
सीन नहीं.
read by
बचो बचो.
And a massive play from Collinzine, who now has Seekers online. You hear the blades used by Kong at the opening of the round, surrounded by rifles.
And we are not going A this round. There is
Sardung bhai
no
mere jैसे
chance of an A hit right now.
The alarm bot spotting it. Nobody clear. There's a rolling thunder. And it's just Aspas who's here on the site, but he should be able to get away. By the narrowest of margins, gets past the smoke.
कुछ है रिटेक करने के लिए लोग के
Oh
पास.
my god.
Oh, Sky RT है.
Seekers in this retake
और
wall.
3
Do they
लोग हैं
give it
उधर.
up or do they play in front of
पीछे आ
it?
जाओ.
Tough decision to make right now for EDG, but
Come on,
they
Kang
pull
Kang,
up.
show you.
Yeah, it seems like they're digging their heels into the sand.
4 players in front of this wall. Seekers go to waste. The Trailblazer comes in, combined with a dart, and Kang remains aggressive.
What are Loud waiting for? What are they looking for? What's the cue? There's the flash. Kong
Arre,
off
re.
that angle. Collinzine taking care of nobody at the beginning. And they're going to have this pinch from the other side. They have to deal with Garage as
भाई
well.
आसपास ने
And now
मस्त
you see the flood
क्रूशियल
come through
शॉट
from
मारा है
Loud.
आसपास.
Surrounding Kong, dropping him.
भाई आसपास ने
Leaving Chichu by
क्रूशियल शॉट
himself.
मारा
The
है यार.
retake from Loud is masterful.
वो शॉट मिस करता था आसपास ये लोग को पूरा गराज मिलता था.
Boy, did they get burned. Collinzy had a full kit of util. The Seekers come out, the Trailblazer comes out. And just when, Kong thinks the flood is about to happen, a guiding light swing, and that breaks the setup completely. Kong falls down, the player logs his left pants down. At that moment, it was just curtains. It was over for EDG on that side hold.
There's that flash that you were referring to. Or the second, actually.
यार वो फ्लैश नहीं होता ना कांग ऊपर से मार देता था.
Coming in from garage, it was just too much to deal with.
भाई आसपास crucial kill मारा.
क्या खेल ये लाउड कदम थे. Crazy shit, bro. Amazing. Oh. First map में लग नहीं रहा था क्लाउड कहीं से जीतेगी. And now third map. Oh.
Dude, the shorty.
Turret clear.
ओए.
Oh, how done trouble.
भाई साहब.
Diff कर रहा था bro. Really?
He did what he set out to do. He got the spike down. They've invested the reckoning. They're trying to push him off the site. Meanwhile, LETTSSS has taken all this space down long. And again, it's a barrage of utility from the defensive side. C is not safe. They're aggressing forward on the site too.
Perfect kill.
वो बैठ गया उधर.
ऐसा शॉट किया.
Chichu and Smoggy left alone as Sadak holds a defuse by himself. Another decisive round from Loud.
एक और किल मारेगा क्या? Excuse me, मैं मारता हूँ. Watching you since long, I love watching you. Thank you. Thank you. 10k likes करो, guys. 10k likes, 200 likes करो, 9k likes हो जाएंगे.
No one to support, no one to trade. And now, Edward Gaming.
Juice pillow friend.
उसके कप के अंदर by the way पानी होता है या तो frizzy drinks होता है.
Mostly there is everything. They have drinks also. They have this also.
Frizzy.
I don't think things are going to get easier next half.
No, I agree with you completely. And you imagine after feel some of that presence, some of
Lime juice के अलावा सब कुछ मिल सकता है.
Understanding of the severity of the moment.
पर मैं सच बोला आप भी एडीजी को कर रहे हो ना सपोर्ट नहीं देने. ये लाउड जीतेगा. जो अच्छा खेलता है उनको. पहला मैप मेरे को पता था कि एडीजी जीतेगा मैं बोला. बंग भाई इतना मेहनत कैसे करते हो यार? इतने सारे लोग देख रहे. 3 बजे 5000 लोग देख रहे हैं. कैसे मेहनत नहीं करो बताओ? वो बात अलग है. मैंने बहुत बार सोचा है संडे फैमिली डे का. आई एम आल्सो गेटिंग इन्फ्लुएंस्ड फ्रॉम वेरियस स्ट्रीमर्स.
He is playing attack against the Harbor Viper right now.
But सिर्फ सोचा है अभी तक क्लियर नहीं.
Very, very difficult to find that first blood. He is an incredible player with this weapon, but he is going to have to really pull something out of the bag here.
They're going back to
the tried and true A default.
जैसे क्यों मरो?
Got to remember all the success that EDG had on this site. And how it's just gone so awfully awry since.
Yes, and here's the cascade coming through the wall from Tui's. Guiding light to get some info at lobby. Simultaneously, less.
क्या कर रहा है चिचू भाई?
He's pushing down mid as the killjoy.
It's just mad the value that he's able to find consistently.
भाई ट्रेड भी नहीं हो गया. अकेला मिड पिक करके ट्रेड कैसे नहीं हुआ?
That would be to deal with.
भाई अभी तक अच्छा खेला था रे एडीजी लेकिन.
It's annoying approaching short A. There could be someone behind it on the box. It's annoying getting into short A. It blocks that.
Oh, miss kill, yes.
Blocks front B. They're baiting you into Osbos right now.
EDG waited out, and it seems like they set their sights back towards A. But there are 3 members of Loud here.
But the Omen blind combined with this fault line. Loud again is going to try to nest on this left wall with the Viper orb up. There it is.
Sadak taking a step back. You see both mollies denying entry, at least initially, or attempted to delay. You see Kanka
off से घुस रहा है.
And he lands it right on
अबे क्या है ये बंदा?
Dancing around himself, gets 3 again. Let's is just so consistent, and he's still on the side. Smoggy, can he deliver? No. Let's with 4 and Loud with another.
Sexy मारा. भाई लेकिन क्या भाई mad respect for कांगकांग भाई.
Round from less.
बेंच ऑफ लेके डैश करके मार रहे थे धीर साला.
This is a career event by Les. This is someone that won champions last year, but
सीखना चाहिए लोगों को.
16
सच्ची बोल रहा हूँ.
right now. 9 rounds in on Killjoy.
I feel like I'm getting tired of saying what a round from Les.
भाई ये वो उस दिन वाला गेम हो रहा है जहाँ पे सिर्फ लेस मारता ना.
He's cold.
Yeah.
उस दिन वाला गेम हो रहा है.
Another op in Kong Kong's hands. And he's already spammed the 17 HP.
So much importance invested.
Confirmed tilt.
So much power put in the hands of their star.
Confirmed tilt.
It's a difficult position to play from for the rest of the round.
बढ़िए.
इसके लिए Sky थोड़ा.
And there's an opportunity here for EDG. It's just a turret towards B right now. But the thing is, you've got Sodak's pit, you've got LETTSSS lockdown too.
I don't think they're going to get anything on this peak at C-Link. You can see, you know, Chichu and nobody have moved their distraction over towards A.
दो
The
पता चला
Trailblazer sees
उसको तीन
both
का
of
नहीं
them,
पता चला.
which honestly might keep these 3 people on A, and it does. So the spike will go down here. TV out from Hadong, so
Yes,
clean
this
round
time
right there by
perfect,
him.
perfect.
And here
लेकिन
comes the
एल्बस
lockdown.
वो नहीं है ज़्यादा यूटिल.
Yeah.
ये कौन सा झिगला पीक था भाई?
Value on the attack side with the up, but here's where this becomes a problem. Yeah, you
Ay.
open up, but when you have all these
Offer
walls
to
in your
opera.
face, how do you circumvent that?
Oh no, the cove.
LETTSSS is pushing his way forward too, as he's already gotten a kill. He's still healthy,
Nice.
but he was falling, he had no shot. Aspas now with the op. Kong Kong, can he find more? 2 is left by himself, 1v2. And that op's still in play. 2 is, can he deliver? No!
तीन मारे उसने 17 HP में.
That's our star player, Kong Kong, right there, coming up with the operator.
Turret से मर गया. Excuse me.
16 HP, finding
तीन
3
मारे.
round.
Into a Harbor Viper.
17 HP में.
With the lockdown, with the high tide front B.
भाभी आप सो जाओ उबा से मत.
Guarding everyone from top side. That looks so improbable, but this man is so quick.
भाई
These
कांग
shots.
है तो सही. अरे मैसेज क्यों
And the
डिलीट
pop
कर
off from EDG, you see it on your screens there
Big
after they've
Pete
been
ना
quiet
respect से
for a
बात
little
कर.
while. Showing signs of life, showing that there's still fight left in them.
मुझे भी नींद आने लग गई. मत
A couple of key ultimates to work with here too, including Smoggy's
ऐसा
Rolling Thunder.
Oh,
मैं yawn मैं.
Cloud भाई क्या खेल लिया भाई कसम से.
Right? The dart broken at long, but
4-6 का difference है.
line. He's gonna trip this short push. He's gonna put the seed of doubt. You know, someone's peeking
भाई
along
ये
with
मेरे
his
को
cage.
मौका मिला ना मैं ये क्वेश्चन
Have a breach
पूछूंगा.
ult to work with.
डिफेंस में लोग वाइपर अल्ट सीधा क्यों नहीं मारते?
Bro अल्ट है इसके बाद. इसके बाद
सीधा
भी
सी
अल्ट
लोग
है.
डीप वाइपर अल्ट
के बाद
मारा क्या
अल्ट है.
करेंगे वो लोग?
I think this might be the first time they're testing the C side. I think they might ult that site here. Spot. Take
अल्ट है.
Aspas.
जेट पे भी अल्ट है.
Get the tag.
This could very well.
Wait, Kong Kong's going in
The
with the
pace.
pace.
Oh no, the breach ult's down.
He's going aggressive. He wants to get Aspas, but somehow stays alive.
MG.
He's still
MG पे
Body was so good.
मारा बे कांग कांग
Bro,
ने.
from here.
bro,
Girl
क्या?
left invested. EDG looking to get the spike down and should
ब्रीज का
succeed.
जो
as
चीखने
Kong
का
Kong
आवाज
gets
आया.
another. That's all of them. That's a 4K
मारा
for
उसने.
Star.
नहीं एक किल ढापा एक किल ढापा 4 के मारा.
4K कहाँ?
कमबैक आ रहा है
Heading
क्या
into this
EDG
last
का.
round.
लग तो रहा है भाई.
भाई कांग कांग
भाई
भाई
इतना
बिट
इंटरेस्टिंग
डिफरेंट ब्रो.
मैच किया कदम से. एंड
Bro,
मोमेंट
bit
पे कोई नहीं बता
different,
सकता
bro.
भाई किसका कौन
हमारा.
क्या ले जाए.
हमारा.
कौन फाइनल
ये कोलर
दोनों में से एक
सेक्सी था बे.
जाए.
क्या ये?
भाई साहब
दूसरा कहाँ पे मरा? ट्विस्ट भाई.
फिर होगा.
ट्विस्ट भाई का आज हो गया.
Insane. Oh,
ट्विस्ट भाई का हो गया.
the breach ult still in pocket for Smoggy, and that will be worth its weight in gold. A judge.
बोला का
close
टीम में कोई
garage.
बोलेगा ना ट्विस्ट तो मार क्यों नहीं रहा है? सीधा ये
You've seen
क्लिप
the judge
दिखाएगा.
really pop off this event, Doug.
सीधा.
2 ults for Loud. Important ones.
भाई ट्विस्ट भाई का नसीब एकदम
Like
वो हो
Sonic
गया.
has had that pit for a while.
मेरे जैसा.
उसने ऊपर वाले को नहीं देखा.
Are they going to push him? Nobody's the one who would do it. There's a Rolling Thunder in the face of the pit. And I mean, you instantly see the pit goes up, the wall goes up to try to protect what resources they have.
भाई ये
They've dropped the
टफ
secrets
है
too. You've got to be
लेकिन.
careful here. There are only 2 members out on site.
Oh
Kong Kong just
my.
now arriving. And they've taken the site.
It's 4v4, but the pit down short. Just gonna pretend like it's not there.
भाई इतना बड़ा ग्रीन ग्रीन कलर का
Finally commit to
वो
the
है
plan.
यार.
Potentially lurk out. So you can see Hadong now has to be aware of that. They
He's up-
ping it.
I mean, they can also use that ult to try
भाई
to
ये
get him.
कहाँ से भी निकल के मार सकता है क्या?
Not a lot of util though from Loud.
भाई ये कैसे हो रहा है?
The timing needs to be
भाई कांग
immaculate.
कांग ये पोजीशन पे है भी कैसा? 2 जगह से वो ये.
See less up in
हाँ
heaven,
निकल गया
seeing what
निकल
he
गया.
can find, but he's
नसीब.
fucked off for now. And he's just so patient. He's still up there waiting at the smoke.
No.
There it is. It subsides. Smoggy now from in hell.
bullet.
Looking for another one to take.
Correct.
The ball is so good. Oh, it's going to be perfect. He spots the first, but Sadak goes unchecked. How do
Correct.
1v2
Very loud.
in the pit. Looking for them, and they're there.
Bye.
Sadak turns it just the right time.
Bye.
Bye, crazy killer.
There is no time. You're
Crazy killer by EDG.
What a round.
By EDG crazy killer by.
Come out of
Unbelievable round जीता.
I don't know how
वो वाइपर पिट देख के मेरे को लगा था हो गया उनकी लग गई गाफ लग
But
गई
here we are, even.
रोहित भाई thank you for the first super chat of 179 मेरी जान thank you for the first super chat
The hero plays from both of these teams are off the charts.
One side is second वाला मैप
लॉर्ड को बंद में सपोर्ट कर रही है
मेरे को उल्टा बोला मैंने EDG को सपोर्ट कर रहा
Screaming.
खेला तो सिर्फ कांटा नहीं बे टीम अच्छा खेल रहा है As a team खेल रहे हैं EDG पहला मैच भी as a team खेला वो लोग अच्छा खेला
worried about what EDG are going to do against this Viper Harborcom, and they pulled it back, Mimi, despite some of the incredible retakes we saw from Loud.
The first part of this half, I thought Loud was just going to run away with this. It was going to be the same story as that EG game for EDG, but that was not the case whatsoever. Still, these retakes were incredible. Loud started off with the read that they were going to play these really fast flood retakes against EDG, and I thought EDG was punishing them quite well. Then they went for these slower, more structured retakes. They were working great. The thing is, though, look at the number at the bottom. It ended up with only 2 out of 7 because of these last few rounds for EDG. They were utterly ridiculous, Brent.
I think that those adaptations, the hero plays by EDG, it is insane that we are here at a 6-6 half. I'm starting to be a bit of a believer. I really thought that Loud was just going to take control of this one if EDG didn't go. It is 6-6 in an elimination game. I mean, Sean was going on about it. Look at the reasons. There's so much on the line here with these two teams, and I cannot believe they managed to pull it back to this point. It is still anyone's game for that top 4 spot in champs.
Pinky will go blind,
Baba. Changes a lot. It's again
It's such a nice
cinematic effect. Contend with this composition. How have they changed their ideas on this to be able to deal with the Harbor Viper, a style that they're not used to? It would be massive. It would be the reigning champions here in 2023, going home in the top 6 so early.
I'm starting to be a believer for EDG that they can do this because they've already shown evidence that they can adjust. They adjusted in the second half of that first one, and I'm just looking forward to this series, man. I mean, I just want to see more here. This is going to decide our top 4.
Yeah, potentially the most important pistol round in both of these teams.
Yeah, Finky ko bhi challenge hai. 30-second last challenge.
What we're going to get, Doug and Sean.
Thank you.
पैसे वाला
So much,
तुम्हारे
so yeah, just a couple of minutes off the second half.
मैं कर
I've got to
सकती
very
हूँ
quickly remind everyone these two teams have danced before with everything on the line, and it was EDG who came out on top.
We haven't been to map 3 before yet.
Don't do that. Camera lens चला जाएगा.
ना इतना strong light नहीं है.
Blinded.
Oswald's with that sheriff on
very
this
light.
opening pistol. The wall
Crucial pistol round.
to allow alert come into A.
क्या Loud कुछ
Cascade the
तूफानी
deny info along the
करेगा.
Buddy start triple pings, and that allows this stack C to exist.
Sadak is taking so much space with the fall line and the paranoia. Do they fly out behind it?
That's a one-way. If
Wait,
that goes down,
इधर है.
वो
Green.
they push
बॉल
Loud
के पीछे
off.
बंदा है.
Meanwhile, Sadak, all the space that he had down long gets denied too. He's got to take a step back.
This is rolling to A though, and nobody is all alone.
भाई heavy
But
भागे
he's
वो
ahead of
लोग.
it, and he's healthy, and he's got a frenzy. No armor on any of the members on the attacking side.
This is very bold.
Do they dare challenge? Oh, they
अरे
do.
ना.
Aspaso, the sheriff is better.
फिर से सी जाएंगे.
How much more can they find? The spike is going to flip
फिर
once
से सी
more.
जाएंगे.
This is where the Harbor Viper reigns supreme. Doug, look at
2
this.
round ले लो यार.
Guys,
They've manipulated the rotations everywhere.
please मुझे Loud का वो बनाओ.
Have going for them
अरे
is this
EDG का वो
team
बनाओ
on B.
IGL.
The high tide comes in,
पहले मैं
locks
बोलता था.
EDG out
टी
of
पे
the
बैठे रहो
sights.
करके. 3
Smoggy
बंदे.
does have a fault line. The 2 cloud bursts onto Kang will allow potential.
इसका मतलब ये Loud और मेरा IGL same है. समझ रहे हो?
Yeah, the timing on that is mad.
Oh,
There's a shot at it though. It's just that the 2 of the members of EDG that are still up are so weak. 59 and 20 HP. Aspas spotting the first, and you see that ping pong swing. First, it's Aspas and
Nice
Kawatin
C2.
on
Counter
one.
part से एक और
He's
part
already
से
got 3 on the round. The fourth is
एक और
there.
part
It's
से
up for
एक और
grabs, and
part
he
से.
finds it.
एक छोड़ के 9 लोग हेडशॉट से मरे, मतलब बाकी के जितने भी लोग
Once nobody fell in that A site,
सारे हेडशॉट.
it was like Sadak knew exactly
क्राउड
what
के
to
नहीं
do.
वहाँ पे साइक्लोन
काउजिन जी वो बंदा ऐसा खेल रहा है. ये बंदा है ना काउजिन ऐसे खेल रहा है. लेट्स बी बाप.
Likelihood of this retake at that point just collapsed.
चीचू भी आज अच्छा खेला है. चीचू भी आज अच्छा खेला.
EDG now.
गया माइक
That's a
गया.
super important pistol, and Fraud definitely knows that.
यार
opportunity at something.
मेरे हिसाब से ना
Trap play here.
टीम किसका भी हो सामने जायंट्स का कोच होना चाहिए.
But there is a little bit of help. You've got less watching over his shoulder. The Trailblazer towards A.
अभी बस बैक साउंड करके वापस ए रीहीट करो.
I don't think they
ताकि लोग पुश करें. ये लोग को पुश करने पड़ेगा इन्फो के.
They've set the line of scrimmage in short.
This could be a bit stubborn by Loud.
Nice.
Are they going to be punished? It's tough to say.
They are pushing them.
Yeah, they are.
सब मरेंगे. It's time to farm. It's time to farm. पिल गए. It's time to farm, baby. It's time to farm.
18 and 19 on Tui's.
Tui's भाई सीधा ऊपर आ गए. सड़क भाई अभी नीचे चले गए.
That got really scary for Loud.
Eco frags.
So you see the gun difference on full display.
Yeah.
सड़क भाई भी लाइक मैं हमेशा ये सिचुएशन में कैसे फंसता हूँ.
To work with in that situation, what could have happened?
Would you look at
वो कोच का रिएक्शन मजा था.
भाई लाउड 8-6 पे लिए. अभी भी लीड बना के रखे. अभी भी लाउड ने गैप मेंटेन करा अभी भी थोड़ा.
इंटरनल लफड़ा हो रहा है वो लोग में.
अभी कुछ नहीं है सकते.
Thomas में गया.
With this wall on short A. There's a trap play with Smoggy, but it really won't even matter, right?
भाई क्या BT walls है ना यार.
Across garage as well as left side B. That combines with the Viper wall. So there's a lot of pressure on B right now. And garage. And Sadak has lurked up short A.
I thought for a second there, Kong was just going to peek on the other side of the harbor wall, but he waits a little bit and actually invested paranoia for him to take the line.
No, dog, Seekers are definitely going to be popped right now. And this
वो लोग
site,
पूरा retake करना
I don't know
पड़ेगा. खेल
how
लिया
EDG can hold it. The cascade comes into
Right,
spawn.
खाली है.
The orb is likely going to go into spawn.
हाँ
The
नसीब
snake
trap
bite
होती है.
also to lock
रुको
them out.
रुको.
Oh, and the spam.
Yeah.
God.
भाई साहब अंदर उन्होंने पूरा ले लिया
मरे
एक्सेस.
पता है.
He still has full utility. Still has fault line, still has everything. Yeah, they do.
Oh.
Expected all.
Oh.
He's so aware. He's so ready for it.
Bro.
भाई वो कहाँ पे मरा है वो
क्या?
चीचू.
Another challenge.
Save bro.
Hey, they're just cutting their losses, Sean.
69 भाई 69 कर्स तो है नया वाला.
This is literally dotting your I's, crossing your T's. I mean, Tui's threw a cove down back sight, ready for the potential flood. Just so that way he doesn't get darted, you know, breach, aftershock, breach.
नहीं
flood.
ऑफ थे तो
There are
ऑफ
so many
थे.
things that can go wrong on these floods into the A site. And that cove really puts a wrench in things.
भाई आसपास में कहाँ पे मारा बे.
Loud with a massive bonus win here, but keeping 3 guns in it for EDG means they will be able to buy into the next, and that is a light win.
Yeah, they've got a shot at this.
हो रहा है 69 नहीं सेम है.
It's not much of one, but there is a shot. I mean, Aspas up here, understanding that Chichu is there first and then expecting the second peak.
So taking Cloudburst.
विशाल भाई जस्ट सिंह आपका जीतोगे.
कहाँ पे मरा चीचू.
Already
कसम से.
player in the open.
एक्सपेक्ट भी नहीं करा होगा चीचू ने वहाँ पे. यो वॉल के पीछे
ट्रेडिशन किंग के साथ लफड़ा.
Coach after understands.
फाड़ दूंगा सबका
Not
कपड़ा.
over. We had to do
Really where they need to put a
6-9
stop
score.
to this run by Loud.
That's why.
This is their year.
ये अभी चेकआउट हुआ है.
9-6 tournament lives
वाह
on
क्या
the
कर रहा
line.
था
Year
वो?
on the line.
Killings.
And Kong, would you look at that, Doug? We are privy to some info.
Hey, he's gonna have to find so much value out of it. You can imagine the conversation taking place right now.
करके सुने दिया.
One of settling, one of calm.
EDG म्यूजिक है क्या ये?
They're still in this fight. EDG are.
टेंशन में.
But you can see it actually. Perhaps feeling the stress of the moment.
भाई लेकिन एक जगह था जहाँ पे लाउड घर पे जाने का चांस था ये मैप में.
हाँ भाई.
अच्छा तो खेले.
हाँ भाई.
Glass cannon up. 9-6 in
EDG
favor of
अच्छा तो
Loud.
खेला यार.
हाँ भाई EDG अच्छा तो खेला यार क्या लेकिन लाउड
दिख दिया ना कांगांग को वैसा आसपास नहीं देखा
लाउड कहीं ना कहीं कल से कुछ ना कुछ मिस्टेक तो सुधार रही होगी अभी लाउड की मिस्टेक्स हैं थोड़ी थोड़ी पर लेकिन EDG was playing pretty well in this round क्योंकि पिछले राउंड में जैसे कि देखा था
अरे मुझे कोई तो पकड़
लाउड का अलग ही स्कोर चल रहा था पिछले राउंड में
ऐसे भी कौन जाने चाहिए ना
12-4 पे चल रहा है
मुझे कोई तो जकड़ लिया
Droning, the alarm bot spotted.
It's time to farm.
This one here, Too Easy's not far off.
2 seconds बाद.
Careful, Kamanzine is now showing up. He has no flashes though. So it's just gonna be a dry gunfight. There's the fault line. Less patient, less waiting.
Oh, nice.
And he falls. Kamanzine trying to do what his teammate
heavy blind दिया.
Oh,
heavy blind दिया.
But it's a 2v2. The op in the hands of Kong delivers. Aspas, can you do it by yourself? Dodging the flash, staying alive. The line is held by Kong.
Oh, he's there only.
Getting it to half, and there it is. He found the top.
Oh,
no.
Dash.
Can he do it? Dashes forward.
Oh, lip to lip kiss करके पेला.
Loud gets it 10, and that very well may be Dagger.
Oh man, the star duelist.
हाँ?
Would
Sorry.
you believe it if I told you they met in middle?
भाई जप्पी तो पप्पी दे के बे.
I can't even believe that.
Kiss
the
of death.
Of this swing by
ये देखो.
Aspas right when Gong
Kiss
leaves
of
the
death.
angle. Oh, he can't.
यहाँ पे पप्पी दिया यहाँ पे. वो भी बोल रहा है यहाँ पे पप्पी दिया उसने.
I mean, the money's still so good for Loud. EDG is on the ropes as you could possibly fathom.
Pushing through the
Bro. I think I missed that.
एक बुलेट है भाई.
भाई क्या ही कर रहा था भाई.
लकी.
Aspas just getting another kill.
क्या लकी बोल सकते हैं अपन
And this might be the final verse.
था उसके पास. हेलो.
For the years,
EDG
continues to hunt for blood.
भाई EDG
भाई उसने
no more. I think
Sit back and watch.
हैक कर रहा.
I now see no more chances EDG to come back. I think so. क्योंकि लाउड जो aggression से खेल लिया ना कसम से it's mind blowing bro कसम से.
मार के.
All of the air just sucked out of this room.
पौधा बना दिया lol dudes.
1-on-2 that Aspas won. No timeouts in the.
चलो चाइना का जर्नी एंड यहाँ पे.
How does that judge work from that distance, by the way?
भाई ये क्या था भाई?
Can do some silly things.
Yeah, it certainly was that.
क्या था भाई वो हेलो?
Veteran in-game
Oh,
leader.
यार,
Team
कितना?
yelling across the stage.
Obviously घर पे जा रहे हैं वो लोग.
This is where EDG absolutely need to win this round. Kong with the op on this B side.
Come on.
It has been the weak point for the team.
कहाँ से तेरे को होप्स दिख रहा है?
That's big out from Kong.
एक ओपन.
Oh,
भाई पड़ी.
Oh, and the second time is a death blow. Turning
भाई इसका एम बहुत क्रेजी है बे. Cousins टीम का.
Chichu now.
क्योंकि नले.
Close in garage. This will be.
अबे.
Nice. He has a lot to do here.
You're right. Oh, but Kong is there to help. He's already gotten 3 on the round. Blades online for the next. This would be such a ridiculous comeback if they can pull it off. But for now,
hope है.
EDG क्या लेगी? वही हालत है.
ये किधर में था बता.
Round by round.
Team.
And that's exactly what EDG has to be telling themselves right now. They get no more words from coach after. This is all on the players now. They're gonna need a lot more from their star players. This off
भाई कुछ भी बोलो. सड़क भाई अपने डाउन टू अर्थ है. एकदम नीचे समझ रहे.
To get back into this game.
टूइस का वो ए शॉट में जो किल फार्म किया ना उसकी वजह से
like this before, Doug. This is going to be a banging round. Look at the setup from the
इनका
Omen. The
मारता
Reckoning
था.
will certainly be used on this take. This is a very difficult.
Hard the first round, Lord will be checking on land points. हाँ इसके पहले भी किया.
It's just the fall line. But you're right, the Reckoning invested. Howdom going aggressive. He pushes into the smoke.
No way.
Slipping. Loud, no idea of what just hit him. Unreal.
Prime Gaming flawless. They get the Reckoning out of Loud.
Hope है.
They are absolutely
Fnatic
storming back
versus
into
Loud
this
तो
game.
दूर है
The money,
पता
though,
चला
that Loud
आज
have, you see it
DRX
on your screen right now very
win
quickly. I'm sure we're going to see a replay. There's
No
still so
way.
much depth. They've created
कल
such
का
a
गेम
nest
देख
egg that they
I'm a
can take a
little
couple
bit
of these shots from
disappointed
EDG and still be standing.
भाई मूड में आ गए थे
Honestly, what I just saw in their
एक
faces,
राउंड पहले
they're
वो
already
कर रहा था
about that.
आइए
They're not worried about what's on the
ये
other
ऐसा
side.
कर
They're
रहा
not
था
worried
सड़क
about
में
the
अभी
money
देखो
that Loud have amassed.
अभी देखो
All of a sudden, a spark of hope.
Now on
भाई
the long angle, they're good.
ब्रीच अल्टे ब्रीच अल्टे
The dart gets a ping.
लेट्स गो लेट्स गो लेट्स गो लेट्स गो लेट्स गो अबे इतना स्कैन हो गया लेट्स गो
Flash was so good. Now
मोगी बॉय लेट्स गो
Does Smoggy invest the Rolling Thunder here?
मोगी लेट्स गो
इधर
कहां
Much like the Reckoning.
मेरे जैसा अल्ट करता है
The Cypher setup on B, on C, lets them know what's happening in this area, but the cam will go down right now. Sadak has
जब
entered.
नोबडी ने
Garage.
स्कैन किया था तब क्यों नहीं किया
भाई साहब
With Sadok's
I-
presence being found in C, they commit back to A.
अब तो भाई ये तो लिख चुका है कि लाउड जो है भाई
अच्छा मैं तो लाउड
वो
से
जीत गई
To clear Smoggy here.
This is
अब
very
इसके
easy
बाद
to be cleared.
हमारा होगा फनेटिक
Just the flash.
अरे
फनेटिक और
Smoggy gets 3!
हमारा होगा फनेटिक और
ये मीनिंग था लेट्स गो का
तुम्हारा DRX का
लेट्स गो का मीनिंग
Sadak
ये
has to
था
clutch it back by himself. Can he
बजो
do so?
भाई,
The leader,
बजो,
the
बजो।
veteran for Loud.
30 seconds left.
Already the recipient of hardware, but he cannot commit this time around.
Smoggy.
भाई
Can you
was
believe it?
this the let's go meaning
What is that hold? What is that hold? Unreal. Look at this play from the corner.
ये
I
क्या
don't know
dodge
how he
है?
gets the third. Whips into the dart cover. Takes out Tui's. And closes it out with the fourth. Man, my teammates are pretty good. Holy.
ये लड़के खेल रहा है
We absolutely have a game here. And the timeout coming from Fraud here. This is the final timeout from these coaches. After does also get the chance to talk with his team right now. Honestly, he has to be congratulating them on keeping this game
भाई
alive.
जीतना है कि नहीं जीतना है
The Hunter's Fury on nobody
जीतो ना
is
ये एक बोला है
really
लाउड
nothing
ने
to be
टाइम आउट
messed
में
with here on this defensive half. It is great at stalling out plants. Loud has not done a very good job of breaking all this Cypher util, and truthfully, one of the few weaknesses they've found is on the B side. And I think at this point, EDG is very aware. I would love to know what Fraud is saying right now in this timeout. We've seen earlier on in this tournament them take the gloves off and take dry fights. And it worked in spades. But can you do that against a team like EDG?
भाई अभी प्रॉब्लम ये है कि ब्रीच अल्ट हो गया अभी लोग बस 100 अल्ट है एक और क्रूशियल अल्ट
You mentioned the Hunter's Fury a couple of moments ago.
और अगर गलती से स्मोगी ने वापस पेल दिया ना
The op is mid.
नेक्स्ट राउंड स्मोगी का भी अल्टा देगा
And it's not just that. I mean, Howdong is here, Chi-Chu's
सीधा
close
रीटेक
by.
नोबडी भाई सीधा पट से भागो पट से सीधा सिटी सीधा कुछ नहीं देखने गया कुछ नहीं
Looks like it could be fake pressure, but I will warn you, if this site is lost with this Viper's Pit against the Harbor Viper, the retake, the chances of a win for EDG at that moment plummet. The chances of winning a round with that Viper Pit on this A
ठीक है ना
side,
तेरे को क्यों पढ़ना रहता सब
what
कुछ
Loud's aiming to do right now.
सब पढ़ के सब रिएक्ट करते रहते हैं
भाई ये क्या हो रहा है
I think Loud right now
EDG
is very scared of an aggression.
वापसी लेना चाहती
They don't know what to expect right now from EDG. The dart clears long right now, gets no info. It's broken by Aspas after
गुस्सा
a
ना
couple
करे
pings.
धीरे
I'd say that's kind of
रात को
confusing
3
Chicho
बजे
Bay's
भी
leaning towards this A site. It's looking
टीम
like
देखो
we're
हारने
going
वाला
into
तेरा
that
काम
B
का
pop here.
That's
Hong Kong
fine.
is here.
End of the op. He's been here the whole time.
ये इधर आके गलती कर रहे हैं
Crosshair jiggling, and Kalanzine
पट से
destroys him.
दिया पे पट से दिया
So dependent on that. And it finds no value. Can the rest of
नहीं लग रहा
EDG
उसका।
deliver? Tui's gets the spike down. Nobody investing the Hunter's Fury. Tui's falls. But they're going to have
इस
to
बार
get through
अलग ही
the
बी
pit.
टीम है
Is there an additional flank?
मेरे को एक स्टैट्स चाहिए कि कितना बार बिना दिखे टूइज
It's
मारा
all going to
करके
be a flood out onto the site. The
3 बार तो
paranoia is
मैंने
good to
गिना
at least get Aspas. But Smoggy falls. Aspas looking to deal with him, and he can't. Nobody on the counter. Les still playing from far back. Sadak still with the pit up. All of the onus on EDG right now. As Kawazine has gotten 3. Chichu, the 4th. He's so weak. He's gonna fall. Howdong on the flank, and there's found.
Absolutely silence.
उसका गुस्से को हंसाने के लिए मैं हूँ.
Huge round by Kawazine.
मैं anti-sexy था बे.
And he, of all people, the young initiator onto this team.
भाई साहब.
Joined after champions last year.
सोने जाना है क्या? बस खत्म हो गया.
Insane.
कांगम को मारना चाहिए था वो शॉट.
From Kawazine right there.
इतने शॉट्स मार रहा है वो.
Les and Aspas are right behind him.
कुछ क्या हूँ मैं? वो अभी घर पे आने वाला ना सीधा.
Now going back into this A default. The dart again getting a lot of value here for EDG.
It's becoming so troublesome, and we've seen the punish a couple of times, but not this time around.
Doug, I think they're going to take the gloves off and walk up.
Match point.
Loud-esque play. Is Conquer going to be aware of this? They are ready to fight. They are ready to brawl.
Sorry.
बहुत stay करके खेलने हैं.
It's quiet.
4 players in the most ridiculous.
Loud.
भाई
सब गुफा के अंदर है.
My sweet love.
Let's go. Oh shit. Peak दिख जाती है उसे भाई अभी.
Has to dash away.
की बात.
Do they go fast off this?
Oh.
And this time Sadak. The op is down.
क्या हमारा?
The cascade blocks the vision of nobody. Initiators on this A.
मेरे को सच्ची में कसम
इधर से एंट्रेंस लेंगे.
कैसे मरता मेरे को देखने का.
Flash confirming some info. Smoggy.
मैंने बोला था Smoggy hope. Smoggy is the hope.
There's nowhere for them to go.
23 seconds. The Omen blind is here.
Look at where the spike is, man. It's out of reach. There's no way for them to scoop it up.
Save करो.
विशाल भाई हो कि सो गए विशाल भाई हो साथ बड़ा.
I mean, the 3K effectively secured the round, but the Rolling Thunder was just icing on the cake.
नहीं पीछे या आगे.
This A site
फोटो में
just
तो
seems
आगे
owned
दिख
by Smoggy right now. The plays coming out of this man deep
No,
into
no.
this game. Their tournament lives on the line.
भाई स्मोगी heavy खेला ये मैप. ये क्या शॉट था बे.
Look at this.
भाई क्या खेले भाई.
ट्विस्ट कैसे मारा? मैं बोल भाई ट्विस्ट का कुछ तो है बे लफड़ा. ट्विस्ट को कुछ तो लफड़ा है. समझ रहे हो? आज उसको एक सेल्फ वो करना पड़ेगा. पूजा हो जो कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा. एक किल और फिर सड़क ऊपर.
This fault line's coming in. He's up.
He's past it, but he's so weak. Oh, they go two! Again, the dart and the flash! EDG's utility combo into A-main is so good, and they're finally punishing Loud for it.
Loud is so persistent. They continue at this A site. Can they take it?
Smoggy once more. Sadak falls. Aspas in less. A 2v4 to potentially stifle this comeback from EDG.
OT.
Stays alive. There's the paranoia. Aspas falls. That's another 2. Going down. EDG's still alive.
OT.
भाई क्या खेल रहे हैं बे EDG.
In A lobby.
Oh, this is some Junta going gameplay right here, bro.
How can they not break this dart?
It's like a ticking time bomb, though. How many times have we talked about it? There's got to be a combo that they're using with the dart. Because you see it now, all 3 of them were flashed.
Oh my God, incredible initiator. Util coming out of EDG. And they laid the trap all half long. And at the least expecting time, pushes up short A.
अगर इनको साइड मिला इनके लोमड़ी 4.
Early garage control. The
अगर अब ये जीत गई EDG भाई साहब क्या कमबैक होगा फिर. ओह शिट भैंस की आँख.
Such a heavy investment. Life on the line to get the lockdown down.
नोबडी को देख किधर है.
Chicho.
This is the reckoning coming on.
भाई तू इसके बाद अल्टा गया.
तू इसको पता है.
The orb is down spawn, the Cove is in
जल्दी नहीं मारा
garage.
अल्टी वैसे.
This is where Loud close out games.
Smoke up, smoke up, smoke up, smoke up.
On an outrageous series. Calcine on the swing, he's got 3
Too easy मारा ना.
Smoggy.
only gets 1.
Too easy मारा.
Loud defend the throne. They take down EDG in the rematch and advance.
Oh shit, उसने वो किया बे कांगकांग वाला. ऐसा किया उसने.
So elated. That took everything out of Loud.
Anti-Kanga.
Harbor Viper finally coming
भाई
back.
13-11 यार.
This
भाई
team
कितना
proved
बुरा लगता रहेगा
Loud
भाई.
GP
एक
bro.
तो राउंड की वजह से वो लोग घर पे गए.
one with this comp.
हाँ?
They're
ये
currently
तो
only
वही
running
हुआ
it here on
34
Haven.
मार्क्स की वजह से फेल हो
I
गए.
don't think EDG has seen
Wait,
a style
what?
like that, so you have to give them credit for how close this game was.
बहुत
What a
close था.
fight, bro.
What a fight that was.
EDG, an outrageous
भाई
performance.
सेक्सी खेला है लेकिन
Pushing Loud
भाई
to
थोड़ा
the
हार्ड हो जाए
most
रेडी के लिए.
extreme
सेक्सी
possible
खेला.
limits. And
सिर्फ
it's
मैं लाउड को सपोर्ट
unfortunate
कर रहा करके लाउड जीता भाई. क्रेजी क्रेजी.
But Loud, I mean, talk about taking a hit in the chin and still being standing when all is said and done.
भाई
Bro.
बहुत प्यारा खेला यार.
भाई
They are a
क्या
special
भाई
team. I
बहुत
think a lot
बहुत
of people
तगड़ा
are
मैच किया भाई
बहुत
कसम से.
champions. They lost that opening game to DRX, and they have bounced off of rock bottom like a rocket.
I mean, again,
क्या
we've got
मैच
to talk
क्या
about the
मैच
performance
क्या.
of Tokyo and all of the questions around this roster, and then you start off this series as you were
बहुत
saying.
प्यारा
You
खेला.
know, what the heck?
भाई अभी तो जल्दी चालू होएगा गेम क्योंकि फैन
Well,
मीटअप भी
they're
नहीं है ही नहीं
back.
फैन
They're
लॉल
back.
डूड.
They're back, and they are really ready to make a run in the lowers.
Again, defending world champs, still in the tournament. They've still got to fight in this thing. We're going to throw it down to the analyst desk.
सारे
to break down
वर्ल्ड
that
चैंप्स
series.
नीचे.
Thank you very much, you guys. What a series that was, and what a way for Loud to be able to
भाई
hang on.
अच्छा खेला यार
Most
लेकिन यार.
importantly, Mimi close it
हाँ,
out
अच्छा खेला.
before OT.
Yeah, I mean, that's an
Huh?
incredible game. It looked like
अच्छा
Loud
खेला
was going to
Vicky.
be able to just hold on cleanly after that first half with this
कभी
Harbor
सोचा
Viper
नहीं
comp.
था यार.
Like, it's
सेम
so
मेरे जैसा
tested
खेलेगा
there by
कांगकांग.
EDG. But still closing things out, a chance to defend the title, a chance to go on another run. But
क्या ना
unfortunately,
नहीं.
that means EDG going home in the most
फैंस
tragic
क्यों नहीं है
fashion.
क्योंकि एले में थोड़ा सीन है
Away.
कुछ.
Yeah, that is heartbreaking.
बोला मैंने.
Again, this is a team that has come so close to their own goals and objectives at these global events, and they just can't
Jordan's
get it over
incoming,
that
ah.
tiny finish line multiple times now.
Easy
This has
win,
happened.
baby.
And yeah, they're going to be kicking themselves over this entire situation.
विशाल भाई का मैसेज आ गया. कंफर्म जूता कंफर्म.
Down to that final round. I
Fnatic
cannot
is
believe
going
how
to
close
lose.
it was.
No
But credit
way.
to them for
Vishal
pushing
bhai,
Loud
ये
to
Vishal
be
bhai.
in this championship form. I think
This
that's
is
been
the
a big
gift from
sign
Vishal
for
bhai.
EDG. They come here at this event when I would argue I think the competition has only increased since
yes.
Tokyo.
मैं
And
ये
they are
जीता.
putting up a similar
इस
performance.
जूते पे मैं साइड में लिखूंगा लाउड है.
Right now, but they
समझ रहे हो
hopefully will
क्योंकि
reflect
लाउड की
upon
वजह से
this
जीता मैं ये
tournament and think,
जूता.
yeah,
लाउड
the
है
competition
करके
was
लिखूंगा.
elevated so much more. So many
Loud
more teams
है.
came online, and we still managed
Hey,
to put up
hey.
a fight to some of the best.
This is
Yay!
the tournament where I think we really showed that it wasn't just Kong Kong. It was Smokey bringing them back into overtime.
Yeah.
It was how Dong continuing
अभी
to
विशाल
improve
भाई ने
Nigel
प्रेडिक्ट किया है
every
कि
event
फनाटिक
these
हारेगा.
guys
विशाल
in
भाई लगता है आज
attend.
गिव
It was
अवे
great
के
run
मूड
from
में.
them. But still, I
Fnatic
think this is another
नहीं.
moment
Fnatic
where
is
you
not
have to
going
start
home,
from
please.
leading.
विशाल
You
भाई
Fnatic
can't
जीतेगा.
underestimate these
आपको
guys.
एक
They
स्कीम
won
देता
last
हूँ
year for a
बचाने के लिए
reason-
गिव
for
अवे.
a reason, excuse me.
कल का
And it
DRX
looks
का
like
मैच
it's the
देखो,
same
सच्ची बोल रहा
narrative again. You nearly
Respect to
win the
विशाल
first
भट्ट.
tournament, you bomb out of the second, and you come back
EDG
so
और
strong
अच्छा
at
खेल सकता है
Champions. If
लेकिन
this script
लांग कांग
repeats itself,
ऑफिस से
we
सब
could
टीम
have
के
a
अगेंस्ट
back-to-back
कम नहीं
championship.
आएगा.
Yeah, we've
To be
never seen
honest,
it before.
last
I feel
Crystal
like
Run
this
ऑफिस
year
भाई
has been
उसने
about
मारा भी है ना.
record-breaking. You know, we saw the first team to do back-to-back.
उसने
So
मारा है.
we'll
उसका
have
ओपी का
a
क्या गलती है.
defending
उसने
champion
मारा है
here
भाई.
as well. And speaking of
उसके भी
Loud,
एंट्री लिया
let's
उसने
send it
ऑफ
down
से.
to the
ऑफ
stage.
प्रॉब्लम नहीं था.
Paperthin is
अच्छा
standing
खेला.
by with Tui's for the Verizon
लेकिन
post-match
लाउड है यार
interview.
सामने. लाउड भी तो कितना अच्छा खेला.
Thank
दोनों
you
टीम
so
अच्छा
much,
खेला.
Insu. I am standing here with Tui's of Loud, just coming off of their 2-1 victory over EDG. First of
बेचारा
all, big
ब्रह्मांड में
congrats,
था
my man. A great match here today.
बिना
But I want to
देखे
start
पीला
off
ये
with the
बेचारा.
very first map, Bind. EDG comes out with something completely unexpected. You've got
भाई
Hong Kong
प्रोडक्शन
operating
वाले
on
झुक
something
के
he's
ये कर
never
रहे.
done in an official match. Did you guys expect this, and how were you able to try and adapt to it as the map went on?
क्या क्या करना पड़ता है ना टीवी के लिए चैट. हाँ तुम सबको एंटरटेन करने के लिए
Acho que
क्या कर रहे हैं यार ये लोग?
a gente esperava que seria chamber, mas ele acabou
कप
vindo
का
pra
कलर
arena,
सेम है देखो
ele
इंक पेन
surpreendeu
का
bastante gente em games e avanços,
अभी
então
लिखा है देखना
ele soube aproveitar
अभी
muito bem
जस्ट
da
वो लोग
gente.
सफेद कपड़ा लेके रेडी थे
Umas adaptações
इससे
ali,
जीता ना
fomos
फट
muito
से
picks,
भामोस
mas
ये लाउड
foi mapa
वही ना फैंस वहाँ पे
pequenos
साइक्लोन
detalhes que
वार्निंग है
resolveram.
एलएम वहाँ पे
और एक चुप के कर रहे हैं let's get loud less is more आसपास गोट लिखा है इसने
Haven, I want to ask you about the Harbor Viper comp, especially since you're a Harbor player on that map. It's something EDG has actually never played against on that
भाई
map
क्या
before.
crazy है भाई
What is it about this comp
W
that works so well
production
for Loud?
W
Então, agora a gente vai falar sobre a composição Harbor Viper que vocês trouxeram e talvez tenha surpreendido eles. O que você acha que dá tão bem,
भाई मुंह भी
especialmente
नहीं
para
दिखा
você
रहे
ser um Harbor player?
Eu acho que
वो लोग को
a
बोला
comp
गया है
é
कॉम्स
uma
में
comp com muita
सीनियर
sinergia
कॉम्स
nossa,
रहता है ना वो लोग को बोला गया
conforto,
चुप
a
के
gente tem
करना
bastante
ठीक है
conforto nela e também a gente sabe desenvolver bastante rounds, fazer umas plays juntos,
एडिटिंग में
sabe?
पीछे
Então,
सारे लोग आ जाएंगे
acho que é mais isso, conforto.
Overall, I would say it's a very comfortable composition for her. There's a lot of
लेफ्ट और
synergy
राइट वाले ना
between
एक्सट्रीम
them, so
मेहनती है
It's a very comfort position.
बार
for
बार
us,
वो
you know,
हिला रहे
to play well.
Awesome, yeah, makes a lot of sense. Okay,
काफी फेट
last
के लिए कर रहे हो लोग
Next up, we're gonna face either DRX, who beat you in the group stage, or Loud, or excuse me, or Fnatic, who beat you at lock-in. Who do you expect to win out of that match, and who do you think you will be facing at the Kia Forum on Thursday?
वो लोग बोलते रहेंगे ना भाई ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस मत पूछो बहुत ऊपर तक किया हाथ दर्द हो रहे
que pegou vocês logo de primeira ou a Fnatic? Quem você espera que vai passar para a próxima vez para
अगर आज बेस्ट ऑफ 5 होता
Eu acho que vai ser
तो इस फक
jogo
को ऑल
muito
डिफर
difícil,
मारता
vai
भाई
ser
बहुत गलत
batalha
शॉट्स
de
का है
titãs
भाई
e acho que
बहुत गलत शॉट्स का
eu acho que dá uns 2 a 1
पूरी
Fnatic.
पांच ऑडियंस की भाई ये
Fnatic,
ऑडियंस
mas
भी नहीं है
Eu acho que vai ser 3 mapas muito pegados porque os dois times são muito
प्रोडक्शन ऑफ
Overall, I
है
believe we're going to be like a Titan clash.
रिडम पूरा खाली कैसे ब्रो एकदम अरे एलए में थोड़ा सीन चल रहा है
Upper hand, perhaps a 2-1, but
Cyclones.
you're going to be
टाइफून आए ना आए नवा भी ना
Awesome. Well,
कटे
thank you so much, Tuis. Congrats again. A great match here today, and we're looking forward to seeing
कोई
you
रोक
on
सकते
Thursday
क्या
at the
अपने
Kia
को
Forum. Well, that's going to do it for us for now, guys. We will be back shortly with DRX versus Fnatic. Don't go anywhere.
अपन कहाँ से आने दिखाया उनको पीछे से वो लोग हंस दिए बोलो बोलो शिट पीछे भी कैमरा है
Definitely not group production. Oh my god.
Claw their way just for their journey to end here.
You see that lead come through the wall from Hookah, getting first but last. Let's get the best of the 13
भाई लेकिन
seconds left.
हैट्स ऑफ यार
Almost
एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए कितना सब
gets
कुछ
the
कर
first, the second is there. Exact spot.
One way at the corner.
अब DRX फनाटिक सेक्सी मैच होएगा मेरे को लग रहा है
One way subsides. It's a no.
बस टैक्स का अल्टी आएगा तो मेरे को वो देखना है टैक्स का अल्टी देखना है मेरे पास कल पक्का कोच ने दिया रहेगा उससे
Dire strangers. Kawanzin drops from Outong. The rotations are coming through. Kawanzin 15
अपन आया
HP.
ब्रेक
बनने जा रहा है
Soil of the site.
सिंड्रेला हूँ मैं
Kawanzin pulling
हूँ
over
मैं
the
सिंड्रेला
season. The ace for Loud.
अब मेरा पीट गया है रिपन
Sending a shiver down their spine. There's the swing out. Smoggy getting
Exact
the best of less.
साउंड आया
Loud in a position
Sound
to
आया?
take us to OT. And they've got Auspas and Kawanzin
ओ
corralled. There's
भाई वो वाला साउंड नहीं रहता जो ऐसा ऐसा करते तो टाप टुक होता है वो वाला साउंड है
ये हमारा आधा टाइम तो यही बात होता है रात को ठीक है
हाँ।
साउंड आया जरा भी स्ट्रेचिंग करते ना तुरंत साउंड आया
चलो आज की डेट में मेरे अंदर इतनी जान थी फनाटिक और DRX का मैं वॉच पार्टी कर रहा हूँ तो फुली कल की वॉच पार्टी मिलता है एंड देखते हैं बाद में देखता हूँ उनके हाईलाइट देखेंगे मैच की फनाटिक और पे जीत ले
ये तंदूरी तो और तंदूरी रोटी रहेगा
याद तो भाई क्या ही खेला
कल क्या है अपना सिविल में क्या खाने वाला था दाल राइस खाएंगे
लाउड ने क्या खेला
खत्म कर दिया
लाउड मतलब मुंह से छीन के गया भाई फर्स्ट मैच के बाद उसको लग रहा था कि EDG ले जाएगी तीनों मैच ले जाएगी आराम से बट भाई कल की हार का आज लाउड ने भाई जो प्यारा खेला है ना मतलब
फास्ट करेंगे तो मेरे कितने ईयर्स
चलो भाई आज के लिए इतना ही मिलते हैं आपसे कल
नाक
Bye.
पंचमी का फाल
See you.
10 ना लेना तो
See you
जिसके लिए
tomorrow.
पास कर रही हूँ मैं
Bye.
मैं तेरे को डसूंगा
Nobody on the counter.
सो जा भाई चाल
Still playing
यार
from far back. Sonic still with the pit up.